You know,
sorry, sir.
Teacher's got his hands up. Ready?
Oh.
We're recording now. Or
Yay!
as many as we could get to sort of stay behind and talk shit with us.
Yeah, others are off doing whereas Nationals is still this season's Nationals.
That's it.
So
Yeah.
Nationals is really our last big event. I know
Yeah.
we're going into Store Champs now.
Yeah.
Our next, I mean, we've got a tournament tomorrow. We do 2 a month now.
So
here.
if we go round at the moment, we've got regional winner,
Rasta,
Rasta, sorry,
yeah, Kev.
regional winner Kev. Think legend of the tool, sort of like.
Really?
Bouncy. It's all about riff raff out. Sim,
Evil Boy Genius.
regional, cut.
Finalist.
Yeah.
like 5 or 6 times.
every
Yeah,
every single regional we
You
went
made
to
it
this year
5
made
cuts.
cut.
We have, sorry,
Steve Gundil.
That's it, Steve Gundil, sorry. Do you go to many tournaments with the guys?
Try
is
to
it
get to them all if I can.
Yeah. Bengar, top 4 at Euros, Shane Hibbard, and then us also rounds that we come
us,
into.
That's it.
Yeah. So you're having a stellar year.
Yeah, just a bit.
Now, if obviously the main reason is to come up and interview you guys about what happened last weekend. Was it last weekend?
It was
Last
last
I mean, it
weekend.
seems ages ago.
It does. It does. It's just sunk in.
Just so
Only just starting to really.
let's not spoiler alert yet, because somebody might not know.
Okay.
Because we don't. People that play X-Wing don't really listen.
Honestly,
to
Ed Holmes went back to Scotland, and
Yeah.
they said first thing they went, "Who won?"
it. It's like me. Did you-
Yeah, it's exactly what he said. I did.
So, I mean, you won. What regional did you win? Sheffield.
I won
You
Sheffield,
won Sheffield.
and then I made
What list were you flying at Sheffield? Because
Rastatani.
Rastatani.
I refuse to call it. I believe in taking ownership of your list, even if you didn't invent it.
Yeah.
Just own it. You're flying it. Own it, guys, and don't feel bad. Don't be like, oh God, you're running Paris. Don't let anyone talk to you like that. You run what you want. They can all run it if they want to run it. It's not your fault. FFG designed a ship, is it? So,
No, it's my
and
list.
they have all got
It's
the
like
option
my
to
list.
buy the same ships. This ain't magic. We don't know, like, oh God, wow, you're lucky. You got MindLink in your pack. No, you know where to get them.
Yeah.
So yes,
But the
unashamedly
thing is,
was
like-
running Rastat and loved. I proper had love affair with that list.
If we all sit around this, sorry, and Ash, one of the owners of Weekend Warlords.
He snuck in there.
He's just
He
stuck
snuck
in the
in.
back, like, please don't talk to me. He's that guy in the class who's like, please don't get me to read it.
Nothing to do with it.
Ash Brooks is the handsome one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and without Ash
Well, when
and
his
without
beard grows
John.
back.
Yeah, well,
It's on its way back.
remember this is radio. No one.
Change-
you know.
He's video
Yeah,
as well. YouTube.
Yeah.
But Ash isn't just a store owner. He loves playing
He
it.
loves
Oh,
playing as
Ash
well.
is a gamer. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
He came with us to Daventry.
Yeah,
It
that's
was his
right.
first
Good.
big
My
experience
first
of the
regional
team.
out with you guys. Yeah,
Yeah.
obviously I've done the circuit before we had the shot.
Yeah.
But yeah, I never played.
And you were down with all the bottom.
Oh
fingers,
yeah,
weren't you,
I
for
mean,
day
well,
two?
yeah, it was all us together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At Daventry.
I mean, it's like, so you're Sheffield Regional.
Yeah.
So you're running Paratani.
Yeah.
Well, by winning a regional, you take ownership of a wait list.
So to speak. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, right, okay. Then, was you after?
Well, after that, it was after
No,
Sheffield. It was
F-
Yavin.
First of all, it was Paul.
Yeah, Paul.
At
I-
IQ.
Yeah.
You should be back
I'm
in
hoping
the
he
So-
will be back.
For all of that,
Yeah,
they're the boys. I was
You were proper
dying,
Paulie.
yeah, you.
and I didn't go.
Yeah,
And thankfully, one of the guys, it was you, wasn't it? Shane stayed a bit and was streaming. I saw Sim's game. He played a guy with two Phantoms and a TIE fighter, and that was one of the only games I saw. And then they left, and Paul was so tired he forgot the fact he could have done it on his phone. The legendary game.
Paul,
So
bearing in mind,
yeah, crack on, boys.
he
Yeah.
gigged out the night before till 3, 4 a.m. I picked him up in the morning. He slept for half hour in the car. Spent the rest of the journey singing the Moulin Rouge soundtrack. Out the car, not hey, you and the
Hang on, hang on.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah.
You
Who's
can
this
see.
is your car
Yeah.
and your CD.
Well, yeah.
It just so hasn't
Listen,
pulled
there's
the words.
a reason most of the accessories I have an X-wing are pink. It's because I'm absolutely fabulous.
Ben
He comes
is
out at 5 in the
fabulous.
morning, and Kev called it. He said, "Paul, you're going to be playing X-wing all day just because you're so tired," and he didn't end up
Yeah.
doing it. And then
And that went on to
Oh,
Oh my
yeah,
God.
that was late.
1 or 2, wasn't it?
And the rest, I
1, 2 in the
reckon.
morning because we
It's
didn't get
probably
back
about-
till 5. I had
Yeah.
about 2.
Yeah, I
2.5
remember
hours.
waiting for him to come
Do you think
in.
that was a problem with the regionals this year?
Yeah,
Having it all in the one day?
yeah,
It was if you're old.
yeah.
Or if you're a
Oh, I'm
driver,
old,
Rookies
dude.
live to like 300, don't they?
'cause
Oh, that'd be good, yeah.
As the regionals
Yeah, but doesn't
went on,
that-
they realised that you have to do it over 2 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They cottoned onto it pretty
because going
quickly.
to
They
2
were
in the
like, you can't
morning
do
is,
one day.
I mean, you know,
Well,
that's how they train the SAS.
Yeah.
it's worse for the drivers because you've got,
Yeah.
like for us, we went to what was it, about 2 hours to IQ, 2.5.
Yeah, about 2
So I
hours.
had to get up at 4 in the morning, pick everyone up, go to IQ, play my games. Everyone makes a cut. They're not on this team for some reason when I'm driving. Then I have to drive 2.5 hours, 3 hours back. For 5 in the morning,
Yeah, I think it was about 5 in the
24
morning.
hours. session.
Sheffield,
And
Shef-
it wasn't a nice drive back, was it?
No,
It was
it's-
rain,
we drove through
fog.
Silent Hill.
Yeah.
The fog was that thick, my lights
We
couldn't
say
cut it.
that for the players, it's the same for the organisers.
Yeah.
I've done it. I've
Yeah.
run 3 of them, and the last one I ran 100 odd players. It was get up 6 in the morning, get all the boards to the hotel, run the whole thing. 3 o'clock in the morning, I finished.
Yeah, it's,
And then
it's,
I've still got all the
it's
boards
just
and
an,
everything.
it's
to
an
move
endurance.
out and-
It's not
and do all
fair.
that. It was
So again, okay, so that was the IQ. So that's Paul Smith. He should
Yeah.
be joining us.
Yeah, he
hopefully
played Tom
coming back
Reed in the
for
final.
he-
We've
he-
got to-
yeah, we've really got to big up that
Yeah,
game.
yeah, because
It-
Paul sat there like Yoda. He
Tom
got
Reed?
his, yeah, he
that.
played
I'll
Tom.
beat him.
Yeah, he sat there with his hoodie up, like he was like Yoda.
Dying.
Yeah,
He was dying,
Oh no, I've won
Yeah.
another one. Oh.
and he was like
but he was
go on.
winning like probably the most difficult list you could do with Miranda Corrin.
Miranda
Yeah, that's
Corrin
right, yeah.
against double
And
casters.
Tom set 3 sets of dials.
Yeah,
That was
for
it.
the entire
First set of
game.
dials, then hard freezing,
Yeah.
then another 5 forward, and then after that, Paul just ionised his ships off the ball.
Both of them.
Both of them.
Both of them.
Literally,
Yeah,
all you saw,
both of them.
Paul was shaking. All
Oh
he sees
my.
him come out his
Yeah.
hood, Superman moment,
Yeah.
just stand up straight, right, I've
As
got this
soon
bang,
as
bang,
he-
bang,
yeah.
gone.
Yeah.
As
That
soon
was
as he
it.
dropped the first coronet, his hood just
He was-
came down,
He
and
was-
he
he
just
was-
went,
Hang on a
wait a
minute.
minute.
He was so tired. He turned to Keith Wilson at one point and went, "Even though I'm on a rock, I can still drop me bomb, can't I, when I reveal my dial?" And Keith went, "Yes." So it was so.
I love the point. Can I do this because I can't
Yeah.
be human at the moment?
we should might add, how many games before that tournament had he played Coriander?
None.
None. Well,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
4 games.
Four games.
4 games. He didn't
Oh,
even know
yeah.
how to drop
So-
bombs. He didn't even know how
You
to drop
painted the
bombs.
ships,
Paul
didn't
didn't
you?
know what to fly,
Yeah.
and then the first game of the tournament, I had nothing from Paul when he won it. Second game of the tournament, he came to me and asked how he dropped his bombs. So he didn't drop any bombs
In the
his
first game.
Had no clue,
You were
so
like,
just
Paul,
didn't bother.
This list works on its bombs.
Yeah.
Ah, right.
And then went to a regional on 2 hours sleep with a list he'd flown 4 times and only dropped bombs in 3 games before that.
Well, that's an
Apparently
extra.
like Rouge.
That's an extra little well
Yeah,
done
oh,
there.
right.
That's like the Nick Legend Bond, isn't it?
Yeah.
Where he like wins 100-0, doesn't roll any red dice.
Yeah.
It's like on that
Yeah.
sort of level.
Oh, it was.
Did that to a Dengar. There you have it.
This is kind of like-
Euros. Killed a Dengar without shooting at it. Just dropped 2 sets of clusters on it.
That's just horrible.
But,
I
beau-
keep
but,
asking him how
but,
he
beauti-
sleeps at
but
night.
beautiful in the same. You know,
It's a
like
yin and
you know,
yang.
like when Krennic goes, "Oh, it's beautiful,"
Yeah.
when he sees the Death Star blow Jeddah up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. When you see Dengar with no revenge shot or R5P8, and you just go, remove that. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
And he's rolled the dice.
And he's rolled the die.
Yeah.
Nothing worse. Now you got to roll
You
those,
killed
mate.
your own shit.
Or do I? Yeah, no, I'm afraid. Your dice have been really hot.
Hopefully when he turns up, we'll have a chat with him. So
David
we've gone
was-
Sheffield, we've gone Huddersfield.
No,
No,
we
it was
went
Huddersfield first.
Huddersfield. That was before
yeah.
Christmas.
Yeah,
That was the one before Christmas.
then
So if
Sheffield,
there are
yeah.
any organisers of regionals listening, from our point of view, we would definitely, certainly our community, I'm not going to speak for the UK as a whole, but I'm going to speak for this half of the UK because I know a lot of them. And please don't do any more regionals before Christmas. Wait till like February. And then please don't do 2 on the same weekend. And please try and spread them out more than one every weekend. Because
Euros thinks you can dictate.
no, but I'm just saying that you will
The
get a
attendance
higher
grow, yeah.
attendance,
Waving his
right?
hand as well.
Yeah, literally.
Right? If you
Mind
can,
yeah.
you know,
For
like
iTunes.
as a team, we will try and get to most of the regionals. They're the big team outings that we really look forward to. It's so much fun. We missed Firestorm because it was same
Firestorm
day as
'cause it
Beanie,
was
or
same
the
day
day
before
before.
Beanie.
So the logistics of driving from Cardiff after doing a game and probably a cut all the way back up to
finishing,
Huddersfield was just like,
No,
no, I'm
Stockton.
And Warble.
Stockton.
Madness, yeah.
Yeah, all the way up to
Warburton,
Stockton.
Firestorm in 2 minutes.
And
Curtin.
Warbore, I think we
Warble
missed.
sold out.
Exeter.
Curtain, is it?
Warball we missed, it was sold out. But yeah, I mean, if you could just wait till after Christmas a month, just to
Space
give
Mountain.
people, it's more a case of a lot of the community's older and they got kids or they got families, and it's just the fact that we're all broke. And
Yeah,
that's
you're
a big
talking
impact on
at
what
that
you can
point
go
at Christmas,
to.
yeah.
Yeah, we're all broke. Or if it, especially the month before's worse. It's like, no, I definitely can't because I've still got presents to buy.
Yeah.
Where at least after Christmas you go, oh well, I've only got 100 quid.
Yeah.
But at least I know I don't need to spend that on presents.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if any of the organisers are listening,
even if anybody listens to it.
anybody
Pass it on.
listens, please pass it on, poke them and tell them that's what we think.
So where are we going next then?
So next was Sheffield.
Sheffield, and that's you.
That was me.
That was a long day as well.
Well,
Wasn't it just?
Sheffield. We got. I was probably up at about 5:30. It's an hour and a half drive up to Sheffield, and I walked in my house at 20 to 5, 20 to 6. Was it?
Yeah, oh yeah. We had about half an hour's sleep, then got up to come back
yeah,
here.
I had.
Oh yeah,
Because
did
you had
the
to
48
come.
hour stint, didn't
You had to come back to me. Yeah, I had 45 minutes sleep before I had to get back up to go and play another tournament.
and won it.
All right.
Oh yeah, there was that as well. Yeah.
He won the regional
Played
and won
Sim-
it. Oh, you
Sim
won
won
it.
it. You
yeah.
played-
Sim won it.
played-
I lost. I lost to him in the
final.
final.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. But
Not that you're all right at this game or nothing like that. You know.
No.
no, but look, that was been played. You've come up for the interview. It all can't kind of come together this season.
Yeah.
After UKTC and Nerfurter, there was a marked change in how I played the game, how I saw the game, all of that. And this was and I really wanted to win a regional. Never won a regional, and it was more than just getting to the point where you get a set of templates or the dice. It was like, no, I want a trophy. I really, really want a trophy. And yeah, and I played I played Mr. Stainton in the final,
Yeah.
as you know, and it was a wicked.
Craig
I
Reed.
really
Phenomenal
flew my
game.
pants off.
Craig Reed,
yeah,
Izzy Martin.
Craig Reed, Izzy Martin, Bob D, some really good players that really knew what they were doing, and the Swiss as well. Swiss was hard. I played one guy with triple K wings where first engagement he just removed my fen, but I went on to win it with just the Sarge and Manaru.
Yeah.
It all come together definitely with Paratani, that tournament, and then after, and a few of us made the cut, didn't we, at that one? Or
There was.
I made the
There was
cut.
like
you
five
made
out
the
of
cut.
the 8, wasn't it? Or was it 5 out of 8?
did you make cut at
16?
Sheffield,
make
Shane?
No, I didn't. The only
You-
call I made
Because
was
we played each other last round.
Yes.
Was it Beanie where you all
Bit-
literally like the top
There
8
was
was 7 of you?
No,
George, Sim,
No.
me, Shane,
At Beanie.
Paul,
All made it.
Beanie.
No, Paul didn't, because Paul went
Paul
to something
didn't.
to eat with me.
Paul
'cause
didn't.
I played you.
Well,
that's
4
right.
out of 8 at Beanie. But anyway, Sheffield was the next one. I won
Then it
Sheffield.
was Yavin.
Then it was
And
Yavin.
then it was Yavin. So, I mean,
That was
obviously,
yeah.
And so Yavin, for some of the newer members, like Steve,
yeah.
Yavin was an eye-opener to how big a
I mean, what did
tournament
you
you
think?
can
was
get.
my first one.
Yeah, was
Yeah.
Sheffield your first?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Right.
mean, Steve, we witnessed it the year before. We walked into a room of 440 people playing at Sheffield. And it was mind-blowing.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
record setting.
And that
felt
room-
amazing.
that room in
As
the
a new
Hilton
player, as a
is
new
something
player,
else.
You walking into a room with that many players. Had you ever been into any gaming system? Or,
No, not like that.
And what did you think when you felt like, wow, this is...
It was awe-inspiring when you see
Yeah.
everybody there ready to go.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, Yavin in itself, the UK smashed all the records. You know, biggest event.
And we do
ever,
every year, don't we,
and
with
do
Yavin?
every year.
Yeah.
That's why I believe the European Championships was established at that point, and they need something for those that can't afford to go to Worlds every year.
Well, the Europeans, as far as I knew, was established as a way of giving us our version
Our
of
version of
Worlds.
Worlds, yeah.
You just got to look at what all the European Nats pulled it.
Yeah.
Like, not just
Yeah,
when
yeah,
the
yeah.
UK
I think Spain was
smashed everything, everyone came
360
to
or
the UK.
something, and then
Exactly.
you know,
the
it was
numbers
like-
were massive.
Mental,
compared to
yeah.
America.
and you look at you. I know.
Look at some of the American opens that they did. I think one of them there was a 60-ish players.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
we
That's
could
ridiculous.
sell 60 tickets
And-
here on a Sunday.
That's
And
ridiculous.
that's where this year with the Opens, I think they made the mistake by having 5 in America and 3 the rest
Well,
of
that
the
was
world.
purely for money, wasn't it?
Yeah. And it backfired.
Yeah.
Because automatically you put 5 in your own country and they don't get the numbers that say if you went to Poland or you went to Australia. Why did Australia not get one? I know
That's
they're a big
disgusting.
It's quite a
You know.
fucking
Why
small
did
way to fly
Australia
them to
not
America,
get
though,
one?
isn't it?
country. Some of the biggest
surmise,
characters in the game,
Yeah.
when you listen to American podcasts and things like that, the Foss brothers,
Yeah.
you know, the guy, I can't remember his name, Paul Heaver in the final.
Yeah, I know you're right. The guy who played him with Whisper.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know,
yes.
Some of these are the big characters of the
uh,
games.
Travis.
Travis-
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So he, you know, they don't get one.
Yeah.
Why? Why don't they?
No, it's totally out of order.
Yeah.
It's
There's-
totally out of
I know
order.
certain places like Brazil and places like that, they have massive things with Disney. Disney don't allow any licensed products in that country.
Isn't it the same with Mexico?
Yeah, Mexico's the same. There's another one as well, and so they buy abroad and ship in, but they won't have a fully licensed scene there. So when it comes to the open things, obviously, how many? What was the cut? It was 32, wasn't it?
What?
No,
Fine.
top
top,
8.
top 16?
Eight.
Top
No,
8?
it's the
Top
top
eight.
8.
Top eight.
It's the top 8.
There was you,
All the opens were top 8.
Mishari, Cal from this, who plays at this store quite regularly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Cal plays here every opportunity to get
yeah.
every tournament that you can get a ticket
Yeah,
to. Cal
and
plays.
we had. I mean, we personally had Luke Fishy Towns, and he used to be a presenter on
Yeah.
the show.
Legend.
Wojtek,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ollie.
Ollie.
Bucknell.
Wasn't it?
It was meant to be
Mishari-
It was meant to be Christoph.
So
wasn't it?
Mishari made the cut because
Christoph,
Christoph
had to catch a
dropped.
flight, yeah.
because he had to catch his flight.
He had
back
to
now,
catch
yeah,
his
yeah.
flight.
So top 4, there's you.
Well, well, look. First of all, before we get to that, I'd like to big up the boys as well. They all played wicked. That room was proper hard, and you got a 400-man room, a top 8 cut. What are you on about?
Yeah.
You guys need to sort that out. It's at least the top 32, if not the top 64 players deserve to make a cut, right? So,
Did
I,
they not say in their tournament guidelines though if they get over a
This
certain
is
amount?
yeah, I know,
This is a
but they
It's
keep
a
special
they
one.
keep fiddling with that.
Yeah.
So
When it's
everyone else that
Well,
played
it's
did
like
phenomenally.
Worlds is a special one, isn't
I
it?
think
It's
that was
alright
all to do
when you
with
write rules,
isn't it?
how
Yeah.
much time they booked the hall out for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they realised they couldn't schedule that amount of games in.
Yeah, I know, but a top 8 is
The top
3
eight makes
matches
all
on the
the
next
open
day.
Well, they were copying what they did in America, you see, and they only had 60
I went to
players.
Tatooine,
They only
Tatooine.
needed
Yeah,
Like
they
that-
needed a top 8 cut because that was all in. Yeah,
copied the price support
Yeah.
over. That's
Because
what
I
they
know
did.
Simeon missed out on the cut by a 1-game win, didn't you? If
Yeah,
you'd have won
so
your
me-
last game, you would have made it on your
even if I got no
MOV.
extra MOV.
Yeah.
My MOV
I only
was better
needed to
than-
win one more.
Oh,
And
okay.
if I'd have
Yeah.
not played Nick Bond game 1, I mean, what's the chances? There's nearly 400 people, and I get a Warlord game 1.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of us.
Mate.
but-
Right, there ain't that many.
do you know what?
Every time it happens to me.
He gets it. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. I play
Yeah.
with people that are either
Well,
on
look
the
at the
show.
draw at the end of
Nationals,
today.
I've got Rob Purcell
Ultimately, there was 3 of us on 3 wins at the end of today before going into the last round.
Yeah.
And I can guarantee if he's one of those 3 people, it'll be me and him playing.
Yeah.
It's like the stars fate you to
Yeah.
just get each other, and
Yeah.
one of you knock the other
Do you
one
know what
out.
as well?
It is your destiny.
We'll get there, but it was heartbreaking when from Ash you sharing it on the thing.
Yeah.
Shane and if
Yeah,
it goes
yeah.
the way it's going to go, Shane and George are meeting in top
Do you know-
four.
Yeah,
Do
we
you
did
know-
straight away. We seen it cut, and everyone
Everyone was
straight
like,
away.
"What
You're
the?
just like, we're
How
going to
does
knock.
that work?"
Do you know
But
what
at
though?
the same time,
Yeah.
you've got a Warlord in the final straight away, and you just look at it straight like, and you just think, oh, guaranteed we've got a Warlord.
You're not allowed to bang the table.
That was Ash's fault, by the way. Don't send me
Sorry,
any
guys.
messages.
Yeah, hidden messages.
Yeah.
If you're watching the live stream, you know what
He's
we're about.
he's SOSing. He's please say
Yeah,
talking to me
it's
again.
great to know that we had Warlords a Warlord in the final.
Exactly,
straight
yeah.
away.
Now, and this is in no way a slight against the store. It is a small store
Yeah.
Definitely.
from an area which is not known.
No,
for
it's tiny.
chimney pots. How many there is? Like,
Americans
close to
can't even pronounce it. It's not Luga Baruga.
Lanka Baruga.
Yeah.
That's the festival.
It's Loughborough.
Yeah.
In fact, they even at the festival they do call it the Luga Baruga Festival because all the Americans that come and can't say it. I used to live in a place in Surrey called Burpham.
Burpham.
Yeah, Can you tell me the way to Burpham? It's just brilliant. I
Yeah,
love
you've got
that.
to eat a lot of sausage and then afterwards,
That's it.
you're
You're-
burping ham.
yeah, that's right.
So where are we at in the timeline now?
So Yavin, like I said, so big up everyone else.
I finished 19th. I
Sim-
think you were 21st. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dinky Dink,
I wasn't there.
you wasn't at Yavin. Bingo was at Yavin.
Somewhere at the bottom.
Somewhere at the bottom.
Yeah.
I was holding you lot up. You're
Still
welcome.
there.
He might have been,
Mid-table
he might have been
next
somewhere
week.
at the bottom,
That's
but he'd
it.
have had a big smile on his face.
Oh, good, definitely. Is that because everybody was groping his bottom?
Well,
No, that
not that one.
that was Euros.
We'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Somewhere in the 30s, I think.
Yeah.
Which is
I
amazing.
played Wojtek in the last game.
How about you, Steve?
I wasn't actually well enough to play. I got there, but I wasn't well enough.
Oh dear. Okay. Now, so we move on.
So I made the cut,
You made cut.
and I was overwhelmed. And look,
It sounds it.
no, but I really, you know, first day, my first game I won. My second game, I lost to a guy called Samuel Abott, and we're friends on Facebook. And he had 2 fire sprays, and he ruined me. And he played like 5 games of X-Wing. Right, that's the truth.
Mate, you're on
It's
a
the
high
truth.
nothing when the bloke turns up
Right.
and goes, "This is my first game," and you go,
Oh, do you know, today as well, first game against the guy, he never did one thing I expected. I'm like, God, I hate playing beginners. They never do what they should do, and it catches you out
No.
all the time.
because they're
So,
not listening to
and-
podcasts and not watching the videos. They're like, "This is so much fun! I can do 5-4," and you go, "Shh, I didn't see that."
Sam smashed me with his double fire sprays, and then the next game I played against Bob D, and it went to final salvo. But believe it or not, it was like my second ever final salvo ever, and I didn't really understand. So I rolled my dice, Bob rolled his dice. We rolled the same amount of results, but I had more crits. Yeah, this is the bit I didn't understand. So then I just quickly picked my dice up and went, "Oh, we re-rolled then, Bob." Re-rolled, Bob got more. Bob had won, filled out the form, handed the form in, and then someone who was it you?
Crits don't make any difference anymore.
No.
But they don't.
Everybody in
They
their
changed
mind,
it.
though,
They queued it back. Crits
they?
don't.
Ah, okay. Well, at that point, crits made the difference,
Yeah.
and I would have had a game win.
They
Anyway,
changed it again.
I lost that game. So after the third game, I was on 1 and 2,
We
and
were
I was like,
interviewing you at
so
that point.
I have to now not
Everybody and
lose.
their mum come out and said, "Crits are worth more." Even Ollie Pocknell said to you, "Yeah, crits are worth more."
Yeah, it was too late. I'd written it down and handed it in, and
They
and
definitely queued it back because it came up at Euros, and I said, "No, Crits are worth more."
and
He
it's
just came to me and showed me and says, "No,
Yeah, we
that's
looked
changed."
it up, didn't we?
When did that change?
Yeah.
But yeah.
even though I'm Italian, I'm an African Italian. It's not English to go back on what you say. So there was no way. It was my mistake. It's done. I'm not going to pull that back. So I had to win all my games, and I don't know how. I won all my games on the first day, and then the second day, which was just the top people got to play in the second day,
Yeah.
Those
that had
that
won
5 and 2?
5 and 2 after first day, and oh man, I 100-0'd everyone after that, and after those 2 defeats on my MOV was mental. The only person with higher MOV was the guy that went he'd only lost 1 round.
9 and 1.
He went 9 and 1, whereas I went 8 and 2 over the 2 days, and my MOV was bonkers. So I was the highest of the 8 and 2s, and I played Ollie first round. Ollie Pocknell.
You can actually watch that on First Earth on their YouTube stream.
It was
Um,
the hardest game of X-Wing I've ever played.
it was.
Such a nice guy.
Yeah, that's the yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
it's
Every
such a
time I
nice
say it, I
guy.
was like, oh, such a lovely player. I mean, you get smashed 100-0, and at the end of it, you're like, oh, cheers for that, mate. Thanks, buddy.
And you wouldn't kick him out of bed in the morning either, would you? It's hot.
Sorry, you are the Ollie fanboy. You've got to sign Red
love
Ice
Ollie.
by Ollie.
It is. He's
And
a
you
dude.
know,
Yeah, it's
and you know,
fine.
if you
Dick's got a
married
massive
him,
man crush for
He
him.
has.
yeah, well, he's hot, man. If you married him and were to go like for a quickie divorce, you'd be alright. You'd be set.
Yeah.
Because like he could pay for your standard of living. I like that. Do you know what I mean? So it's double bubble, really. Yeah. So it's true.
Not that you thought about
I'm
it.
old now, and I'll take it where I can get it. Thanks very much. So I beat Ollie in the first round, and then I played Mishery in the second round. I definitely made 1 or 2 mistakes in the Mishery game, not taking nothing away from Mishery, and I lost it, and I was in bits. I was so
I lost the plot as well.
unhappy, and I'm not like angry.
You
I
two
was
have got like a
upset.
relationship where
We
you know,
have. He's my
you
boyfriend.
start, he starts. Anything happens to you, you go mental.
Oh, he does.
They've both got a tiny money.
They
Honestly.
are, literally, they are the
Legit.
epitome of it because we'll get to it, but something happened. and someone was commentating, you know, on the stream, and the first thing was, "No, that's my best mate. You don't do that." And that was it. The conversation was over. No one wanted to go. What?
Yeah. I did, apparently, I was shouting something.
He did like
We'll
kind
get
of
to
rather.
it. No, you are.
Oh no,
He
this
did.
is at Yavin.
He did rather lose the plot and was
Yeah.
screaming, "He's the best player!" Ah! Right, listen, once upon a time, Kevin was like, you know, like Baby Bear in Goldilocks and the Three Bears. And then Kev met me. and I'm not like Baby Bear. I've had a different upbringing to Kev.
See,
And now,
you pretend
you
to be
know, in The Force Awakens where he says to Kylo, "There's been an awakening. Have you..." Him now, I have to rein him in because he saw that clip.
rage is
He
real.
saw that clip where Chewie pulled Onkar's arms out,
Yeah.
and now he thinks that's how he should deal with life, right? So
We're
whereas,
back at Athena again.
well, let's not even go back to that, right?
Right, the story of Athena is
Oh,
Some
only
drunk-
punch up in
some-
X-wing.
some drunk, nothing to do with the
Crackhead.
community,
No,
nothing like
nothing.
that. But he gate crashed the Athena store
Just
and
before the
started with
final.
Sim,
Yeah.
the baby bear. So the big Papa Bears went in and went, nope.
Nope.
We were
Yeah.
just setting up for the final,
Yeah.
and I think you just see me dashing out of
Yeah.
picture.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
was a regional as well, wasn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Did
was,
they set it up when there was a street festival outside?
Yeah,
You got
that's
the
right.
doors wide
Yeah.
open.
Left the doors open
Yeah.
so any piss head could come in off the street.
yeah,
And then
yeah.
after he was escorted off, they didn't shut the doors, they left them open.
Yeah.
So
And he
he
came
back.
back.
Mate, no, I'm not going to say he's obviously stupid. But if you've been in there once and these two have sorted you out, the first thing you do is, I'm going home.
It weren't- do you
wasn't
know-
thinking
do you know what?
rationally.
Do you know what?
Legally, he
That's
wasn't thinking
that's how you
rationally,
know
though,
he
was
was
he?
a crackhead
Yeah.
because he had a Wookiee, an angry Italian pig-tailed monster on his back, Kylo,
Kind of
Kylo,
died.
right? Kylo, proper like
Bear
American football tackled him.
Oh, he got
Right.
doing a full-on bear hug.
Bengar, I mean, there's quite
Bengal
there's
saying,
quite
I
some
wouldn't do that, mate, if I was you.
there's quite some poundage going on here, right? So you're at a winning, you're at a loss here. Whatever's going to happen, you ain't winning this one. So you could tell he was a cracker because he come back.
He was off his
He
face.
come back, and we all stood there on the stairs.
Did he
It
come
was
back
like Anakin.
I'm
I've
sorry."
got the high ground. Don't do it. You're look
you
at where
on
we
the
are.
shoulders.
We were on the stairs.
I was stood at the top of the stairs, and he goes, "You're big, man." I was like, "Yeah."
I am.
You know this is going to
Your
work
eyes
if you
are
carry
clear.
on, don't you? Yeah.
I wish you recorded it because we're showing all your pupils. If
You
you
That was
teacher,
probably.
this-
I was going to say that's probably the stream that everybody wanted to watch.
Get me.
Then I went to play the final. Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's on stream as well.
So.
Anyway,
timeline that
so
we're on at the
we-
moment.
yeah,
So
we've
Yavin,
gone back.
Unfortunately, you made top 4.
Yeah.
Take his
You
time.
didn't go any further than that, but
Stop him banging.
in a lot of people's views, you could have done.
If I would have beat Mish, no disrespect to Cal, and Cal will say this himself, I know I would have won that
He
game.
actually said that.
Right? And I
in
took,
an interview,
yeah,
didn't he,
and
on
the
the
only
stream?
reason I'll say that is we've played the game 4 times.
Yeah.
Exactly that list,
Yeah.
and I ruin him,
The
Yeah.
weekends before here, they played that game.
right?
Yeah,
and
yeah,
he
yeah.
knows I
Many
know how
times
to
a week.
take him apart. And you know, without that, Cal's list, part of Cal's power is that the list is a shock. And people don't realise how he's going to play it. I had that knowledge, right? And love Cal to bits. He blatantly went, "I wish you'd been in that final because I would have loved you to win that. I would have loved you to take Simeon
Yeah.
and go. Oh, if there was, and it would. He says he would have felt more comfortable because it would have been like playing at the store. Because at that point, there was no one. He hadn't really gone with anyone, so there was no one there for him. So
Yeah.
he felt a bit on his own, which is
But
not
you
a
guys,
nice.
I'm sure you guys were in the background.
Oh, we all shook.
Cheering.
We all
Yeah,
tried,
yeah, yeah, of course
we
we
all
did.
tried to
Because of the
give him a
connection
bit of.
with the story.
Yeah, absolutely. But still, anyway, a week later, I was made up. Once I'd calmed down, and got over the upset of it all, because when you're that
It's
close
having
to,
there and having a taste of
it
it,
ain't like you're playing for a set of templates. It's really like, wow, look at what I could get. It's a really big thing. It's like life changing. It's like you're winning Wheel of Fortune or something. You know what I mean? So losing it and then coming away and calming down about it and going, no, hold on a minute. I was top 4 at Yavin.
But do you not
Four
think,
hours
do you not
on
think
paper.
that helped you last
Yeah,
weekend?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
But I don't want to jump
Yeah, I know,
ahead.
but,
I'll
yeah.
get to that
Yeah, yeah.
when we get
But-
to that. But
We'll
yeah,
cover it.
made up for Yavin. Made up for Yavin. And Yavin was epic.
Yeah.
The 2 Yavins we've been to as a team,
Yeah, yeah.
haven't they just been
Oh,
the best
awesome.
events?
Yeah.
Best events.
And the standard at this year's Yavin was
Was
head and shoulders
much
above
more.
last year's. Last year's was good.
Yeah.
See, what made
was-
it this year a bit more better for me was the camaraderie you had off Harlequins,
Yeah.
Paul, everything. That final, they were all watching you, and when you did get a bit upset, everyone was there for you.
Oh, they
Everyone
were all
was
cuddling
outside.
me, and like I can't speak to my wife. If I try and call my wife, I'm alright until I hear her voice, and then I just go, and then I'm like, oh, I can't speak. I'm gonna cry. Bye bye, and just put the phone down really, really quickly.
Oh no, what's wrong?
And none of them had seen this. They'd all seen like the bullshitty, I pretend to be hard man
Yeah.
bollocks, right? And then it all come out what I'm really like. And it was like, no, none of you are meant to witness this. This wasn't meant to happen. I didn't realise I was so emotionally affected by everything.
Yeah.
I'm quite a softy, really, truth
Yeah.
be told. No one's listening to this, are they?
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
so...
This is not a surprise, mate.
Yeah, so, and Yavin was the one where it was how people were treating me, the Harlequins, the 186, everyone was so supportive and so like, go George, go, do it. It was just blown away, and I think a lot of the guys at the team were blown away by the love we were getting at that point.
Yeah.
It's overwhelming. It's what we're going for.
Yeah.
We're not going for the wins. We go to play with our mates,
Yeah.
don't we? Like it's like going back to school.
Yeah.
It's the best.
I mean, I'd like when you've been to uni, when you go back to all your friends are all over the country, you go back to uni, you meet your friends again. It's, that's what it reminds me of.
Yeah.
And it's just awesome.
So timeline wise, that is a great achievement.
Yeah.
That is a great achievement.
Incredible.
So we're already up to, for the Warlords, you're up to 2 regional wins, top 4 placing
System Open.
at System Open.
Then we drove up to Scotland the following week.
And then we come on to the Scotland.
And
that
that-
weekend.
and that-
following weekend,
The follow- and that was
So
purely a
this is-
birthday treat, really, for you, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last
This
minute.
So was there a lot of practice? I mean, obviously in this
with
stage
my
of
list?
where we are at the moment. Yeah, I was going to say, stupid question. In the stage of where you are at the moment, so you're halfway through a season.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're up to the regional stages. We've done Yavin, which is a step aside from the actual, season.
Yeah.
Do you all stick with your own lists, or is there a lot of changes happening?
Unless there's an FFP, a lot of us do stick to the same list.
Yeah. So you
We
carried on.
as a team, we strongly believe in sticking to a single list.
I am the magpie.
Yeah, I was going to say the magpie in the corner.
Like
Yeah,
close
I
spanners
don't
everywhere.
You don't stick to a list either.
At the time, but leading up to IQ,
Yeah.
that was my first major event, and I'd only been playing for like
10
Not
minutes.
even long.
Yeah.
About 10 minutes.
Yeah.
He'd
and
been
To be
playing.
fair, Shane tends to stick to the rest of our lists.
Yeah, but who's the fool? The person, that just takes the list after you planning
get
it
me
all
wrong.
and working it all out.
At Euros, I wrote a solid list and then gave better players my list. That was my downfall.
I think it's just called you a better player.
So
Have we got that recorded?
yeah,
He just said better players run his
better
list.
players,
Yeah.
You weren't talking about
You
me
weren't,
then,
he was
no,
trying to
were
make you feel better.
He
Don't
was. He was. He loves me, everyone.
No. So
That's your one.
you'd only
I
been
know.
playing a little while when you went up to IQ,
yeah.
and was it single faction, or was you like dabbling in a bit of everything?
No, it was single faction at the
This is
time.
Imperials.
Yeah.
Empire,
How I
He beat me in
one of my
Sheffield by
nicknames.
1 place.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah.
He took
Oh.
Ras to stick it, didn't you? Yeah, because you
Yeah,
said
yeah.
well,
That's
and you
it.
took him up, and then
Well,
he turned around and said, by the way, I suffer with anxiety and stuff. You did the rest of like 150 people in this room, didn't you? No.
Yeah, when I thought we were going to quite a small event and it wasn't going to be many people, and then Ben was like, "Are you going to be okay?" I was like, "Well, I do suffer from severe anxiety."
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so I get lots of people standing around me. I might be in a bit of a trouble.
Yeah.
The funniest thing was, obviously, first tournament came dead last. He won the wooden spoon, and the announcer. Now we all know him as Dink. Not many of them people know his actual real name.
But should we
And
not
the-
give out your real name?
I'd not even. He's told me. I can't remember.
The announcer, obviously IQ, announced him in last place. He won a promo. He won one of the world's Inquisitors.
Yeah, yeah.
So a lot of
Yeah.
people were quite jealous of.
Yeah.
actually.
So,
Yeah,
that's
congrats
cool.
to him on that one. And they announced his name, and there was about 3 or 4 of us looking around going, "Who's recognise that? Who the fuck's that? Who's that guy?" And then Dink obviously walks back with a massive smile and going, we all go turn around and go, "That's you." As he walks up to get his prize.
Oh,
Remember him at Sheffield?
What was worse, I
I call his
forgot
name
my,
out, and even he's looking round.
twice twice when there's been a prize pool, I forgot my own.
This is the illusion.
I've forgotten my own name.
No one calls me. Even my own mum doesn't call me that anymore. It's just Dink Quizzer or Donk.
Yeah.
So
And then
Or
of course,
Scarlett calls him Sir Dinkleton.
that's my favourite one.
that's what I was going to
the
say.
best
That's the pinnacle, mate. You can't go any further than that.
That trip was amazing.
So we go back to Scotland.
Yeah.
Okay. We're sticking with the same list. This is the
Delabella box.
the Delabella box.
Kev was like representing the IGs for the planet.
We've
Okay,
already established today-
when everyone just left the IGs
We've already
rusting
established Kev is the X-Wing
in
hipster.
Cloud City,
Yeah.
Kev went and got the bits and welded them back together and went, no, I have faith.
I can't. You were flying Paratani and Sim was flying it, so I can't.
Yeah,
fly
by
it.
the way, everyone,
It's-
Sim stole that off me.
Yeah.
Right, so
Yeah.
I was due
Who built,
Delapy.
who built the list, Sim? Who built the European champions winning list?
Don't know.
Don't know? No.
No, I was due that because before that he was running 2 jumps and fed, and I consecutively smacked him all over the table with Paratani, and he went, "I'm running that now." And it was like, "Oh, don't do that," and because I can't beat him when he runs the same
To
list.
be fair, I think this has happened even when I come up and see you the first time. You were building a list. Between you were building a list. And it was like, oh yeah, I thought of this. And then, oh yeah, no, but if you do this. And then I thought of this. It was the
Yeah,
rainbow. Yeah.
Rainbow.
And it was like, but you two, all three of you really. But have you thought about that? Oh yeah, I thought about that. What I'm going to do. And you're all sort of like developing this thing. And then he goes and plays Reese 2D2 and smashes him. Poor old boy, my little brother.
I
See,
still
comes
think
up.
my nickname for your brother would have been better.
What's that?
Lightning.
Lightning.
Reese Lightning.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. It's lightning. We have to say
I know
it in a
it's
certain way.
I know it's not. I know it's not Star Wars, but
Yeah. So you got with the Delabella box.
yeah,
What's roughly the list? Was it the
Well,
crack shot?
it's Crackshot Glitterstone. You got Mangler Cannon Tractor Beam on B,
Yeah.
HLC Tractor Beam on C.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
Okay.
It's a 99
yeah.
point list. Fire control system on
Yeah.
both.
Yeah.
Auto thrusters on both. Title on both.
So we
So-
go from. I've never done it. I've never made a cut.
Right, no,
I've
well-
never won a tournament,
well,
like
fir-
a size tournament. Sorry, I've never won. So at the start of the day, are you thinking to yourself, "Oh, I can fancy this"?
no,
No.
no.
I don't know.
Well, I was
I don't
confident.
know.
I was.
Do you know what? We walked in there and like Scotland's got their own meta.
Did
And
you
we
think
walked
that
in there.
was-
No.
It was
No,
Imperials everywhere,
we
wasn't
walked
it?
in there and like Kev was like, "Oh God, they've all got in paces," rubbing his hands together.
Well, no,
going, "I've got Crackshot on HLCs.
Yeah, this-
Oh, it's my
Yeah.
day."
Well, then I got a rebel list in the first one, and lost it. It was like Poe with vectored
I
thrusters
came over
and-
and Kev pretty much had 2 full health IGs versus Poe. And then I came back in 15 minutes and Kev had 0 IGs versus Poe.
Yeah, it was just like, oh, here we go. So round 2, I got Whisper and Rear Admiral Shirinu with Kylo Ren on board and the Emperor, and it was like, okay, so the cut's gone then.
Yeah.
And somehow I managed to win that one.
Yeah, he
was-
lucked it. Consistently lucky. Just
Lucky.
like, just like the rest of us.
I won my tournament. He lucked it.
Oh, it
Just,
was-
it's all,
it
it's
was-
all
it was-
consistently
I
lucky.
mean, it was a bit easy because there was. I don't think there was
Is
an
that bad?
engine.
Is that a bad sport when he
Yeah.
says, "I won mine, but he lucked it"?
Yeah, there was no engine on the Decimator. No one in Scotland seemed to like putting an engine on the Decimator,
Yeah.
and it doesn't half make it a bit easier when you're playing them when there's no engine on there.
Yeah.
Because you know where it's going to be. So I won that one. Then I played a really nice guy. I can't think of his name. Who got Bosk and Bobber. Oh, sorry.
So I've done it 3 times. He keeps telling me off.
Bosk and Bobber. Nearly threw that way when I forgot that Bosk had got inertial dampeners. It left myself on one hull with on one of them, and then managed to kill Boss the next turn. And then it was just either triple defenders or decimated defender
Yeah.
for the rest of the day.
For the rest
It was
of the day.
like, thank you.
Yeah.
It was just like you can take that defender off.
If you've
And,
got a working plan against certain things,
that list excels against.
yeah.
Imperial
Yeah.
Aces.
You
Ruins them.
Yeah.
Because I'm often a believer that sometimes, to win a big tournament, luck is a big factor.
I didn't
It
play
doesn't
one
help you win
Paratani in the Swiss.
the
Yeah.
first.
No.
Yeah.
But it doesn't help you win it.
There
You
was
have to
quite a
make
few
good
of
on
them
the luck
there.
bit.
Yeah.
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 I missed all the Paratine. I mean, that's. I know I played you just before we went, didn't we? With Paratine, and I managed to win.
Yeah.
But my goodness, it needed some luck.
Yeah.
We're not talking just dice rolls. We're talking about matchups.
Yeah.
Aren't we?
The full matchup
Oh,
We're
yeah.
talking
today.
about luck. We're talking
Yeah.
about.
We're talking about.
Yeah, no, that's
complete-
more where the luck is.
The look of the
Is
matchup.
who you draw.
Yeah.
Because you can draw, if you draw 6 hard counters to your list,
Also as well,
you're
if you-
screwed. It don't matter how good you are.
Yeah, and
if
if
you
you've got
draw
a- if
6
you-
soft lists,
Well, if you pull a player that's completely in form and is having a flyer up until the point where you get to round 5 and you meet him and you're both on the same sort of, I've had all the luck today, I haven't rolled any blanks, neither has your opponent. It's making good on the stuff that you do finally get.
All my bad dice rolls in game 1.
Yeah.
My dice picked. I mean, I'd had a terrible January and February. Well, I couldn't have hit them.
you took my dice, didn't you?
Well, a
It was.
pair of us.
Oh, it
Remember?
was just.
We're
Oh,
going, my
yeah.
blanks.
Yeah,
It was, and he
a
had his
Yavin,
own
a
regional
Yavin,
dice,
yeah.
and I gave him my bag.
And
I
there
got
was-
a big bag of them, and I went, here, take the whole bag, keep the bag. When you're happy
Yeah.
with 6,
Yeah.
just keep them and give me back the rest.
Yeah.
Because he was, you know, where you get to that point where you actually think it's the actual dice.
We had the same thing.
yeah.
And it isn't. I guarantee it isn't. It's dice are just dice.
Yeah.
But once you got it in your head, that's it. Though you can somehow affect
Psych
them
yourself out.
Oh,
to
I-
be negative.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
it was just you were guaranteed. I mean, at Sheffield, I'd taken a slightly different version. I had the auto blaster cannon and fearlessness.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, yeah. I pincered Ryad at range 1 with both of them. Okay, fearlessness didn't proc because she wasn't pointing at them.
Yeah.
But you're thinking, oh, I've got target lock on both of her, and you're thinking, oh, she's dead here, isn't
Target
she?
lock and focus.
First
Yeah.
dice roll was 3 crits. She went, ha ha,
Yeah.
dodged that.
Yeah.
Then managed to re-roll into nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. When she should have died, she took 1 damage.
Yeah.
It was at that point you're thinking,
Okay, not
yeah,
my day.
not my day.
And you were so close to giving up the eggs just before. You'd had
yes.
such a bad
Yeah.
couple of months. Even
Yeah.
here, like
Yeah.
every
Yeah.
time, like you've got to say that someone who's kept always been consistently strong,
Yeah.
always made a top showing.
Yeah.
And then he just bottomed out completely, and he
But
just every time he come around the corner like lost again.
It was just-
you know,
How?
reporting
How would
scores.
you-
I know, and you would just start looking at him going,
Because
"No,
I
you
was
ain't."
rolling dice with no paint on them.
That's probably where you were going
reckon
wrong.
someone had rubbed the
Yeah,
sickles off the
they had.
dice at one
Oh, they
point.
definitely had. It was like, this shouldn't be happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know people blame their dice.
Yeah.
But
He had every
But-
right to blame
it,
his dice.
for 2 months,
Look,
it was just.
We went through the same stage. He came around my house, I think it was like for about 3 weeks, and we were having practice games, and you could not hit anything that I was putting on the board. Didn't matter what it was.
No.
So we've rolled this dice, and we did a little test. I said, look, just keep rolling your dice now. So roll, blank, blank, hit. Roll, blank, blank, hit. Roll, blank, blank, hit. And he goes, I'm thinking about changing out. And he pulls out this massive bag of all the regional dice we've accumulated over running all the tournaments. And I'm probably going to use some of these. And I was like, yeah, let's have a go with them. It was like crit, crit, hit, crit, crit, hit. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? Get them out! Why are they stealing your bag?
Yeah.
But yeah,
It was, yeah.
but there was a dude the other day on Facebook, he actually smashed one open with a hammer. And he showed, he smashed a couple.
Yeah.
And there was an air bubble in one corner and there was an air bubble in the other
But
corner.
they're meant to be
And it's
there.
like, that's how they're supposed to be. They're not
Yeah,
supposed to be.
someone done a CT scan.
Yeah.
Right, he works at some part of the hospital where they do that, and he CT scanned
We won't
the-
say his name, so you might
the
get fired.
inclusions in the dice, and
Starts really ill,
this
better
was-
get him in stat.
you know there was a lot of. There's been a few times over the past year where I've had to ask a couple of guys to not use their Tritex dice.
Tritech, yeah.
Right.
Tritech dice is
Because-
definite no-no
so
because
'cause-
they're not controlled.
And
in
what
any
this
way.
guy did is he's done a CT scan on Tritex, and it showed there was no inclusions.
Yeah.
And the bubbles, the inclusions are there to balance the dice.
Yeah.
To allow an amount of randomness to the
Yeah.
dice. So, because they shouldn't always roll hits or crits or blanks or
It's
whatever.
The count of the cutouts.
It's the
All
absolutely,
different faces.
absolutely. So, yeah, there definitely is.
Who was it? We were at the first Yavin.
We were running Hunger Games.
That's
weren't
right.
we?
And Nick Young come up and he went up and he goes, "Oh guys, I just bought some dice. We can all use them if we like." And we were like, "Hey, all right, mate. Yeah, cool." And when he rolled the first one, we were like, "Actually, yeah, we'll have a go with them." It was like crit, 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 crit. We were like,
I had to make a promise to him that the next time I play somebody with them, I have to say no, you can't use
yeah,
them.
sorry, mate.
Because I played somebody with them, and oh my life, It was just
They
like,
done a 1,000 dice roll
hit.
test on them,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and the numbers
bias
were
was-
so out. It's
Well, I think the
bonkers.
bias is the pictures because obviously.
It was absolutely bonkersly
Yeah.
skewed.
Yeah.
So that's why we've all got to play with official
But-
dice. So we're all
But
on a
this
level
was, this
playing
was
field.
our first. Sheffield was the first 2-day regional, wasn't it?
No,
sorry,
Sheffield.
Scotland.
Scotland.
Yeah.
It was the first 2-day regional, and I was so glad that there was after we'd finished the Swiss, we could go back to the hotel. We had a massive feast.
Oh,
didn't
we had the best. This hotel had the best
you made a
restaurant. I
massive,
touched.
massive event.
It was his
Oh,
birthday,
Oh, okay.
so he was like, well, instead of going
Is
on
that why they
holiday,
let you win? Oh.
No, it's,
it was
Well,
like
not even that.
instead
Yeah,
of
it was-
going on holiday,
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'll cough
yeah.
up and we'll go to Scotland.
Yeah.
And that's why we went to Scotland. Neither of us had really travelled.
Was it haunted?
Was it haunted?
No,
no.
Yeah.
No, that's the one the other boys stayed in. Jack
Yeah.
Mooney, I do
Yeah.
believe,
With
stayed
Nick.
in. And I think it was a ghost of Simeon came to him or something like that, wasn't it? One of us is a ghost.
They played double ghost first round and lost.
Yeah,
And then played Kane and Biggs last round and lost.
yeah. I don't think I've ever laughed as much on that first day.
I didn't get it. They said
Oh,
it to me on
the
like,
just-
a show a couple of weeks
It's
ago.
hilarious.
Oh, the poor
And
lad.
oh, how'd you do
So-
with Ghost? And I
The
was
poor
like,
lad was
yeah,
ragged.
smashing.
Really, if you want a good laugh in X-Wing, you either need to refer to or send pictures of ghosts to Jack Mooney, or, as we've discovered recently, Seb Brady and owls. So there you go, guys. Owl information.
Lots of owl pictures.
Yeah, he likes.
Feel free to send him
He'd
lots.
like you to bring a live owl around, especially when he's just woken up. That's his favourite time to see a live owl, really close up. So just a little heads up there for the rest of the community.
Because obviously there was Jack, Bob D, Ed Holmes, Nick Barker,
Nick Barker, I love
and
Nick
we kind of.
I love you, Nick Barker.
I've never laughed so much.
We
That
had
weekend
such
was-
a good weekend.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Oh,
that ghost thing's carried on. Was it Beanie Way?
It hasn't stopped.
No, Ed
No.
Holmes came dressed as a Ghostbuster.
It hasn't
he had
stopped.
the shirt on.
It hasn't stopped. It's still
Yeah.
going on now. It's brilliant.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
got tripped up by one at
Then
Euros.
Jack got scared and fell over at Euros.
Oh, is that what it was? Is that the picture of him like next to the garden?
So Lewis went up to him and literally just tapped him on his shoulder. He just fell straight back. Fell over a bin.
He's like, have you seen the wooden-legged goats?
The wooden-legged goat.
Do a search on YouTube for a wooden-legged goats.
Are you sure I'm not going to get a
No,
dirty
seriously.
picture?
goat or
It's,
ghost?
no, it's a real thing, right? Apparently, you go up behind them and you scare them, and they just go stiff as a board,
Oh yeah,
and then fall over.
yeah,
And that's their defence mechanism. They just
yeah.
and then just keel over.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
I didn't know
that's
that.
what he was doing.
Right.
Tap him and he's
Yeah.
like, oh, it goes all stiff. Oh, we'll just fall over.
Yeah, I'm dead. Everyone ignore me.
Yeah, I know.
So I mean, having that.
Stuff in
I
space.
mean,
Yeah,
getting
by
a
the way,
good.
there is chocolate cake over there, so if you wanted
Yeah.
to...
I mean, getting a good night's sleep
Yeah.
and a nice meal and not
Yeah.
having to drive for hours.
And he was great. I mean,
Oh,
the organiser was
Yeah.
epic. The venue was
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah.
They was so, like. Don't get me wrong. We did think, oh, we're going to go up there. They're going to have heard of us, and they're going to
Gonna
be
paint
like,
half their face blue.
yeah.
you morons. What have you come up here, you gamey gits, come all the way up here to Fleetside Regional.
Funny you should
Not
say.
really
And they were
racist
so
against-
Yeah, they
nice to
were.
us.
Just say that.
Are we going to make an effort to go to Iceland next?
Is that what
No.
it used
I
to
think
be?
it used to be.
I met,
It's full of
I met
Vikings.
this guy when I went to the stadium. Yeah, he's spot on.
Oh, he's
mentioned
really nice
it.
guy.
Steve,
Yeah,
Steve.
Yeah, he's spot on.
He,
yeah.
do you know what? Everyone
Yeah.
there was,
Yeah.
but all the players
Yeah.
were really
Yeah.
not welcoming.
Well,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
really
you
not.
know,
I
because
mean,
it was a
yeah.
very local regional.
Because
There
you
was
know,
all
if you'd have
the
gone up
regional
from, as
accent.
English to a football game in Scotland,
Yeah. Oh,
I'm not
yeah.
sure you'd have had the same warm welcome.
No.
But they were all so, especially when you were smashing them. It
That's
was-
well, here we go. Look, especially when I was just knocking them
Yeah.
about, like, send me another
But-
one, slap,
but on the
send me another one.
on the Sunday morning, we had our breakfast and we were about an
And
hour
that was
early,
that
weren't
was
we?
what was nice as well.
Yeah.
You had time to go and have
Yeah.
your night's sleep, have a nice meal,
Yeah.
and then the second day didn't start till
Yeah.
like 11.
So we went.
So it weren't like
So
you
you-
were
so you had the
destroyed.
luxury of just
You actually had a
sorting
chance to
yourself
wake up, get back into
and
the
we had
flow
a bit of a
things.
drive round and found we went and stood on the bridge where
Where
the
the-
Battle of Stirling Bridge with
Yeah.
William Wallace and
And I got my
Just-
arse
just
out.
just add a little bit more fuel to that fire.
Yeah, absolutely.
By the way,
I
boys,
was-
we're going to smash you
yeah.
today.
Get
Yeah.
out of it.
and then we knew
What was the cut then? What was the cut?
Top-
on the-
Top
Eight.
8.
Top 8.
and I knew before we went I got Bob D.
Ooh, okay. That's
Oh,
it.
But
Yeah.
all three of us made it.
Yeah.
So me,
Yeah.
Sim, and Kev made top 8 cut.
Sim, poor was the bridesmaid.
No, he made
No,
the cut.
he-
He made the
No,
cut.
that's what I mean. He's making the cut.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
We're not finishing it
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
His
Five
dice.
cuts ain't bad.
5 cuts ain't
Five-
bad.
He's a bit like Ollie.
Finish.
It's when they said, "You got there in 20 minutes," but that ain't enough time.
He's a bit like Ollie. He gets the cuts, and I swear to God, his dice go. I've had
Yeah.
enough. I'm
Yeah.
going home. It's too long a day.
Yeah.
Everyone
It's because
So-
he's not got a microwave close to warm them up like he does, when he...
when he's cooking his crack or whatever.
See, you give it away when you're rolling with an oven glove. You know what I mean?
that's Steve Major.
Can you guys stop with your phones because it feedbacks onto the mics? Put it on aeroplane, please. Look how they listen.
Yeah, see?
Everyone, I have 32 children.
Look how they listen.
Dude, it's because they're terrified.
Please put it on airplane,
Just because
mate.
you won the European Championship.
Yeah, so I got Bob D, and a new Bob D was running Paratani,
Oh, okay.
and did he have Concord? Had he put Concord Dawn Protector back on for that day?
I don't know.
I
I
can't-
never
I
played
can't-
him that day.
You can't change your list. From
No, because from Yavin.
No, but at Yavin he was running
He
it
didn't-
without
he didn't
Concord
have it
Dawn.
at Yavin.
No, he didn't.
Scotland.
He didn't have it at Scotland.
Okay.
So he was
Yeah.
running with the initiative bid.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
yeah. And
It was a hard game.
we rolled off for it because we're both 99 points,
Oh, yeah.
and I'm fairly sure he gave me initiative because of the pilot skill 6 with the Sarge.
Yes.
And I've played Bob D before. I played him at Nationals when he was running triple jumps, and I had the 2 IGs, and that was I beat him that day quite easily.
Don't want to say smashed.
No, it was. I think Bob did 2 shields in the first shot, and that was it for the game.
Oh,
at
was it
Nationals.
really?
Yeah, it was. He's
So
done.
he's that's the point. His
Yeah.
guy's cracked out.
And I know I've beat Paratani, but it's a really hard game.
Yeah.
Yeah, with IGs it
It's
is.
really
Once
hard.
Fen flanks an IG,
Yeah.
it's game over.
So it was. So I managed to kill Fen on. I managed to put enough damage onto him with a crit that he took Shaken Pilot.
Oh, okay.
And so next time I went one forward, called Bob's bluff, and he flew into me, and Fen died.
Yeah.
So you think, oh, that's great, he's down, but then you've got to try and
Still
get through a
got-
Sergeant
yeah.
Manaroo, and,
Yeah.
and this was the pre-nerf, wasn't it? When,
when it was
Yeah.
brutal.
And I managed to finally kill Manaroo, and it was basically, I think it was B versus a Sarge, and it was to and fro all game. Got down to the very last shot, and I realised that actually if he didn't, I think he rolled and didn't really do any damage, and I knew at that point I'd won the game and did enough points back to take that to half.
Yeah.
And it was just like
Just
I
tipped it
just
over.
sunk to my knees because it was like I can't believe it.
Yeah.
I'm at the semi-final stage
Yeah.
again. And,
So you go through semi-final into
Yeah.
a final.
No, semi-finals
yeah,
against because I won my
played
first
George.
round.
Oh, okay.
Sim lost his first
It's
round.
sweet. You didn't half like down it, didn't
Did
you?
you lose
Sim-
the I
Sim-
thought you got
You lost to the guy I played in the semi,
No,
didn't
I
you?
lost to the guy.
who played. Oh, how I played in the final. Yeah.
Oh right, okay. So anyway, I won my first round,
Yeah.
and then I'm paired against Kev.
Yeah. It's horrible, isn't it?
It's so horrible.
I mean,
so horrible.
I've only sort of been in tournaments where I've played like you and anybody that's been on the show or something like that.
Yeah, when
You
you're
play
kicking them out of a cut,
that, well,
it adds a whole
yeah,
nother
mate,
level of
yeah,
shit feeling
that's
to it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
i.e. with Euros, but
Mm.
yeah. So, and look, Kev didn't know nothing about this. What I'm going to say now.
You
But-
threw the game.
No, I didn't.
It's a very
I
good
didn't
bombshell.
throw the game, and I
Traversed
didn't
over.
cheat on any level. He set up, I set up, we set dials, we moved, I moved, he moved. Then I shook his hand and went, I concede. There was nothing to prove. He's my Wookiee. I'd won a regional. I got a buy. I got templates. I got dice. I got dice and
also,
templates
in
again.
the knowledge, I'll say it now. In the knowledge that you had a practice game before and you won out,
Yeah.
you could take it to a point where you've played another game
Oh, I'm.
and still won out in the,
I might have won.
Yeah,
I
probably-
might. You don't know.
I wasn't. No, look,
It was-
Kev was good enough with those IGs that I knew he never was going to give me. That was what he was good at doing. He weren't going to give you the window to flank on him with
Yeah.
Fen.
'Cause that-
And
it
if you
seems
get
like
in
you were
front
then
of a
in the
HLC with Fen, it's not a good place to
Crack
be,
shot.
right?
Yeah.
And
HLC,
crack
doing a
shot.
crack shot.
That's where it really buggers you up. Where he goes, oh, you dodged that first one, did you, Fen? Right, well, now my gun has kicked in, and I've got target lock, and the crack shots come. And there's no the glee in his voice when he go, crack shot, dead.
That's
Right,
another
that's
thing
it,
as well.
so-
Crack shot dead is the worst phrase in the gap. Crack shot
Oh,
dead. At that point, it was
Do
the
you know
worst.
something?
Crack shot dead.
I am actually thinking of bringing them back at some point,
Oh,
but
no.
maybe not yet. But you do. But yeah, and I've only, that was probably the second time I was close to tears, because after we played at Sheffield and here all day, I was a bit emotional at the end of that day.
Yeah, I know you
I
were.
was, I was absolutely
But you
exhausted.
still got to play a final.
Hashtag
Yeah.
real men cry
Yeah.
and pew pew.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a new website I'm
Yeah,
starting.
so then
You don't want to go there. It's over
I mean-
18s.
I mean, with George conceding, he said, right, now you've got to go on and win it, so no pressure.
Yeah.
But so I sat down and watched the two guys playing. It was Ian Sanderson
And Lloyd.
And Lloyd Bowman,
oh, who's
top bloke.
just-
Love
I
Lloyd.
met Lloyd for the first time.
Yeah, I've known
Oh,
Lloyd
what
a
a
bit.
nice chap.
Lloyd's
Yeah.
top bloke.
He was running 2K wings and bigs.
Right.
Didn't really want to play that.
Yeah.
Well, like me and Lloyd
Yeah.
played in the last round of Swiss,
Yeah.
and we both had enough to make the cut, and we both went, do you fancy just watching some games? And he went, yeah. We just final salvo it, because it don't matter. And we shook on it, we final salvoed, Lloyd won the final salvo, and then we spent an hour watching everyone's games, and it was wicked. That's how much of a
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
There's not, I wouldn't do that for every opponent I've had, but Lloyd's one of those blokes
Yeah.
where it was like, no,
Such
you're a
a
top,
top
bloke.
bloke.
Come on, mate.
Yeah.
It don't matter, it don't mean
Yeah.
nothing if you win
And-
or I win.
And Ian,
We're both in.
Ian Sanderson was running his version of the Minox special.
Yeah.
So
Right,
it
yeah.
was your Omega Leader and Echo.
Echo.
Echo, yeah.
Mess your head up.
Yeah. And they had a really tight game and Ian won it, so it was my IGs versus the Imps, and I was like, just thank you very much. I mean, I did not want to play the K-Wings.
Yeah.
Did not want to play those.
Yeah, Lloyd had 2 K-wings
Yeah.
and bigs.
Yeah.
That
and-
Empire list was a perfect match.
It was, yeah. I mean, and we set off, and I know
Oh,
there's,
do you know
there's
what?
some talk
Though?
about
Do you
parking.
know what?
I mean,
It wasn't stream, Shane, and he flew.
I
He
know
flew
what
those.
happened.
He flew those
Exactly.
Igs better than anyone I've ever seen. His opening engagement and the way he positioned himself the turn before was like, oh, you're really good with those.
Yeah.
You're
Did
stupidly
he
good
send
with
Echo
those.
off on its own?
yeah,
Yeah,
got,
but he weren't really doing anything
No,
wrong. He just
no.
wasn't. He didn't
Wasn't ready
know
for the Wookiee
that his
race, no.
IG had, instead of just 1s and 0s, there was an 8 in there as well. It was a special directive. That I was like, wow, man, that's pretty bloody
Yeah.
cool, because I wouldn't have seen that in a billion
That's
years.
that pressure code from your co-pilot that
Yeah.
just says to you, you've got to win this.
Yeah, yeah,
You're like,
yeah.
oh, you're putting that in there.
And it was just like, yeah, I mean, he shot first and did 2 shields, and I think that was it for the game then.
Yeah.
I lost 2 shields. Maybe did I do a shield back soon? 2 shields back in return, maybe?
You did 2 damage. You took the shields off Whisper first
Yeah,
engagement.
Off Echo, yeah.
And then the second engagement,
I
you
blocked.
did crack shot
I,
dead.
yeah, I blocked it with the one that shot him.
Crack
and the next
shot
one
dead.
came in and went, okay,
Crack shot dead.
yeah.
And
You
he
gotta get
killed,
it
he
before
killed
he
Echo
goes.
so quick, he wasn't ready for
No,
it.
'cause he'd
So
still got the
Yor
shuttle
and Amiga Leader
Yeah.
were out.
Yeah, and by the shuttle got to me, that was smoking,
Yeah.
and it was like then
Killed the
S
shuttle.
turned behind it, killed the shuttle, and he just went. I can't beat 2 full strength IGs with a mega
with
leader.
'Cause I can only control one of them.
I was yeah.
You know,
And he still had a crack shot at this point.
Oh, okay.
So it was
So the
no
odds are
way.
still in your favour.
Yeah,
Oh
it was.
my
Oh
God.
yeah.
So you win a regional.
I can't believe it.
I know.
I
And
got
it
to
was
a
his
final-
birthday. How good is
no,
that?
No, it wasn't my birthday.
When was your
It's
birthday?
August. My birthday's August.
It's the Queen. It's 2 birthdays.
It was his second birthday.
Now I'm the king of the
King of the
North.
North. Yeah.
I can have 2 birthdays.
There you go.
So yeah, it was my birthday.
Yeah, it was your birthday.
I thought it was your
No,
birthday.
If
no,
you'll ever
not till
be
August.
known- be known
Yeah.
as your birthday.
So you know
Yeah.
these 2 have been going on about how good friends they are.
I don't even know his
Football shit
birthday.
on it.
Wow.
Yeah. it's-
So we go along. So we go right round the table, yeah. So Sim, so you've gone to what? How many? 5 regionals,
We went to 5.
and you made the cut in every.
You went to
in every
5.
one.
I did 4.
Yeah.
Because the next
I
one
made
was
the cut in every
because
five.
the next one was Beanie.
You made the
wasn't
final at Daventry.
So the first one I made the cut was IQ with
Yeah.
Corin Miranda,
Yeah.
and I got knocked out of the cut by Paul
Yeah.
in the mirror match. And it
Mirror
was
match.
it was an initiative.
Yeah.
Whoever wins the initiative gets to drop the first Conner net
Yeah.
and wins the game because the other one doesn't get any actions after that Conner net drop.
Gotcha.
So that's who won that. Paul won the roll,
Yeah.
and I was basically like, let's see if I can throw him off.
Got
And
you.
I'll just go 5 forward boost with Corin, 3 forward, and
Yeah.
then just try and rush. And it didn't work,
Yeah.
but I wasn't going to win that matchup anyway.
Right.
But we were
Um,
putting a Warlord in the final, wasn't
Yeah,
we?
we
Yeah.
put
Yeah.
Warlord in the final.
Yeah.
And that was the first region I went to, and I got Dyson templates.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah.
Then we went, what was the next one? Was Sheffield, wasn't it?
Sheffield was
Sheffield.
next.
So next one was Sheffield, and I made top 16, and then got knocked out by Twig, running double casters.
Right. Yeah.
and didn't get anything for that. I got some bomb tokens, didn't get dice.
Yeah.
Then it was it Scotland?
Then it was Scotland.
So after
Top 8.
Scotland, I made top 8, got dice.
Yeah.
Then it was
Beanie.
and I got dice again.
Yeah.
And then it was Battlefields, and I made it to the final and
Yeah.
got dice templates.
Yeah.
Battlefield
So-
was top table all day.
Yeah,
All day. It was
Apart-
all
You
day.
set up camp there, didn't
So
you?
round
Table.
one,
Free drinks, weren't it,
Yeah.
for being on the top table?
round
or
one,
something?
I played on another table, and then after round one, every game, including the final match,
Yeah.
I was on that top table. When you were on that top table, you got a free drink and a chocolate bar.
Yeah.
I fleeced them. I absolutely.
And I made sure I had a Yorkie because that's
Yeah.
expensive.
Yeah, it was
Hand chocolate.
And it's a man's chocolate.
yeah, and I have a bottle of Coke, and like they were like, "Oh, you can clean your stuff up." I was like, yeah, "When I leave."
What about all your rubbish? I know you put a thing on
Yeah.
because I'm talking on tenor. If you can pick up your bottles
yeah.
and your things, you're like, whatever.
He got a stack of 20p's on the table.
I go next. Nope. I'm not leaving. Great
yeah.
showing.
Yeah.
You know, for I think that's probably the best you could do without physically winning
Yeah.
a
And
tournament.
then
You won everything but didn't come away with a trophy.
Yeah. So.
And then from then on, I mean, going to Warlords tournaments and I mean,
Yeah.
how did you do it, Yavin?
Yeah.
21st.
21st.
21st. I mean,
17, dude.
Just there.
I'm not being funny. I know there's a couple of other younger guys in the community,
Yeah.
but he's got to be the most consistently well-performing youth we
that's
have
the
in the
thing as well.
UK.
Because
no?
you are
I never-
still.
UK National Epic Champion.
Yeah, you will
Consistently.
always be.
Well, that's the thing as well. I've never really won a big event
Yeah.
on my own.
Only Epic
No,
Nationals.
but that wasn't official. That was a side event run by Cogger 2.
Yeah.
Supported by, that wasn't like an official FFG event.
Still.
But still,
Still.
apart
Nationals.
from that, but I've consistently made top.
Yeah.
KTC.
Yeah, but as in official, like
So
you know,
UKTC
nationals, regionals.
How many
stuff like
how many teams were in the last one when they won?
100.
You had two.
We had 53 teams.
53 teams. Of
So
3 people. That's a big
that.
event.
So it's 6 games. I won all 6.
I know you said by yourself, but to be
Yeah,
fair,
yeah.
whenever you go to a tournament, you'll never by yourself. You
No.
never will, probably will be. There will
To be
always
fair,
be a warlord there with you.
UKTC was probably my favourite, and I was running Trip Defenders.
Yeah.
And Trip Defenders is a very, you know.
Nobody did that.
It
Had
was
to have
just.
Palpatine in it.
It was pretty much just like.
Nobody
you know,
any good, did it?
everyone else that I saw playing it was trying to do fancy crap with it.
Yeah.
And basically, Triple Defenders is the turn before your engagement, you get yourself in a position where you can fire forward.
Yeah.
Next turn, you fire forward.
Yeah.
Focus evade.
Yeah.
Ride takes target lock, and you all focus on one ship.
Yeah.
And the last game of the day was against Scott Reed. And so we were against the
Hang
Reeds.
on, right, okay. So let's hang on. We'll slow down, right? Slow down. So
Because
we'll
he's
set
gone
the scene.
backwards. He's like all over
So
the gaff,
that's
isn't he?
fine. We set the scene, right? So I'm sitting there and I'm just about to start the commentary on the Rebel General Rastamace versus off against Papa Smurf.
No, Tom.
No, Tom.
He
Oh,
played
Tom,
Tom.
sorry, Tom Reed. So we're sitting there. and
Which Smurf is that? Because we've got Smurfette's Craig.
Papa
No, Papa Smurf.
Papa Smurf.
Smurfette's
Smurfette's
Scott.
Scott.
Isn't
Clumsy. Angry.
Angry Smurf.
Angry
Okay,
Smurf.
it's good.
Anyway, so we're sitting there, we're just about to start the commentary, when someone comes past doing fist pumps and, well, when the fuck are you starting your game yet? I've just beat him 100 nil.
I'd made one move. I looked across and Scott's taking a jump master off the table. It's like, you're not hanging around. are
Me
you,
and
Sim?
Tom hadn't actually set
Yeah,
up
it's
our
right, by the time
ships.
they finished.
No. We were still
was
placing rocks.
He was on a timetable.
So just final seven. No, I smashed him 100
so
nil.
basically, I set up all 3 of my defenders in one corner.
But
And I
that is
set up
Scott's way. He'll
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Straight
and he
at
set
you.
up in the middle of the board, facing, not facing forwards.
Yeah.
Facing square
Yeah.
up. And I did a couple of repositionals, and then it was turn 3, and I just went 5 forward with the 1, block 2 U-boats, one of them onto a rock, free bank, and then all of them shot at the one that wasn't blocked, killed it. The other 2 couldn't shoot.
Yeah.
Then I K-turned, killed another one in the second round, and then he conceded. And then went for a beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He come walking past.
Yeah.
Walking on defenders.
Yeah. Then I was putting my dials out for round 2.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. You were like, so should we carry on?
Reedy salted crisps.
Oh, see what I mean, everyone.
Let's just
See,
divide up again.
he picks. This is Norwich. He picks the fights.
Yeah.
I have to have them.
Fine.
I do not endorse anything
Good
that
Scott.
comes out of Simeon's
fine.
mouth.
Tom smashes me every time we play, but
Oh, I've only played Tom Reed once. I beat him, so
yeah.
well done. Onwards and upwards, though.
Yeah,
You can't let your old man have all the
I
glory.
just need to keep writing lists that make really crap ships broken.
Yeah,
A-Wing's going to be back next season, guys.
Oh, yeah.
A-Wing. Basic E-Wings.
mate. When
Black Moon Squadron pilots will be everywhere.
Got a list.
Resistance A-wings will be a thing.
Punishers.
Not Punishers. There's only one man that does Punishers. You can't take his list off him.
All the way.
Alright, Imperial Boba
We're
Fett.
going to come back.
They're
The
going to call him the Punisher.
Punisher.
He is.
That's
He
it.
is.
That's what
On
we
our
call him.
chat, he's the.
Punisher,
No
yeah.
one has their real names. He's the Punisher.
What's
But
yours
then
at the
he
moment?
started flying Punisher.
I've changed it back to the evil genius. What was it?
Mr. Tippy Cup.
What does that mean?
You know,
You know, like when I was
Tippy
a
cups are
kid?
the baby cups you can't spill because of him
Because
dropping
he
his
spilled
drink in KFC.
I was having some chicken and I basically just knocked it on the floor, went, well, I've spilled my drink, haven't I? Someone come clean this up.
Just sat there watching it.
I was
Coke
so
on the
tired
floor.
now.
While it's still fizzing.
Oh.
Watching it going.
That-
Rolls down his cheek.
Yeah, that's just like at home. Exactly the same.
What a mess on the floor.
Kept so nice he tried to catch it. So we'll move around. Benga,
Hi.
now you've travelled to most of these events
I went to every regional they went to apart from Scotland.
and made the cut
In one of them at Beanie.
Beanie.
Yeah.
Because that was quite a big thing, wasn't it? Because as we said before, if there was 8 players in the cut, 4 or 5 of them were warlords.
Yeah.
Now that was like the pinnacle of you getting to a stage then where it's like, hang on, everything that we do together in this store is actually working.
It's
we're getting
about
to a point.
together. It's not about on your own.
Yeah.
It
Exactly.
It sums it up. My first ever regional was Athena Games, punch up gate. And I've gone with this
The Royal
lot.
Rumble.
My first game was 100-100 draw to Mr. Nick Bond with those bombers.
Yeah.
And the whole day I played through and I got sim all day going, you can met cut, you can met cut, you can met cut.
It's
My
wicked,
final
man. It's
game,
the
I got
best.
these behind me just standing. I could feel it boring in my neck off because it was a time score, 1 health and mega leader, target locked on Bengar.
Yeah.
Such a close game.
Bengar
It's so good.
shooting a mega leader. I shoot first in fluff, miss.
Yeah.
A mega leader shoots, spends its lock for the kill, fluffs. I retaliate, don't kill. I do the pain bot on the last one because both on hull piece. I
Yeah.
get the hit and make cut on that.
Oh,
All you have,
nice.
the guy just sits down and goes, really? What didn't make it any better for him was him running over to me, him picking me up and swinging me about. I'm like, chill
It's
guys.
his first regional and he made a cut.
Yeah.
Then
So
next week,
sue
went to
me.
Beanie and came dead last in our Star Trek mug.
There you go.
So I'd proud, but that's what makes us, is no matter
Yeah.
the result.
Yeah. You've gone,
Still
you've had a good
proud.
laugh, you've done what you can and played and just...
We're a family at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Look, I genuinely believe that we can coach people.
Yeah.
Right?
Mate, the other
No.
day when that guy said, I'm just getting into X-Wing and I fancy going, you lucky bastard.
Right?
Your
we had-
first
we-
experience is going to the... You bastard.
We had a guy turn
Already
up.
hate
We had a
it.
guy turn up on Wednesday and he played 2 games and he come up
Yeah.
to meet us
Is that
all.
right?
And he'll be coming
Yeah.
and we've invited him. We all get together on a Wednesday night and we have team specific. So at the end of the month, Sunday, it's our team only thing. Yeah. But we'll help each other and we'll coach each other.
Mm-hmm.
Certainly, Simeon has a God-given gift with seeing evil little things in lists, and we wouldn't be a good team
I'm a
if
very good card
if we
gamer.
weren't
I cannot
gonna.
afford to play any card games. But I am a
But if I
very
could,
good card
but if
gamer.
I could,
Yeah.
they're in trouble.
So I mean, we wouldn't be a good team if we weren't like saying, like Emily today. Emily that was playing in the tournament.
Yeah.
So she has been. I have been begging her to put Comms Relay and Duke on a Mega Leader for weeks.
Yeah.
And weeks and weeks, and she finally has, and it served her well. So
But she did put jelly on the cake instead of jam.
yeah,
Did you
but
eat that cake though? It was good.
It was.
Yeah.
Was it an American?
Jelly cake was
Was it an
good.
American recipe?
Yeah.
Put jelly on.
yeah, moron. Anyway, we don't. We
Say how
don't.
you feel, mate.
No,
Don't
it's,
don't
oh, I do. Oh, I do, and they know I do, right? But I genuinely think we've all helped. Like, I've been very successful recently. You all know that. But it wouldn't be without them. If
Yeah.
I didn't have them to play
We've all
against,
come a long way.
yeah, without a doubt,
Definitely.
right? But
Definitely. When you first come on the scene and you hear the names, because we don't travel a lot to talk. We didn't because you were organising, and I just didn't travel. And you hear the names, and like from our point of view, we had Ryan Toon, who's teammate. He played. Did he play you at the Epic
No, he
Nationals?
played me.
Play you at the Epic Nationals. I got done by a 15 or 14-year-old or whatever it was at the time.
14.
And I was like, really? He was like, yeah. I was like, dude, that guy must be brilliant. And then I met you, obviously, and that kibosh down.
Yeah.
sorry, Dad. And then, but yeah, you know, the name built, and people met you, and you had other people saying, oh yeah, there's, you know, up at the Warlords or Sanctuary Gale, you know, other places around sort of this area where you guys are travelling, and then mention your name, and then we didn't meet, did we? Because
So
Kylo,
Yavin.
MK.
no,
Oh,
Kylo
MK.
rang me the night before.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kylo,
You came from
Kylo
Bacon
went.
Butty
And
in
you
the
were on the
car
phone.
park.
Oh, it's Kylo.
Yeah, Kylo
were
went.
like,
You're
mate."
going to get on with Lee. You two are just going to get on. That's what his words were.
Who the fucking hell's this?
Hello, mate.
Mate, I was like, all right, mate, how's it going? And you were like, you're not from there? What do you mean I'm not from there? You must be from London because you've got. I was, what? I was thinking, who the fucking hell's this?
Johnny was as well. So the first two regionals me and Dad went to, it was just me and Dad.
Yeah.
We were with different set of people at that point, with literally none of these.
We
Just
never
me.
been to Warlords, had we?
No, never.
We've never
so
been here.
we went to IQ, both made top 16 first regional, got shield tokens, and that was like awesome. Made a few friends. Went to Beanie, both made the cut. I made top 4. And then everyone was like, "Oh, we know them, awesome." And then there was
You'd be
an
surprised
entire
how
There's
many
year.
people know the
Yeah.
winner.
But-
I know him. He's my mate.
People were like, "All right, they're good, but they weren't that good," and we weren't that good at that
No.
point. And then we had a year, came back, and everyone hadn't seen us in a year
Yeah.
because we were just in the arse end of nowhere, and everyone else was in the capital of competitive X-Wing.
Yeah.
And we'd just been going to little store tournaments here and there. Came back a year later, and everyone was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
you're not the same people anymore."
So how long? Right.
I do love his
just a flash-
modesty. I'm going to have to
Yeah.
teach him how to
Just
speak
the
modestly.
like, yeah, we're amazing.
Oh, we're
now.
amazing
Fucking
now.
hell.
We're just bloody great. We went away for a week to like a special hardcore training camp where we only had quinoa and lettuce. And now we're like honed machines, everyone. Fear us! Fear us! Just chill with yourself. You know, we're meant like,
Hang on,
hi,
hang on.
don't all hate us now.
Me and Ben didn't get like this, eating quinoa and
Remember
lettuce.
his ability.
You had it by the pound.
What I was
You got a
saying,
spoonfuls for pussies.
Yeah, fear us.
what I was saying was that year we were pretty good. We weren't the best.
Yeah.
And then we spent an entire year. That was the year when I started running Brobots. And that was an entire year of us playing in the man cave.
Yeah, me nearly quitting because
Yeah.
of them bloody
And
robots.
Consistently playing like 6 times a day,
Yeah.
like every day.
I went away on holiday with my brother, and he said to me, "Bring some Star Wars stuff, mate. We'll have a little bit of a practice before this." We went to MK Regional.
Yeah.
We'll have a little bit of a practice. Okay, yeah, cool. So we go away. Every day of the holiday, we played 2 games of X-Wing, and every day I lost 2 games of X-Wing. Get to the region, I'm like, this is shit. Don't like this game anymore. And missed the cut by 9 MOB.
Yeah,
That time away, where you're just focusing
Yeah, yeah.
on what you're
Yeah.
doing, ignoring everything else, meta and what's
Yeah.
going on here
We
and
just
there.
playing like we just play friendly.
I guarantee you, we'll get to it, but you look at some of the wins, the big wins this year, have been left field choices, not something that's the general meta choice. Lebo, yeah, Lebo, Tel Travera,
Yeah.
instead of the Manaroo thing, Nantor's making it with
Yeah,
A weird Miranda.
a Weird Miranda,
Weird Miranda.
with a water blaster turret.
Yeah, Weird Miranda.
Just and it's those sort of key things. Those guys
to
practice
explore.
that.
You
They didn't
can't,
give a shit what everybody else
you
was
can't allow, because the rest of the world kind of hinges off the American meta.
Yeah.
And what they decide is good. Everyone else just goes, well, it's good.
Yeah.
And then if you just actually explore what's out there,
They
like
don't,
what
obviously
Nan did.
don't understand X-Wing because they don't think we understand X-Wing.
No, Levo's
Oh, dude,
crap.
the
Levo's
highlight,
terrible.
the highlight of Euros was going up to people and going, "Do you know what my list is?" And they go, "No." What is it?" I
You
go,
got Dash.
"I go Lebo," and they'd all do this.
What does Lebo do? Yeah.
They look at me like, you moron.
Yeah.
Right straight away.
Did you not have a dash? Oh.
No, I find it too hard to just fly through the rocks. I go for the easier approach of flying round them.
So you've all done really well. We're going to get to Euros in a minute. Ash, seeing your guys, because they are basically your guys. Sorry, Dad.
So we've been open 2 years now.
Yeah.
And George and Sim turned up. Was it Bacon that come first? Come one month and then brought you boys with
Do you know how we found out? It was
Rob Walker.
Rob Walker came. We used to go with us to Chimera, so we didn't really know where to go. And we used to go to Chimera, and then I'm sat at home. We went to Chimera on Saturday, and my Facebook went, Rob Walker's attending an event near you today. And I was, just click it. So X-Wing? What? I love X-Wing. I want to go to an X-Wing thing. How can that be near me? Loughborough? You cheaty bastard. Right? You what?
We'd only just opened,
Right?
really. We've not
He
been
never
in.
told us about it, and then the next month we come up here, me and Sim, and never look back.
Is this the point where you two meet?
Kev, they
No,
just
we-
met just before.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Kev come rolling
I
in
met
with-
George and Sim at Galactic Models
Right.
in Derby. First time was the Store Champs when it was the Suntier promo card.
Right.
But we chatted a bit, but we didn't really. It was the day after.
We become friends because he broke his Achilles.
Yeah.
And he had a boot on,
Yeah.
and when we finished one of the tournaments there, I went, "How are you getting home, mate?" And he went, "I'm bus." I went, "No, you're not. I'm taking you home. You're not getting home." No, but it weren't like he lived in France. He lived in Derby.
PG, I'm taking you over.
I'll take
And-
don't love your pulls.
And trust me, once I've taken you home, you'll know you've been taken home.
I'm going to break the other Achilles.
And that's where the life debt came in.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Life debt.
Yeah.
Wookie life debt.
Yeah.
And you invited me. You said we're going to a tournament at. Was it the following Sunday or was it the next day?
Something
Can't
like
remember.
that.
He said going to a tournament at Weekend Warlords. Do you want to come? I said, I'm not sure I'll be able to get there. And he said, oh, don't worry about that. I'll take you.
Yeah.
Those were the days.
And the friendship was made.
Yeah.
And these guys just.
I
So
remember.
going back to you, now
Basically,
these
George and
selfish
Sim at
players
the
keep
end.
taking over.
George and Sim at the end of it were just like, we'll be back next month. And
Yeah.
it's just as simple as that.
And
Wasn't
then
it?
never
Just like,
left.
yeah, we're coming back.
You've
And
never
then
been able to
George
get rid of them.
came to the next event, and then George says about like Kev, George and Sim, make sure you save us a ticket.
Mm.
And yeah,
It's a
now they just
recurring
won't go
save,
away.
really, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
The first time we met you was at Store Champs at the other store in Loughborough, and you
No,
and Stuart were
basically what
together.
it was, there was another little comic book shop at the side of Loughborough, and me and Stu.
Yeah,
Got
speak
shout.
up a touch.
Okay, sorry.
That was Sim
yeah.
being your dad there.
Me and Stu.
We're cool.
No, they're two brothers because
Oh,
they
yeah.
fight like brothers.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, they do.
Sorry,
Yeah,
sorry,
me and Stu were not long ago
12
into
o'clock.
X-Wing. We wanted to run it and we didn't really have anywhere to do it. So we approached the owner and he said, yeah, that's fine, yeah, go for it, you can do it. So he ordered the kit because we couldn't get it ourselves. And he prepped nothing. He'd done nothing. So it was literally all us sorting the tables out, sorting everything out for it. And this is when obviously George and Sim rocked up. And I think you were running your dash.
I was running Dash and Corin.
No, yeah, she
I
walked in,
fell
yeah.
in love with his dash as soon as I saw it. But yeah, that was the first time we'd met.
He was a Jedi. Remember, I kept telling you.
Yeah,
Corin
he
just
did,
kept.
yeah.
He's a Jedi.
He's a
I don't know if you know.
Same as Cocker
Yeah,
He's
same.
Jedi.
He's a Jedi. Watch this.
Watch this. Even changes the dice, right?
Yeah,
before
look,
your
oh,
eyes.
he's a Jedi.
So,
George's infamous little hand wave.
Yeah.
on sides.
so from your point of view, Ash, sorry, from your point of view, watching the team grow,
Yeah.
what's it been like from your point of view? Yours and John, just sitting
Yeah,
there and
you
you're
can't
thinking, this
imagine,
little thing
like,
is just like,
I mean, I've been managing the store for 2 years now. Like John's the owner. He's not here right now. He's had to go back to the wife and kids. But what we started with, we loved X-Wing it. We've always championed it. You know,
Yeah.
we've been pushing it since the day we opened. We adore it. We've always had it on the shelf. And then I think that kind of gravitated. Everyone started to come and play it because of that, because we all loved it.
yeah,
And then the tournaments started to get better. And obviously, when you've got the calibre of players, like especially Sim, the first time Sim walked in,
yeah,
he was already the epic champion
yeah.
when he came in here.
He
Did
was.
he tell you that though?
I-
He
I-
did.
I-
When he was playing in the
Yeah,
Epic,
yeah,
when he was playing in the Epic, I was playing in the Imperial Assault.
Right, okay.
So I was at the same event,
Yeah.
you know, and we'd literally just opened our doors then. And
Yeah, yeah,
because I'd already pre-booked my ticket, you know,
Yeah.
I took the weekend off to go there.
Yeah.
And you know, I'd heard there's this little kid over there who's just smashed everyone,
Yeah.
like, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
just
And it was
ruining
great. Yeah,
everybody.
exactly.
I
it was
won
crazy.
Warlords for the first 4 weeks.
Yeah,
4
but
tournaments.
they just came down and
4
smashed.
talents. Yeah, it was just like because the
One
store-
after the
once
other,
store
after the
started
other, after
growing,
the other.
People like had come down and be like, I heard there's like some good competition.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
People got
Yeah.
a taste for it. They were like, oh yeah, no, like I want to play these guys.
Yeah.
And
Still a
yeah, I
thing
mean, we had
today,
some,
yeah.
they were great. The tournament started out really, you know,
Yeah.
brilliant. Like
Yeah.
some really good events here. And, yeah, and
We
now
get
they
a
just
few names from quite far away.
yeah,
Just-
and people have travelled
just
to
play
come
the-
and
yeah.
play the guys. You
Well,
know,
yeah.
that's what they do.
Well,
They
yeah.
headhunt.
We'll
Yeah,
travel,
yeah,
we'll
that's
travel.
why the bounties are out
for
there.
what, 2 hours?
Yeah, about 2 hours. He comes.
Yeah.
And yeah, the team came around when we kind of the guys were going UKTC.
I wanted t-shirts.
And
Well,
Jordan
it was
wanted
a
t-shirts,
bit before
Warlords.
that, wasn't
They
it?
come to me and said, you know,
It was a little
I
bit
want- we
before-
want
it was a
to
little
make
bit
Warlords.
before.
The first time I had t-shirts was Firestorm Games in Cardiff last
Yeah,
year.
yeah, but they said, you know, I'm
Yeah.
at UKTC, we're going to be the weekend Warlords when we go. It was like, yeah,
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah,
And you
brilliant.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do this. Like, and then the team just grew.
But it's not-
Grew and grew.
It's not a conventional team. It's the one thing I must stress, and I hope that's what people see when we're at a tournament, that we're not a conventional team. Warlords is my family.
Yeah.
They're my kids or my brothers and sisters,
Family
right?
Definitely the key word.
Right? And you don't ask to join Warlords.
Yeah.
You get invited.
Yeah.
You won't
Right?
get in.
It's simple. There is no way. You can't just come, I want to be a Warlord. That's
We
lovely.
get no end of people
Right.
come in and say, I want a t-shirt, how do I join? I'm like, well, you've got to
You-
turn up
no.
here and play, and then maybe
You
get
need
asked
to
be a
come,
part of it.
you need to involve yourself
You know,
with the family,
definite eye
and you
opener for
need
me.
to prove to the family.
Yeah.
And this is like when someone joins,
Yeah.
everyone has a say,
Yeah.
right? It is not a case of someone wants to join, they join, they're really good. It doesn't mean nothing. What means
is nothing.
something is your personality and who you are. So if you come with the right headspace
Yeah.
and you want the right things from being part of
You
that
want the experience
family,
of being part of it, not
we eat together,
yeah.
we play together,
Yeah.
we do everything together. It's more than game.
Yeah.
It's more.
A definite eye opener for me. Went to nationals last
Yeah, last year, yeah, because I bought you the ticket.
and you kindly sort of took me under your wing for that tournament. So we get together and we're standing there, we're all talking and everything like that. And you personally, George, called everybody together. Right, lads,
Still do.
before this kicks, and you gave everybody the same speech. You know, you shake hands.
They still get
you
it.
do this, you do that, you do that. And I was sat there going, oh, this is amazing.
The
Because-
same, the Just Play guy. I went and met some other game store
Yeah.
owners at an stadium there, and the guys from Just Play come to me and said exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
They were like, you know, Rasta took them all to the side and said, right, you know, behave yourself,
Yeah.
shake their hand, look them in the eye,
Yeah.
have a good game, make sure they have a good game,
Smile.
let's
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
And that was it. And you know, everybody else in the room were like,
Yeah,
You know,
literally, I stood there, and you know, it's a definite eye opener because other teams that you witness, it's just they get together, they mill around in a corner, they talk about what this is. Some of them don't even share what they're doing with each other, and you kind of go, "Oh, what's mate you playing?" And he's, "Oh, I don't know." And he's looking at his track, "Mate, he's your teammate. Surely you have an inkling of what he's doing." And you know, standing just as a bystander, just standing there watching it, thinking, "You know, that's all right."
Oh, I mean, look.
because you know how the driving force behind the day of how it's going to turn out, and we'll get to the epitome of it later on, but we will get there. But you know, that whole ethos that you stand there and watch, and you think that's probably the way to do it in this day and age, the way the game's going, it's best to have that mentality of one of the leading teams now in the scene, if not the leading team in the scene.
Okay, thank
Right,
you.
and staying there and just saying, look, don't be a dick. That's the main rule. Don't be a dick. Shake the hand, smile, enjoy your games. Try and make your opponent enjoy his game as well. Whether you're kicking his arse or losing.
Do you know, if you punch someone in the face, generally it doesn't have a good reaction.
No, that's right.
If you give someone a hug
Yeah,
and a kiss
you might get a punch
and a
in the
piece of cake, right, you generally find it has a good reaction.
Yeah.
So it is just a case of you get paid for your works.
Treat people as you want to be
Right,
treated.
and there you go.
You know.
So if you lot can't, if people that want to be in the team can't do that, don't come be in the team. Simple.
tell.
That's it.
As soon as they get here, especially the newer players, you can kind of tell They come and they want to play. You can tell some of them want to win. They come from a gaming background and they're like, well, the Warlords are winning. I'll join that team because I'll win. I'll be a trophy winner. You know, we'll be the best. And we can tell them, and they can walk in and they can play a game with us, and that they probably ain't going to get an invite, to be honest.
Yeah.
You can just tell
I mean,
what
and
they're
up
about.
front-
They
and
just
up
want to
front-
win something.
Yeah.
But then there's someone who comes down and just wants to learn and just wants to have fun and be. He doesn't want to win trophies.
Yeah.
He just wants to be
Part of a team
part
and be able to play games.
Wants to be together.
2 people here today.
Yeah.
Well, look, I hope you don't mind. I'm going to speak about Dink. I hope you don't mind, right?
Don't
Dink.
dare make me cry.
Yeah, I was going to say, don't say his actual name.
No.
Yeah.
Look, Dink
Should you
touched
want
on.
to know
Dink touched on that he suffers from anxiety,
Yeah.
and so what we do as we all have little bits of our personalities that are not particularly strong, and other parts that are very strong that compensate. So what we do as a group, as a family, is the stronger parts of each member's personality will compensate for the weaker part of the other member's personality.
Yeah.
So we work as a family unit, as a one.
Yeah.
That's why you all hear me say one love all the bloody time for everything. It's because I mean it. You can't go to war on your own. You know, you need a coat made up of lots of bits of armour. Then you're protected, and that's what the Warlords do. If
Yeah.
one of us needs the other one to do something for them, we'll do it for them. And that's not earned by their results or by their achievements. It's earned by how they carry themselves.
Yeah.
So
All right, so if we, hang on. So Steve, how long have you been a Warlord?
6
About
months.
6 months.
About
And you've
6
gone
months.
through. You've gone through
About
this
6
process,
yeah.
unbeknownst that it was a process, but you've gone through this. Where you've come down the club, you've been playing X-Wing, and you've been invited into the team.
And it was simple that everyone went, well, what do you think about Steve joining? Yeah, wicked. Played him,
So,
top bloke.
yeah, there's a group chat.
Yeah.
And once you're in the team,
Yeah.
your name gets added.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you get this ping. You're like, oh, I've been added to a group.
7,000
Yeah.
messages.
Yeah.
And we're all lists from Sim.
No,
This is pretty good.
Just before that person's invited into the
Yeah.
group chat, a message will go up from someone saying, oh, you know,
I think so-and-so
such and
should
such
be.
and stuff. What do we reckon? Are they going to get in? Yeah, okay. And you get a few messages. Yeah,
We'll
yeah,
ask
yeah.
Dink this as
Add
well.
them.
So,
And
what
it's
was
that
your? When was the occasion that you got invited in?
It was the starter day that we did, wasn't it?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
like, I was here demoing another game. I was demoing 40k
Yeah.
with a friend of mine who's also on the team now.
Yeah.
And at the time, we were basically he had taken over the demo, and I had Ben, Rasta, the Wookiee, Sim
Yeah.
stood on the table next to me with a mat set up with these ships out, some baby blues and some fangs and stuff like that. And I've always loved Star Wars, and I was kind of vaguely interested in the game.
Yeah.
And so Sim and Rasta were like, tell you what, you have a quick demo game against Sim, just see what you think
He's
about
going to
it.
smash it just to show what's like. What's going to happen, you know, for the next few months.
And then I literally played this game, and I was amazed by it. And we ended up, me and you went up in the top corner, didn't we?
Yeah,
and
'cause you
ended up
borrowed-
playing like another 3-4
You took the
games.
fans off
and
me,
I
didn't you, to
borrowed
find
your
Power
fans.
Ranger list.
And then, you know, and then next thing I know, I had, because I've known Ben before the team, I had a text from you the next day,
Yeah.
and then a phone call saying, you know, look, I've spoken to some people. You're going to get a message
I know
on
some people
Facebook.
that
This
know
sounds
that.
so dodgy right now.
You're going to get a message on Facebook.
Yeah, Bengal's bounty's here.
You're going to get a
Who's
message
about
on
to go through
Facebook.
initiation.
Accept
Just
the
accept
message,
it.
accept
Yeah.
stuff, and just, you know, see
See
what
what
happens. And next thing I know, I'd
Your
gone
life
into
is
this team.
ruined.
No, I'd gone into this team
Your
chat,
weekends are.
and you know, they were just like, "Welcome to the team," and I was just like,
And next
What?
thing,
Yeah.
bundled into a car and being driven to Huddersfield.
Yeah.
Straight in. Yeah, Dick was
Push the
out.
deep
And
end.
yeah, you're coming with us.
Yeah.
They took him with them.
"Yeah." I had no idea I was meant to be going to IQ until like.
Certain personalities
before.
just click, like Paul Smith.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
met
legend.
Paul. We
Yeah,
met
yeah,
Paul
yeah.
at Chimera before me and him had ever played a game against him,
Yeah.
and there was just something about
Yeah.
Paul.
Yeah.
And it was his first.
And I mean,
tournament.
so like you know,
Yeah.
we like come round my house
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
I know I like you.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
something- you're really
Me, you can be
honest.
friends. You should
Yeah.
go to my house.
No, but
We are going to be friends.
a
You should
really-
come anyway.
a really honest
We'll
soul.
bring you to my house.
Well, he had a
You're
buy.
coming to my house.
Well, Paul had a buy in the first round at that tournament, and he came and watched you play.
Yeah.
And then
We had some Pete's
So
that go
yeah, and then he won his next two games and played me in the final.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like you said to me, I'm bringing him down. Didn't you
Yeah.
say, I'm bringing this lad Paul down? He's
Yeah.
wicked.
He's
Yeah.
wicked.
That was it.
I remember, so his first tournament, he rocked up and he was like, "Yeah, it's my first tournament."
Yeah.
And then after the day came out, we all walked out and we all go, "Do you fucking was lying about it being his first
Yeah.
tournament.
Is he a bit of a sharp? This
Yeah,
bloke?
yeah.
yeah,
I
yeah.
guarantee it wasn't his first tournament.
Yeah.
And then we
Well,
got
but-
to know him and he was
Yeah.
like, oh, generally.
Gen-
And
generally,
he just,
like,
he
I was
clicked with the
crapping
game that
myself the
well.
whole
I think
time.
he was a bit like, I think he'd come from a 40k background.
Right, yeah.
And so he'd never met
Magic as
anyone
well.
that was genuinely so
A
like,
nice
but-
person.
but we'd looked at his list and went, oh, why don't you try this? Why don't you try that? Why don't you do it? Genuinely going, oh, it serves me not to give you bad advice. All that's going to make me is a worse player. Whereas,
we said it on
In
the show a
40K,
few weeks ago.
they're
If you
gonna
play a
outlive your
guy,
list.
no, exactly.
Because
yeah,
you smashed it.
if you play a guy and you're a twat in your first game, then you're developing a twat that you're playing because he thinks that's the way to act.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, if you don't explain to him like I'm doing this fire control system, Craig Reed's a perfect example. He will literally tell you every little thing that he's doing in his game.
Yeah.
You know it all. You don't
Because
have to- all right,
he's not going to
it's
get
great.
anything out of just seal clubbing someone
No.
that don't know the rules.
No.
Where is
Yeah.
the joy in that?
But the joy of actually playing someone at that sort of level, when they can actually explain everything they're doing and still beat you, even though you can see it all coming,
Yep.
and you think over the end of the game, all right, you don't need to tell me, mate. But a new player is going, really? How does that work? So the next time he turns up, he's got some.
Paul has a natural flair for the game.
Yeah.
I don't. He just.
Well, he's won a region.
Well, he-
He'd
But with
been
the
he'd been
ships-
playing for like 2 weeks and he just went, I'll play power paces.
yeah.
You were like,
Solidly. He was just like,
Okay.
the only thing I'll play
Going in
power
and out.
paces and trip paces.
Yeah.
In a matter of dengaroos and trip jumps, he just went, I'll take Karnor, Fell and the Inquisitor.
Yeah. Who does
That's
that?
last year, wasn't
32.
it?
He went to.
got
He
some
went.
big mimbles
He
that
went.
way.
He went
Oh,
to
yeah.
nationals with 3-6. Yeah, he went to nationals with 10 hit points.
Yeah.
His whole 10 hit points.
The
His
only
whole
other-
list.
See, the only other one that can top is Caden.
Caden Jones.
Yeah, but he's like a Caden.
Yeah.
He's like a Caden.
Where's the rest of your list?
He's like a Caden, and he could fly those
Yeah.
ships just on a
Caden's
different
beautiful
level.
hair, you've got to say.
He has got beautiful hair. However, I'm not impressed with no beard.
No. What's
Yeah,
wrong
Ash-
with taking the beard off?
Yeah, I don't know.
Coming back.
These, yeah,
I
yeah.
like it when you said about the cap. Does it come with a beard for the wearer? Does it come with a beard when you wear it?
Yeah, no. But
I'm going to get one of the sew-on ones first. Just for when I
Just
get
get the woolly hat one, yeah.
We're gonna do a GoFundMe for it.
There we go. Go find me. Throw Ash's beard back.
someone needs to learn to knit
Yeah.
so we can
Emily
knit.
knit.
We've got Emily for
Does
that.
Emily
Emily
knit?
knit.
We need a beard for Ash.
Emily knit.
What
So-
can't you do?
So the question goes out, Steve. Now, you're in the team. Now you've had the invite. You're on the messages and all that kind of thing. Any regrets?
No regrets at all. It's been
No.
great.
Hell no, it's my family.
Yeah.
Literally, these guys are taking care of me from like.
It's
day
great.
one.
So you can't have a better advert than that. You know that you've got the veterans and the newer people, and you're all on the same page, saying it's basically like family. You know.
From joining, I have, especially Rasta, as much as he may not like to say, I've looked up to these guys.
Yeah.
And being taken.
What a team to
to
start in, though. You
Yeah, yeah.
There was a lad today
Not
who
you,
played
Bengar.
his
You're that
second
uncle
or
that no
third
one-
ever game of X-Wing,
Yeah.
round one. You're playing George, and he's like, "All right."
He has
Did
no
he just
idea
win
who
Europe?
he is.
Yeah,
Did he
yeah,
just
yeah,
win
yeah.
European Yeah. What? Your second game?
Yeah.
You're gonna like
Yeah,
this.
go on.
Oh,
Yeah,
And what have you
poor
brought?
sod.
Yeah.
And poor sod. Paul's giving Fat Dash, Super Dash, and Super Po. And I'm like, oh my god, do you know how much synergies you have to remember? on this?
Yeah.
And the poor
Well, I'm
sod.
going to say it once. I can't explain it again because we've only got an hour-long game.
Yeah, no, and love him to bits. He done this one move. I'd killed Dash in 2 rounds. He'd done 1 shield, I think, on Lebo. And then he brings Poe in, and he does this move with this 2 bank with Poe towards the board edge. And I look at it and I go, change dial. And he went, what? I went, I know you're not meant to. I went, but put another move down. He went, why? I went, 'cause you're off next turn.
Yeah.
He went, what? I went, you're off. And I showed him. I put the 1 template at the end of the manoeuvre. And then the hard to went, look, you're off. Change your bloody dial. I haven't seen nothing. He was like, are you serious? I went, change your dial.
Oh yeah, I've done that. In
I
many
was
a
like,
game.
I am
You've
not.
got to the point where you've got to look, don't do that, mate. Let's just hang on. Let's just
Just
Take
stop
that move
us.
back.
Let's-
Rewind.
Did you really want
Rewind.
to do that action? You'd have been better doing that action.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm all right if you want to take it back this time because let's just think about it. You know, if it is somebody's like,
When it's a newbie and it's their
it's their
war.
first sort of few games, you kind of go.
Do you know what?
Let's just slow down a bit.
If
Just
there
like-
are newbies listening and they do want to come up to Warlords for a tournament, don't let the top players that are here put you off, because none of us, especially the top players in the room, none of us will cheat you out of anything.
Well, that guy-
We will help you. We will make
that
sure
guy
you
Ben.
don't miss a single time in
so,
queue.
Yeah, Ben had come
Yeah.
over from Black Dragon, which is another shop in England, and he said they don't I don't believe they have X-Wing tournaments there, so he made the journey to come here. Like, and this was his first ever like real X-Wing tournament.
Yeah.
So just come rolling in today, got a fully painted list,
Yeah.
totally nice guy.
So he rocked up, he explained his list, I explained mine. I was like, why haven't you got a talent on Hull?
This is right, in game one this is against
He
you. Yeah.
goes, and you'd already called start of
Yeah.
round. I goes, why haven't you got
An
you got an
EPT?
EPT on Hull? He went, I haven't got any cards for that. I was like, well, you can have, how many points you got? It's like 100. I was like, well, you've got
Trick shot.
You've got adaptability, you've got trick shot, you've got
Score
settle
settle,
on there, you've got a turret on there.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, I haven't got that. I was like, oh, you get trick shot on there, you get an extra dice if you shoot through a rock. It's like, does that sound good? He went, I was like, it's better than what you got, so just have a go. It's
Yeah.
like, I haven't got the card.
Yeah.
You
Free.
just use it.
Yeah.
Don't
Go
say
back
it.
on.
I went out back off on scribble trick shot at the bottom of his list. He was like, yeah, cool, done.
Yeah.
And, you know.
Well, we normally say to the new guys, if you want to fly something that you've not got,
Just
either messages on the board on the Facebook page.
We have the same
One of us will have it
experience with
for
Imperial
you.
Assault. That building a map with Imperial Assault is a fucking nightmare.
Yeah.
And unless you've got all the expansions, because there's a map from each of the expansions. So if you the first time we went to, we were like, shit, we have to build maps and all that. So we messaged the store, and the store went, look, everybody that was coming went, don't worry, I've got free mats, I've got free mats, I've got free mats, and everybody went, don't worry, we've got mats. And we were like, oh, thank God for that.
We still ended up having to build a map.
Oh, we
though.
did in the end, yeah.
And by the time we finished building that map, the national champion had finished his game.
Yeah.
Because it's part of setup.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Right. Oh.
So, but yeah, so the ethos is amazing. So we'll move on from our great warlords, huh? You can all sort because you've got to fit out the door when we're done. We're going to Euros. Okay.
That was amazing.
This is we're gutted that we couldn't be there on the day. But I sent the message out to all of you about getting photos and stuff like that, and I got stuff back from everybody really. You know, so thank you for that. Did you all carry on with your lists that you've been using for regionals?
No,
No.
no.
No,
None.
not one person.
I've blown mine
Quite a good break.
twice.
weren't
Yeah,
they?
there was a
Yeah,
fair,
quite a
there
good
was a
break
couple months,
in
yeah.
between. So I mean, they've messed around with all sorts.
Yeah.
There was a nerf or two.
So if we go with Bengar,
Hello.
was you flying Bengar?
Bengar and Sim Rao. And I literally flew because he painted up the Sim Rao shit.
Right.
I painted the Bengar shit.
This is the pink one.
The bright pink jump.
And they've
Fabulous
and
one.
they've both got a promo done by Jake Bale.
Yeah,
one
yeah.
of Bengar
Yeah,
in his
one
pink
of-
armour, and one of Sim Rao
Yeah.
In his armour.
in his armour with flying as Fen Rao and as Dengar.
Yeah.
And I
So
had more fun flying that list just because it's going to sound silly.
brutal. It's terrifying.
And
It's
it's
the
been
way
refined
drawn.
by the evil genius
Yeah.
to something more terrible for tomorrow.
It's horrible.
You're going to be experiencing the range 1 bazooka.
Even that sound, even yeah. I was gonna say.
Oh, I'm feeling a little bit flustered, everyone. Oh.
This is where we do the director's cut, right? Honestly, flying that list meant more because I literally, and this sounds stupid, it's exactly what George says to teams about. I've got a teammate literally as my wingman, and no word of lie, he was 5 tables down every damn game, and every time he killed something, it was just like, hi then, just shouted out.
His opponent had turned around and go,
What?
who just killed me?
Sim Rao.
Simeon just killed you. And then Ben would pop up and go, Sim, and I go, yeah, it was me, sorry.
Best, if it was the best one, I took a pack of Bengal cards to give out because anyone I had a good game with deserved one. I ran out after like 3 games because I'd already given loads out to this lot. And the best one had to be Lewis Witham from the Witham.
Witham.
Witham? I don't know how to pronounce
The
his
ginger
name.
twat.
Always
Is
with
that
them.
cool? Wait.
The ginger Cheerio
In my
lover.
first game, was explaining his list to the opponent. You know, obviously he was like, "Who the hell's that?" He went, "It's Bengar. Just turn to your left." He turns to me and went, "Him." He was like, "Oh yeah." Everyone who
I
got
won't shoot back at you, I promise.
it just meant more. I had such a kick. Just got and the teenager who refused to die to 3 jumps.
Yeah. That's what you're there for, mate.
Stubborn teenager.
I'm not getting up yet. Bugger off.
Wasn't
Yeah, he slept until 1 o'clock the other day. I got him up.
Well, it was 3.
3, okay, 3 o'clock. He got up. I went in his man cave. He sat on his chair playing a computer game. Went, you think you can just sleep all day and then spend all day sat on your ass? And he looked at me like this and he went, Yeah, why not?
Yeah. Mate, my lad Alfie is
Got nothing to
exactly
do.
the same.
I've got nothing to do.
Go
He's
get a
different.
fucking job.
I tried to get him on, he's too young.
My lad is 13, yeah, and he will do the same thing. Wake up at lunchtime, come downstairs, look in the fridge, nothing. Mum, blah, 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 blah. She'll go, don't worry, I'll make you a bacon sandwich. I'll bring it up to you.
I know.
That
And
morning.
then he's sitting there playing his game, and all you can hear is him shouting to his mate. He's got a headset on. He's shouting to his mates. Oh, you may as well open the window. Take the headset off. They'll hear you from fucking down the road. I'm a proper old man now. I'm my dad. You know what I mean?
Dude, you're not the only one.
That's it. You kind of just put the
I
shirt
even
off.
clipped my
Fuck, I
belt,
just
my
said
keys
that.
onto my belt and everything.
So I woke up at about 3 and then about 2 and I was kind of in and out of sleep. And then the only reason I woke up is because I got woken up.
Right.
So I woke up about 3 o'clock.
How
half 3.
inconsiderate.
Was it the
Went in
sunshine?
and I was like,
Who doesn't wake
we
him
had
up?
curry last night.
Yeah.
I think there's some left. Heated up a curry, had the curry, went and had a wash. It was about 4 o'clock and I was like,
Go back to bed.
go back to bed. I'm done for today.
So okay, so we'll go on to list. You didn't play. You were poorly.
Euros.
Yeah.
You
Played
played
Euros.
day one.
Euros, sorry.
I was very badly when I played. I took
So-
Fire Spray Punisher.
Oh, right.
He's
okay.
a legend.
Hang on.
No, Imperial.
I was going to
Fire
say,
Spray.
didn't Imperials have fire spray?
Imperial Calf and a
You know, a
Punisher.
pilot
What's
skill,
Imperial Calf?
Yeah,
Exactly, no-
And you
Cancel
take
a
a
bit,
stress.
take a stress, yeah.
No one remembers.
Yeah.
I would forget the shit out of that.
Yeah, so did I. And he was smacking me about with it.
It's like, and a Punisher, it's like, what's that
What?
shit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing to say as
Definitely.
well, he's an absolute machine for surviving through how long the first day was.
Yeah,
and
day
the
one at
Saturday.
Euros,
Yeah.
there was
My health's
a
bad
lot of
anyway.
Yeah.
I had to take a lot of medication to get through day one because
Right,
of a big
okay.
break.
Yeah.
I was very close to having to drop before game 2.
Oh, okay. Because right, okay, we'll go
I
into
could
that.
barely fly.
Let's go into that now. So you played your first game,
Yeah. At
Eventually.
12 o'clock.
Yeah.
12, half
and
12.
when was
Yeah.
the start?
Well, we got there at 8:30.
That's registration.
Meant to
Yeah.
start
No,
at 11.
no, registration started at 9.
10.
10.
10.
It was
So
10.
They moved it back.
Yeah.
It was meant to be round start at 11.
Yeah.
And it ended
Okay.
up being about 12. Quarter past
What was the did they give you any reasons for that?
It was
or
extra
just
security checks
Yeah.
and
because of what
confusion
happened in
with
Manchester?
confusion with people booking multiple tickets under one name.
Yeah, who books 4 tickets under one name?
Kev.
I'm
They
in
did-
charge of all the credits.
Exactly. Yeah, I've got Imperial credits.
They did put out a warning about security checks
Yeah.
holding things up.
Yes,
so
they did.
you know that went
Yeah.
out a couple of days before, didn't it? Everyone got the email saying
Yeah.
that turn up
Yeah.
early, and then people
come
still
soon.
turn up late.
Which, to be fair, you're probably more thankful that they took the time to
Yeah,
do it.
yeah,
Of
yeah,
course.
Do you know what they were doing? Their
Don't begrudge
jobs.
them that.
Yeah,
No,
no.
not at all.
Do you then, as an organiser, say, make sure you're here?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah,
They
did.
did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But
didn't.
people just
They
ignore it.
said
So-
make sure you're
there were
allowed like
loads
an
of
extra half an
notifications.
hour or
To
something.
get through
Loads of
security.
To get through
So
security
everyone
to
was
be there on
told
time.
about the check.
Registration was
Everyone
meant
was
to
told.
end about 11. but
Right.
People were entering the door at 11.
Okay.
Turning up at like 11:15, thinking, yeah, so I'll get through security, get registered,
Get in the queue.
Get the tickets.
get the
Well, how long
tickets, and
Did
get
they wait
set
for
up
2
in
hours
15
now?
minutes.
Yeah.
When
These
it
are
took-
clever people.
Yeah.
Most learned people.
Yes.
Okay.
They've got leather-bound
So
books.
you
and-
start your first game. You play your first.
You love it in the table, don't you?
Sorry,
Told
dads.
everyone off.
God.
Oh.
Look at me. I know it's night now, Sim. Me and you, mate. Solid. You two.
I haven't banged the table yet.
They're still telling you off. So you play your first game. Then there's a massive breakdown, isn't there?
Something
Yeah.
went wrong with the software.
It keeps
They were
deleting.
looking at
Yeah.
lunch break to
Right.
try and
Lunch.
fix it.
Right,
But
okay.
unfortunately, they needed more time.
But-
So it was like a 3-hour.
I mean, I don't blame any of the
No,
TOs,
no.
but a little bit more information
Yeah.
rather than rumour and.
Rumour's the worst thing
No.
because this is broken.
Yeah.
They're not going to be able to do this. That's broken. Oh, I
Did
learned
they say,
this.
oh look, go and
They
walk around the
basically
expo for half hour?
No.
No,
No.
that was the thing where they
Yeah.
messed up.
So,
They let us know
so
what
what
was
happened
going
is they went, go for lunch, be back when we've told you
Quarter
to be.
past 3.
And then they were like, alright guys, something's gone wrong, wait around for a bit, we don't know how long it's going to be. And then they were like, alright, 5 minutes, and parents were up. And then everything crashed again, and it was another hour.
But
So people
They-
didn't have the chance to
they
go and do
could have
stuff.
gone right. Go and look
Yeah.
around there.
I-
and we'll update
The thing was,
Facebook.
it kept going wrong,
Yeah.
so they didn't know.
I think, yeah.
Or even a message. There's a channel system there.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but
X-wing. You know,
I
half
can
an hour
understand why
call.
they didn't want to wandering off.
let you go with the time.
Because
to get
then,
back.
you know, once they did get it going, God forbid, they get it going, and then there's just people
There's
not
no
there,
one
and then
there,
it changes everything, and the pairings are wrong, and you ain't got an opponent, and they got to stop,
Yeah.
and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So,
But a bit more info.
no, I get that, but I do
Yeah.
genuinely believe, and I spoke to Vince, and I spoke to Alec, and I spoke to Alex, it was just out of their
Yeah, yeah.
control.
Yeah.
Don't blame any of them.
So, and,
Because I'm going to say now, there was a post on American website. Oh, problem at the Euros. Oh, they obviously need this. Just fuck off.
Just,
Stop, leave us alone.
When you're running an event that's more than 60 people, it tends to
Yeah,
get
that's
a bit
it.
hard.
If you've only got 60 people in your event, it takes you 10 minutes to input people.
when you got 360,
Yeah.
it's a little bit
It's a little
different.
bit more
6,
time
12,
consuming.
18, 24, 30. We had 6 times their number
Yeah.
they did at one
Yeah,
of their
yeah, yeah.
opens in one room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but by the way, it was a bit annoying. A little bit more information next time will
Yeah,
be
it would have
the
been nice,
most.
yeah.
You know, even if it's
just
just,
to,
like
just to
we haven't got
quell,
a fucking clue.
do you
it's
know,
gonna be an
just to
hour.
quash the rumour.
Yeah, everybody,
Yeah.
we haven't got a fucking clue. We're working
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah.
It's going to be
So
an hour.
that's why Steve was struggling, because second game started at gone 6.
Yeah, and of course,
I was sat around doing nothing for
Yeah.
all the time, and it broke me.
yeah,
We
Yeah.
were. I was running the store on the day,
Mm.
so I wasn't down there, and obviously keeping up with the team as much as you could.
Mm.
And it was like, we don't seem to be getting any updates. Something's gone wrong. Like, I
Yeah.
wonder why no one's reported no scores.
Yeah.
It turns out they ain't playing any games.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like when it finally comes through, it's like game 2's on now. It's
Yeah.
insane. Like, it
yeah,
just,
and of course, from a player's point of view, you get geared up, you get in your personal zone,
Yeah.
and then there's a break,
yeah,
and you
That
kind of like.
Just threw so
that-
many people
yeah.
out.
Yeah.
So
And I
many
think-
people
Yeah.
out.
It was good of them to say everybody turn up for day 2. That was
Yeah.
a nice gesture on their part to say, look,
Yeah.
we're very sorry that we've messed your day about
Yeah,
today.
yeah.
Come back tomorrow, and we'll start
They
again.
did the top third get the markers as well, which
Yeah.
was nice.
Yeah, good. I mean, so how did the record go? How did you get on, Steve, on day 1?
1-1.
1-1, lost 3. Bengar,
3-1 on the first day.
nice,
3 wins, 1 loss.
nice. You weren't there.
Oh, well, yeah, 2-2.
2-2,
on the first.
2-2.
2-2.
2-2.
Did the Desmond, nice.
Yeah.
Okay. that's not my joke.
I've not heard that for a long
Yeah,
time.
that's not my joke. That's Ryan Two's joke.
Just
Every time you go up to
once,
you,
yeah.
I've done a Desmond. You
Yeah.
go, oh, 2-2. Okay. Yeah.
Can I
Desmond
just
2-2.
say though, the standard of
He was
play.
like a leader
Hang
back
on,
in
hang
the
on.
90s.
Generation gap.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
going to say.
Can I just say though, Lee, the standard in the room.
Yeah,
Caliber of player
I
was
mean, if
phenomenal.
Yavin was a head and shoulders above last year's Yavin,
yeah.
this was like head and shoulders with someone stood on their shoulders. It
Yeah.
was like
Yeah, Euro.
I got.
Like you stood on top.
You've
Oh.
got, so in the room, you've got open champion winners from
Oh my
all round
God.
Europe.
Yeah.
You've
Everyone
got
that's anyone
national
in Europe,
champions. You've
Yeah.
got
Yeah.
regional
Was there.
champions.
Yeah.
everyone that's anyone from around Europe
Yeah.
came to this
Some
event. Apart from
phenomenal
Nant,
players.
Yeah.
There was
Yeah.
not
Apart
a
from
bad
Nant,
player in the room.
No, because
Top
even,
offer
was
and
even
no
when
one
the
deserves
commentary
to play.
starts, even when the commentary starts in the
Yeah.
cup, and it's like, oh, we've got so and so from here, and then he's playing so and so from France who won the nationals. It was a blah blah blah.
you got to think about it. So if there's, I think there was 3 open champions
Mm.
from the first ever
It's the
Opens.
Spanish.
TOing.
Obviously, had
There was there was the player that won the Invitational,
yeah,
TOing, and you could tell that they were there because they're good players.
yeah,
They were really scared of that room.
yeah,
You could tell that they were like, look, I'll actually TO because they knew how hard of a room it'd be.
yeah.
Everyone that had ever won a big event
Yeah.
in any European country was there.
Was there.
I foolishly thought day 1 would be not quite seal clubbing, but would be okay, and then it was going to heat up on the Saturday. Get-
Seal Club.
Oh no,
It's a bit of
But-
success.
but I just thought it would be like a normal sort of
Yeah.
where you play the, your games get progressively harder.
Yeah,
Bagpipe,
We're not starting
it's
at-
bagpipe clubbing for you. ain't
Bagpipe
it?
clubbing. That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, Kev,
Haggis
Kev,
I left
clubbing.
my
Fuck
vapor
Kev,
there.
it's
Look,
uncar
God.
clubbing.
Lock-
You rip the arms out.
yeah,
lock
that's
corners.
it. It's like being with the wet ends.
But it was like game 2. I got this really nice.
Yeah, I know.
I can't remember the German guy's name. But he was a friend of Timo Ramo who played in the Open, and he won. He got all the templates, all the dice. Oh, really nice, and he just battered me.
Yeah.
It was like, oh.
Oh,
And then I got the Belgian.
I started here
then
rather
ga-
than normally
yeah,
down here.
And then game 4, I got the Belgian national champion
Nice.
who clubbed me. It was like, this is going to be hard.
Yeah, I've never been in a room
Yeah.
like that before.
Yeah.
Everyone I played You know, normally I get out my bit of swag
Yeah.
and my nice templates and my dice, and I'm like intimidating them.
Yeah.
They had stuff. I was like,
Shit.
"Where's
They're
that?"
exactly the same stuff.
No,
Yeah,
no,
they
no,
ain't
no,
all
no,
out.
and they're
And
all
some.
with Worlds t-shirts,
Yeah.
all with Worlds dice. Like you said, my first game was against a guy that came second in the French nationals. Then I played his mate who was the
I think I
national
would've done a
champion.
little wee.
The guy that came second in the Spanish Open.
Lee, it wasn't-
David
it wasn't
David
Wing.
Garcia.
Oh, was it?
lost.
If the
I
top 32 of Euros
Yeah.
went to Worlds,
there'd be no one in that
Yeah.
cut apart from some of those people in that top
I would
32.
struggle to see
Any Americans getting in?
any Americans getting in, apart from the few of the best Americans.
Not even that Paul Heaver bloke.
Paul who?
Paul who?
Do you see what have I created?
That's you. That's
What
your
have I
issue.
created? Suddenly I've
was this
become the
cuddly little
reasonable
woodie,
one.
You know, going around picking fruit off his trees. You come along, get in this shit, mate. We'll go and punch people in the face.
I've got to remember sometimes I hear it in my head, and sometimes now I'm saying it more than I.
Filter.
It's right.
This
Yeah.
is what wrestling would say.
To be fair,
It's no good to repress
Yeah.
that shit.
No,
If you
no.
like
fair,
shaking
when-
a bottle
when
of
we go
champagne,
Worlds,
it's
I
going to
wanna
go
play
off.
2 Americans. I want to play Nathan Hyde. So
Yes.
me and him will have a laugh. I think
Well, this
we'll
is
get
the
on.
that would be probably
The best.
the best.
But I
That
don't
would be the
care
best.
who wins.
The
I
Super
just,
Cruiserweight.
I think we'll be quite good mates.
Because if you don't win,
Also, I want to play Paul Heaver because
he's not all that.
every single
Oh,
game.
please don't start fights!
I'm not saying no. He's a really good player, but every time I've watched him on stream, his opponents had a little fart
Yeah.
and gone, oh,
It's Paul Heaver.
oh, what am I doing? And they've just like Nathan Hyde in the final.
So are you going to do the whole point at your eyes? Point at
And,
him?
and Simeon's
He's gonna
17 and not
point
scared of
to
anything because he
I'm-
knows his dad will have the fight for him.
I'm 17 in British, not 17 in American.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I'm not going there! Shut up! Seriously, everyone, Simeon is adopted. It's nothing to do with me.
I love it. When I get over there, like, I'll sort them out.
How old were you?
There's going to be a rumble with us and
18.
the crates.
can't-
Yeah, fair game.
2018 Worlds, we'll see you all there, yeah?
Don't even get me started on the crates. What a bunch of idiots.
You,
Oh, you don't understand next thing. Yeah, well done. You can't bloody spell it. So,
Right, okay, please, can we move on?
We're moving on. Yeah.
Just not speak to Simeon
So
anymore.
day one. So 2-2, 2-2,
4-0.
4-0. I just went 4-0.
So did
Don't
Paul.
know if you know.
Paul's
Yeah,
4-0, wasn't
Paul
he?
was the highest.
Yeah.
He
Paul
was the
top
top
of
of
the
Swiss.
Paul was
Right.
like
He
dominating.
played 4-0 but
He was
won
like
400
second or third,
nils.
something
Oh, really?
He was
Yeah.
like third or
I
fourth.
think he
in
was
everything.
second, wasn't he, after the first day?
Second
top
half.
Yeah.
four.
Top, yeah, I think
Definitely
he was
top four.
second.
So you
He
guys
went,
come.
yeah, he went from like in the 30s, like to bang,
Yeah,
straight up there.
he was up
Literally turned on the when he finally flicked up the ball on the computer. I was like,
I'm fairly sure he was
Shit,
second
Paul's
after
top
Swiss.
nine.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Day
So-
one, he was up there. In
So,
everything.
so you're the prospect of coming back day 2 and doing it all again with
Well-
the same
well-
amount of people.
So the organisers decided, and I don't know whether I had any sway. I went and spoke to Alec about it and says, look, everyone's waited a long time. You really need to think about maybe inviting everyone back tomorrow
Yeah.
and giving them something for their time. I don't know. I don't know whether the hand card was meant to be for everyone that made day 2 or whether it was for everyone.
Participation.
Is
Everyone
that-
got handed.
alright.
Everyone
So
got
I thought that was an extra, but certainly everyone was re-invited to day 2.
Yeah.
As opposed to what they originally planned to do, which was 6 rounds on day 1.
Yeah.
And if you won
Oh,
4 and 2, was it?
It
So
was
you had to win
5
three.
games Friday if you won 3 on day 2.
Right, so that's what they originally planned on doing. If you won 3, you made day 2.
Right.
But because of the screw-ups on Saturday,
Yeah.
they just said to everyone, you can all come back,
come back,
and
yeah.
play.
Fingers crossed
So
we'll
that's
work
what
it.
happened day 2.
Yeah,
There
there
was
was a
no
few drops,
like,
wasn't there?
there was a few drops, but there was also a few people that had already booked
Yeah.
themselves into Destiny tournaments and
Yeah.
Netrunner tournaments and this, that, and the other. So they never planned on playing day 2 anyway.
Yeah.
There's always going to be a few drops in a 2-3 day tournament.
Yeah.
So, but everyone pretty much came back for day 2 to start.
Yeah. So day 2,
Yeah.
you're. Well, I mean, is it? Shame he's not here. Is it Liam?
Liam Gulliver, yeah.
And he was doing.
He's
he was
probably-
with you, wasn't he?
Yeah,
You were doing
me and
updates
Liam
of the
were
day.
doing
Well, we made Liam communications officer. He was about the last one in.
Yeah.
So,
Him
What,
and
the-
Em.
back into the team.
Yeah.
So you were like,
Liam and
the only way
Edward.
you get in, mate.
Yeah.
Have you got a phone? Has he got a camera?
No, do you know it's what Liam does?
Yeah.
Oh, is
It's
it?
what Liam does.
Oh, okay.
You know, he's one of the our
To be
tech
fair, they were
gigs.
great.
Yeah.
They were excellent, weren't they?
Yeah, just walking around the hall and this is
Yeah.
what's happening.
We've
and-
got a little media group as well on Facebook
Yeah.
where we can try, because we obviously with the streaming and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And,
Which
I
I'm not
spoke-
going to. Kudos, mate. That room is amazing.
It's
I
on
walked
its
in.
way, innit?
You can see
Yeah.
it. Exactly, got in there. I was like, whoa, this is a bit.
It's
It's swanky, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's nice.
The UK X-Wing community love a stream.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Oh,
Right.
we love watching
And-
everybody else play.
I want to.
It's
If
like
I'm
Match of
not
the Day.
there, I want to see it. I want to see
Yeah,
what the
ditto.
boys are doing. I want to know that they're doing all right. I want to watch the games. Watch it.
Well,
Massive-
a
massive
month
big up
or
to
two
Simon.
ago, we had to
First
go up
time.
to Swanage to my mother-in-law's,
Yeah.
and we were like, he was streaming it in the car.
Yeah.
It was the whole way. It was like, oh my god, I'm in the car. Don't like it. What's happening with Kev? What's going on with Kev? Is Kev winning? And then I got back. Remember, the minute you'd won that game, his phone went bring. It was like me going, yeah, down the phone like that. So I love watching a game of X-Wing.
When you can't be there, like
Yeah.
when they're at Euros, and I can't be there, I've got to run the shop. You know what I mean? You've got to be here. We other times when regionals are on, we've got tournaments here. We can't take a week off because it's regional. Like.
Yeah, yeah.
I know a lot of our guys will go for it, but every second Sunday is X-Wing, no
Yeah.
matter what.
Yeah.
You know, whether the rest of our guys go or not.
Yeah.
So I want to see it.
Yeah.
I want to watch the live streams,
Yeah.
and that's what it's invaluable. What
This is the
First
thing,
Earth
and-
do
and-
as well.
First
I
Earth
mean,
and Simon.
next
Yeah.
level.
Amazing
watching
guy.
Shane,
Amazing guy.
watching Shane and
I'll
George
get to
play
that. I was.
was just
I'll get-
unbelievable.
No, but
like,
Liam's little additional,
Yeah.
like his update things. So my
for
wife,
the team, especially.
team,
was
yeah.
my wife's at
magnificent.
home with 2 kids, looking after the girls, and don't get to come.
No.
She is next year, certainly for the last day she's going to come to Euros, but she loves it. She
Oh, yeah.
she got to feel like,
For a win again.
no, I'm going again.
Yeah.
Nothing will keep me away. But
Yeah.
she got to feel like she was with us.
Mm-hmm.
And I certainly, from my point of view, watching his little video updates, it was wicked. It must have given people a little insight. In, look, this is a big tournament. This is what it's like. This is the camaraderie. And he was like videoing Lewis and Bengar and Dalton and the 1/8, and everyone got included in it. So it gave people a bit of a taste of those that couldn't go.
Yeah.
It was really, really
It kind of
nice.
helped as well because of all the attacks that were going on.
Yeah.
Making
But
I
you
know
knew people were
personally,
there and you knew they were safe
people that I
and what they
knew
were doing, they were
that I
enjoying.
couldn't text throughout the day, were watching the streams and going, everyone's okay.
Yeah.
Nothing's happening.
His girlfriend.
Everything's fine. And it was kind of.
You know he's getting older because that didn't phase him at all. He's like, yeah, I got a girlfriend. Well,
Yeah, and deal with it, Dad. I'm gorgeous.
So
yeah, it,
for my
it kind
benefit,
of helped that way.
I was unfortunately I was unable to go because we had a family birthday. My wife's nan was 90, which is a massive thing.
Yeah.
So we
Yeah, more important.
So I'm sitting there in this family party. Do you want a bit of cake?
Yeah.
Now,
Headphones in, like,
literally. Shh. Did you mind if I put my headphones in? They go to a barbershop. She had a barbershop called Tet Turner, and they were singing to her. And I looked up, and the barbershop called Tet was looking at me. I was like, "All right, mate. Well done. That was good."
I was sitting with my girl on my knee, reading to her,
Yeah.
with the phone propped up on the side of the settee like that, and every so often going like that, and she's like, "The book, yeah."
You were so lucky that it wasn't that final.
yeah.
Just got off to sleep.
Chucks her out of his arms.
So day 2. Okay. What was the record? So we start with Bengar. Day 2. How many games did you have day 2?
We had
9 total, so 4.
9 2.
4 day
Nine
2,
total.
5 day 1.
Five in second.
5 on day 2. So what was the
Five
record?
days.
So you're 3 and 1 going
Three and
into day
one.
2.
Ended up
5
4
day
and
two.
5. Because
Ooh.
literally, first game was against Rick Horses, who I'm giving a shout out to because that man was an absolute gem. He gave me pastries before the game.
Yeah. Also,
A happy Bengar is a fed Bengar,
Yeah.
everyone.
Oh, yeah.
later on in the tournament, he was on live stream,
Yeah.
and I did kind of lose my shit a little bit with what happened in the game, and I was making comments about stuff. This is bullshit. Take him off the stream. Because something happened in that game, and the guy was he apologised afterwards, but it was kind of a hollow apology in my opinion.
Alright,
Because he-
him or the other guy?
No, this is in the same guy
Rick.
Yeah.
against Rick.
Oh, right.
Oh, right.
Okay, so we're not talking about
This is-
Rick now.
no,
We're
no,
talking
no,
about
no.
the
Rick-
other
Rick-
guy who was
Rick
playing.
did all of he sat down. He just waited because the old boy was playing. Went into bully mode, and he was, oh yeah, good sportsmanship, well done, yeah, because basically the guy revealed a manoeuvre that was between two manoeuvres, and
then-
Rick said, "Well, I get to choose your manoeuvre." And he was, you know, you played him.
Mate,
He's
he's
a
I-
very
I-
gentle
I-
soul.
You played with
So
Zod, didn't you?
my third game was against Rick,
Yeah,
and it was the most enjoyable loss I've ever had.
yeah.
So-
But he's a very. He seemed like a very placid guy.
He literally he complimented. He was. Our game came down to the last 10 minutes. He hadn't shot a single top off that game, and I was winning. The last 10 minutes, he just took me off the board. It was like being wined and dined.
Yeah.
it was great.
We've been dancing.
It was
Now it's for the
brilliant.
tortilla.
And I,
Do you know
Here comes
what?
the climax.
Do you know what a lot of people do? Is they get upset about stuff and then they chuck out, oh, what about flying casual?
Yeah.
I'd like to make a statement for all of the community. Flying casual is as follows. It is not that your opponent will forgive you all of your mistakes.
Yeah.
Flying casual is you not asking your opponent to forgive you your
you shouldn't
mistakes.
expect it.
Yeah.
When you're at that level of competitive play, you should suck it up and take it. If you've forgotten to do something, you're bad. Flying casual is not then putting your opponent under pressure to then bend over and let you give him one up the arse just because you've made a mistake. That
That's
is
the
not
PG
flying
rating, wasn't
casual. I'm sorry, I don't know how to do
No,
PG.
yeah.
I have colourful
But
descriptive
I did,
words.
you know, just for Rick, you know, he sat down and he waited for the judge to come over, which is basically the way you should do it. If somebody calls the judge, you go, okay, fair enough, we'll wait till the judge gives the. What you don't then do is start badgering the guy sitting there. That's all I'll say on the matter, because that really did, because I've, you know, through life, you get bullies in life,
Yeah.
and it affects you, doesn't it?
Don't like bullies.
And you do get to a point where you see bullying and you do lose your mind if you've
Yep.
been affected by it.
Yep.
So when you see it and you have got a voice, because I can type on this screen,
Yeah.
that bloke's a massive knobhead. You know, he should be thrown blah 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 blah. Afterwards, hindsight shouldn't have sort of said.
No.
What I actually said was, this is wrong. The guy acting badly. It's not a great advert for the community. And I actually called, put on that. Simon didn't read it, obviously. But I said, Simon, you need to stand up now and say something for the guy to just chill. Just say to him, Bartosz, just calm down, take 2 seconds. You know what I mean? Because he was losing his mind and getting worse and worse and worse. So I'll just say that on that matter, because I did lose my shit with that one. That was just out of order.
Sit down,
Yeah.
shut up.
I literally, if I was live streaming, I would have walked around the corner. I said, mate, just button it for a minute and wait for the judge to come.
He'll fix it.
Yeah, not you. Sit the fuck down. Wait for your judge to come over.
Yeah, take 2 fuck off tablets
Yeah,
and call me in
literally.
the morning.
So anyway, so
Bye bye,
so we're going around the
PG.
record.
Bye bye.
I was by
So
15.
unfortunately, that was the end for you. 4 and 5. Had
Mate,
fun.
it
Had the
was
greatest
respectable
weekend
being
ever.
139th in Europe. Hell yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Go on, Bengar.
Top third.
So,
Yeah, man.
Ish.
We'll come to others because we know they
Yeah,
go
'cause
further.
suppose there's a guy with 2 thumbs who won, but somewhere in here.
Dink.
I went 4 and 5 in the end.
4 and
Okay,
5. It's the same as Bengar.
131st.
It was bad as Bengar.
You beat him.
Or as good as Bengal. This
Did
is
you
that.
beat Bengar?
Yeah, I beat him by 8 places. Well, not beat him. Like we both had really good days out of it.
You
Like
know what? This feels.
throughout the
It feels
day.
like, you know, you're chopping me down. You've got the high ground. You absolute boss.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You're coming out a bit like,
Obi-Wan-
where's my fucking arm gone?
Mate, it will never be the first tourney I let Dave Amos borrow my stuff here. He's only played like 4 games for down to Corran, plays me in the last round, comes third in his first ever tourney. I'm like down at the bottom somewhere. Anyone I see him help out tramples over me.
This is the thing. I am either mid-table mediocrity or holding everybody up.
Mate, we are the kings
Yeah,
of
the
the
guy
table.
says that after winning the first 2 Road Menders tournaments of the year. First with a dirty net list, and then with some weird shit from New Hope.
But to be
Yeah.
fair, I think luck more than judgment.
Oh, of course. Yeah, me too. It's all luck.
Steve, second day. Did you make the second day?
Just made it getting
Yeah.
there, but after the big break on the first day, I didn't win another game after that.
No.
I could barely concentrate at all.
And of course that throws your day out. Obviously,
Yeah,
if you're feeling poorly, and then you've got to try and fight your way through another X amount of games, X amount
Tried
of
to
time.
make sure everybody I played enjoyed it.
Yeah, that's the main thing. As long as
Steve
everybody.
played like a champ.
Yep.
Yeah.
You are the Iron Man.
All of your opponents came.
The only one I managed to win all day was a smash double jump Sven. With my fire
That's
spray
all you need
Punisher.
to do. If you take that away from the day, you're like, well, have you got double jumps then? Well, I'm going to smash you. Well done.
Wasn't that Liam?
It was the first game, first day, where the guy decided he could take out the Punisher with Sven. He never got to fire.
Oh! Nailed it.
Win.
Yeah,
So he basically won Euros just for that.
totally.
Yeah, there you
If
go.
he's had a good day,
Taking a punishment.
I say this to all of them. If you've had a good day, you're winning.
Yeah. Exactly.
Damn, you're winning.
Exactly. We'll go Kev.
Yeah, I finished 5 and 4.
That's not too bad.
No, it was good. I had 9 thoroughly enjoyable games.
Yeah. From people across.
Oh,
Europe.
I played 5 Europeans.
Yeah.
1 bloke from Ireland and 3 English guys, I think it was.
Nice.
And yeah, I had 9 really enjoyable games. Got schooled a couple of times.
Yeah.
I've only been flying the list, my list at the moment for 6 weeks, 7 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they taught me a thing or two.
Yeah.
Which was
I
fine.
taught him something earlier. As
Yeah,
well.
you did. Yeah. Yeah.
How to use forlorn.
Oh, that X-Wing. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
Sim.
I went 6 and 3.
Oh, nice. So what was the cut? I didn't even ask. What was the cut?
You had to win
Top 16.
Top 16.
It was top 16.
So it's 7 and
7.
Eight-
7 and 2.
8 and 1 guaranteed
Guaranteed it,
it.
7 and 2
7 and
guaranteed.
2 you needed good MOV.
Yeah. Okay. So, who have I not spoken to yet?
Paul.
Paul.
Poor old Paul, who's not here.
Paul.
Finished-
So he's gone 4-0 on his first day.
Won his first game, so he's 5
5-0.
now.
Then lost his next
And
one.
then it all went wrong.
Oh, okay.
Bear in mind, he was at this point he was top.
Yeah,
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 he
yeah.
was after his 5th game he was top of Swiss.
Has he sort of pinpointed a reason for it, or
It
was it?
says it just went to pot.
It
I
just
spoke to
went to
Barry
pot.
today, it says dice to
He had a
strike
couple of
down.
bad matchups.
This is going back to the luck element.
Yeah, yeah.
You know.
Yeah, you know, it's a dice game at the end of the
Yeah.
day. There's still
Yeah.
Top level players.
Yeah.
yes,
Top-
yeah, yeah.
top-
like,
Because at that
that's
point, Lee,
what
you are
everyone's
playing
maintained,
the
isn't it?
cream
So
of Europe
Yes.
because it's all started to work its way.
Yeah.
And with his MOV being what it was,
Yeah.
He
match
was
was
the top
getting
player.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
But the
Yeah,
thing
yeah.
is, like after that first day, everybody's be saying, "Who's that guy? What's he flying?
Yeah, I won.
Who's that
Smash
guy?
that.
What, you know, who are those top 5?
Yeah. What do you mean
What
it's
are
not
they
Dash?
flying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why has he not got Nash?
Does Outrider not call that?
He's
Yeah.
got his dash.
Yeah.
So we'll go with Shane. So
I finished on 7-2.
7 and 2. Now we just spoke about the cut. Was the MOV good?
I was 3rd highest MOV in the room.
So you were pretty like, well, I'm in.
The entire weekend, I kept saying it. I've played some of the best games I've ever played, and I've never really cared about MOV when I'm
Yeah.
playing. I used to just go for the win and worry about the MOV later.
Yeah.
I was keeping track of my MOV all weekend, and
Right.
it's some of the highest games. I had 300-0 wins and 416 wins.
Nice. So only
So
losing
I
half
knew my
strength from
MOV
one
was
of
high,
Yeah.
but
So
I didn't realise it was
64
that high.
points lost in 7 games. That's
That's
pretty
legit.
fucking good going,
That
mate.
is legit.
You
What?
went
That
to
is
2
really
Jump
good.
Masters all weekend.
We'll come back to it. So you've made the cut.
Yes.
So somebody else had a big MOV as well, didn't they?
Simeon missed the cut by a single god roll that his opponent made in the last round. Was it Inquisitor?
Yeah.
And his name was Adrien Couchot or something like that. I played him twice. Played him once in Swiss and once in a cut.
So if I had rolled one more hit, or he had rolled one less evade, then the way
And
my
this was
MOV
all naked, huh?
I would have made like 6,
Right.
something ridiculous.
His MOV
so
was
after the
ridiculous.
first day,
So we're getting to a point where
Yeah.
the cream has risen to the top, and it's
first day
that
went
tight.
quite badly for me. So
Yeah.
I lost a game against Rick, and he outflew me in that game.
Yeah.
I fully admit that. Amazing game. The last game I lost was the last game of day 1,
Mhm.
and I was gone. I had no place playing against me that day. He was playing like an alpha list, and I just went, have them around there.
Yeah.
And then I'll play with Lebo, and then I'll kill your other 2 ships, and then you just have Nora left, and I'll be up on points. And then I'll fall forward onto a rock that's blatantly there.
Yeah.
I didn't see it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then I'll lose my last shield and lose the game because you've now
Because of
won
the
on
points,
points, and
yeah.
I can't kill Nora.
Yeah.
And then after that, I came back. First 3 games, I won 100-0.
Yeah.
And
Lit the
third-
fire underneath you. They're like, this can't happen again.
And then the 3rd game, I only lost half on Lebo against Dengar Tel, my worst matchup. Killed Dengar without shooting at him,
Right.
just with bombs.
Simeon suffers from. He gets right up there, and then all of a sudden he just gets some shitty luck.
Yeah.
Yeah, it all kind. Simeon's time's coming.
It's going to change.
Yeah, I mean, look at Battlefield on that last game. That last game, I mean,
But like that,
he couldn't buy a dice roll.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
literally
9
not
rounds
look-
of rolling
he
a
didn't-
single red dice to switch down damage sensor array,
Yeah.
and he couldn't.
And the first engagement I had Fen in range 1 of Riot
Yeah.
with double focus, and at range 3 of the Count Bill, and his Riot rolls a mixture of hits and crits,
Yeah.
and I rolled 4 blanks.
Nice.
Just, it was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Just 4 blanks straight out of hand, add 1, don't die. And
The
then,
problem is, it's having the games. It's having those games
Yeah.
at that point.
yeah.
If
It's
you haven't been in
exactly-
earlier in the day,
Yeah.
you'd be like, oh sweet, I'll just sub
All
one
my
in.
bad luck in tournaments
Comes
comes
right
is
at the
to
end.
just
Yeah.
crap on me at the end of the day. Whenever I need the, the not luck, but whenever I need
That 1
The
minute.
consistency.
Just
That
give
one
me enough
little
to keep
dice
me
roll
alive. Yeah.
that helps
Instead
me
of it
through.
just crapping out.
Instead of
Yeah.
it just going, no, you can have all your good luck
Yeah, look.
in the game that you're already up on.
Yeah.
So I'll show you an example of how I had the fruit bowl of luck. I played a game against, it was either Swedish or Norwegian, something like that. He was a Viking,
Yeah.
a guy called Jakob, one of the best games of the tournament, and he was running Ray and Janors.
Mhm.
Red
And
t-shirt.
huh?
Red t-shirt.
I think so, yeah.
That'd be Norwegian.
Norwegian, Ray and Janors, and it was the last turn of the game, and it was Ray left on, Janors left on maybe 2 hit points, and I had Miranda left on 1 hit point. And so he's right in the corner of the mat, and I've got Miranda over here, and so I come in fast with a 3, and I look at it and think, oh, a 3 bank slam, because in my brain he's Lebo.
Yeah.
He's got a HLC, he's got a TLT, so if I get to range 1, he can't shoot me. So I've slammed right in front of him, right up to the edge of the mat, looked at it and went target lock, and everyone's looked at me and gone, what? You're all watching it, and then I've looked at it and gone, oh yeah, he's got a front arc, innit? Right? I swear to God, he's got a front arc.
Yeah.
So he shot me, and I...
So this is 6 dice attack.
No, this is no, it's from a Hawk,
Oh,
primary
Hawk, sorry,
weapon
yeah.
Hawk. So he rolls. No, I had 2 health. I had 2 health left, but he's at range 1, and he shot me. Had a target lock and a stack of focuses. Re-rolled and focused for 2 hits, and I god rolled and naked evade. Right, I should have lost that game.
Yeah.
Right, I was so caught up in what I was doing that I hadn't worked out. Oh yeah, they actually do have a primary arc, don't they? And then it's probably not best idea to park. Well, I would have been better.
And you'd be
stay,
surprised how good that sniper rifle is on a Hawk.
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah, it is
Dude,
good.
so I definitely, like you said, you can get bad luck, but you can also get just that little bit of
So following now, what was your record on that day?
8-1.
So 8-1. So
Yeah,
you'd make the cut.
I made
Happy.
the cut.
Happy as Larry.
Yeah,
So you all. So that's it for that day.
yeah.
So you all disband. Do you all come back the next day?
Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody?
Yeah.
Barring
Steve,
Oh,
Steve,
Steve
Steve
knows.
couldn't.
You
Couldn't even get out of bed. on
You
No,
was,
that.
that's
you was
fine.
suffering, weren't you?
Arfon didn't make it back, did they?
No.
But he had to stay so late because he actually went on the train. So
He got stranded day 1.
That was the thing,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
he
Yeah.
I believe Callum Moore put him up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, wicked.
Yeah,
Cal,
thanks,
amazing,
Callum.
Yeah,
Yeah.
legend. Put Arfon up in his hotel. I think Arfon, did he play day 2? But left
Yes.
early
Yeah.
to make sure he
he
could get
had
back.
enough.
Yeah.
And then he tanked out day 3.
Right.
But everybody else went back.
And reinforcements.
And we had reinforcements. So the
Oh,
Warlords,
of course, yeah.
as a family,
Clean sweep, not just X-wing.
No.
On-
We had reinforcements because as a family, the wives and the children have always been included in the
Yes.
team, and we have team days where it is we won't play X-wing, and we have the whole family and we'll just eat together,
Yeah.
and the kids and the wives. So Vicky turned up,
Yeah.
who's a friend of the whole team,
Yeah.
and Tanya, who's Lee Taylor's wife.
Yeah.
Lee
And
Taylor,
another team.
and
And a player.
She's the queen.
She's, she's one of the warlords. She's one of us.
Yeah, very much.
BB2.
Yeah.
and
And Lee.
and Lee and little Taylor.
Yeah.
My
Ashley.
brain- Ashley, that's it. My brain went blank.
Was
And
it
they're
like
all
that the next day, was it Leah?
So Tanya
Getting up on
Taylor
the-
was dressed up as a Wookiee, but in this dress thing that
Yeah, which was awesome. By
which
the way.
was awesome.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Vicky was female Han Solo,
Yeah.
which was also awesome.
Yeah, very, very good.
Right, and Ashley was little Princess Leia.
Yeah.
So we had
Yeah,
three
all
little
they looked
little
amazing.
cosplay cheerleaders.
Yeah.
Lee came back.
Which they then went and won.
Ashley won her
won.
cosplay.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're European cosplay champion as well.
That's my fish.
And
Bam Bam.
Oh,
yeah,
Bam Bam won the Galactic Hey That's My Fish tournament.
yeah. So you've got that as well.
Yeah, don't mess with the jank man. No matter what he's playing.
Our two newest members, Tim and
James.
won the epic.
Right, okay, here we go then.
Sim
Sim
and Paul won their hanger base.
Their hanger base.
And
So that'll be,
and Logan. So we
should we
That's
let
the
someone
end
else
of
have
it.
a
Yeah,
play?
we were cutting there.
Yeah, that's
else
it.
happened.
Done.
Like-
Nothing else.
Yeah, I've got
Okay, thanks for joining us on the.
and Logan, who's a young kid that comes down the store and
Yeah.
he's big into his Pokemon.
Yeah,
Is
Shane,
that right?
Shane actually taught him to play.
Go on,
Yeah.
you tell him.
Basically,
'Cause
in the side room next to us was the Pokemon. They were doing.
But that was massive, wasn't it?
Well, it was
thousand players.
Yeah, there was a lot of Pokemon players there. Logan made top 8. And
Whoa.
top
Yeah,
4,
he's only what,
and one
15,
was
14?
14. Yeah, he's quite young, bless him. But yeah, he's basically earned enough in the Pokemon system. He's earned enough to get a paid invite to Worlds.
He's got paid
He's
journeys.
got his invite.
He's
So,
travelling
yeah.
loads of shit.
So I can bottle some tap water before I go. Is that all right? Yeah. Start
Yeah.
saying
Make
it.
sure it's the sink.
I was going to say yeah.
But no poos.
No,
No
ever.
poos.
I
No,
like the way
That's the
someone's written on
secret
there.
to the
Bless
success.
him, Logan.
You're
and
all
his mum.
constipated.
Logan and his mum.
I've been told I'm full of shit.
Well, you are now. You're not allowed to go here.
Basically, Logan and his mum, big follower of the team.
Yeah.
Logan, bless him, every time I saw him when I was walking across the toilet, I was like, how you getting on? How's it going? How's it going? Both him and his mum were over the moon for us.
Yeah.
Rita, bless her, she came and took a picture of the team. She was posting and commenting, always asking how
Yeah,
it was.
yeah.
Probably
We've
got
got
Not just the
you know,
X-Wing
Facebook
team,
is
the whole
live
store's
days,
family.
man.
Yeah.
So, okay, we move on to the final day. The parents get put up, and everybody shits a brick. Fuck. George and Shane might actually meet in the top 4 if it goes well.
Well, we didn't realise that at the start because
No.
you can't really work that out. It depends how they pair it. You know, you saw with the stream. It
Well, when
had-
they put the stream up
Well,
for
they made
all
the
of us,
brackets.
we
They-
knew
they
straight
did the
away.
They'd made the
So we knew.
brackets.
Yeah.
We
We knew straight away.
I was
Holy shit,
You
they're going
weren't
to
paying
make it to
attention.
get to the top
honestly, me and Shane both went there and went, if we win one game, we'll be happy.
4. Yeah.
To get a set of templates, so looking that far ahead wasn't something we'd done at that point.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, but that.
Right.
I mean, that's evident because Liam was interviewing you after,
We hadn't even
Each
thought
round.
about it.
you know, and you guys were like, "That was fucking amazing." I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, but we're like,
We'll go for
and
the
we're
next
back
one.
again. Yeah,
we'll
let's see what happens
Right, we're
next.
interviewing. Fucking man, we won that one as well, and you know.
Well, like my first cup game, I played Adrien. He's a French guy. Goes to Worlds all the time. Shit hot player. He beat you, didn't he? He was the guy that he
That was
lost
the one
out
healthy
to
quizzer.
in
Right,
his
yeah.
last round, and oh man, it was like I was 100-0'd him.
Yeah.
So when you're at a cut and you're playing a guy like that, you don't
We
expect a
didn't know
victory
that
like
from
that,
the interview, though, did you?
right?
Well, I feel really bad. Just, I 100-0'd him.
Yeah, I 100-0'd him, but it was like, you know, look, when you're flying that list, you can pull moves with Miranda where you do feel like, oh my god, I'm Superman. I just did that. I saw that and I did it and I killed Inquisitor and I dropped.
yeah.
It's like you're
And
dead.
this happened, and then this happened.
And it was like, and then Miranda was like there at range 3 of all of them and took no damage.
Yeah.
And then I went to range 1 of 2 of them and lived. And then I flew away and you didn't kill me. It was like that. It was
When you're
awesome.
against anything squishy with Delaboni, you honestly feel so bad.
Yeah.
Because both your ships are just dealt to deal a lot of damage quick. Miranda just goes,
Yeah.
take 3 cluster mine tokens, and then once they're all dazed with the cluster mines, Lebo and Miranda light them up.
Yeah.
And it's so.
Well, both of them can have a 4 dice attack.
With only 2 ships,
Yeah.
you can do
Well,
so much damage
potentially,
in one turn.
Miranda, if everything goes
Yeah.
really well, she can give you 7 damage on the drop from
yeah.
clusters,
Just-
then hit you with 4 dice range 1.
Yeah.
So that's 11,
Yeah.
and then Lebo licks you with another 4. So 15 damage in a turn.
From a K-wing
And and a bloody
with the
and a
roll
crap
dice
YT 2400
And
that's
Lebo.
not dash.
And Lebo, not Dash. Dash is shit. Don't know if you know.
I just want to say that.
He's going to start another fight.
No, I'm not starting
Stand
any,
back,
I'm
stand
not
back.
starting any
Grab
fights.
it.
What nationality are you picking on?
I know that people don't like Lebo, but they should probably all be expecting a promo related to Lebo.
Yeah, they probably should. Yeah, if
And I
I've
hope
got
they all
anything
enjoy
to-
never flying that.
Yeah. Don't ever fly that thing. Right,
So, Shane's first
yeah,
game?
so your first round of the cut.
So, leading up to it, I believe George played him in the Swiss.
Oh, this was
told by-
Francois you played,
Francois,
wasn't it?
yes.
Yeah,
I was told by
top
multiple
bloke.
people that he was a very good player.
think
Going
you've
into
been to
day
Worlds,
two,
haven't you?
This is the guy with the decimated fan.
No.
This was
Dengar Fen.
Oh, okay.
Lovely paint job. Nice
Yeah.
little sort of conversion on Fen. I was quite impressed with my steam. But yeah, everyone was telling me that he was a phenomenal player.
He was. He was
Going into
phenomenal.
day 3, I was extremely ill. I was very sick, which if you watch the stream, both stream games, you'll see me every now and then coughing my guts up. So I was happy to make the cut,
Yeah.
but I wasn't expecting to go any further. One, because
There's some questions on the YouTube chat, I believe,
having
guys, as
a
well.
playing
Yeah,
against
mate,
a
you're fire-
phenomenal
Fire him
player,
through.
I was like, I'm happy to make the cut. I'll still walk away no matter what happens with a smile on my face. So I thought, I'll play some X-Wing. So I was going into it. He basically ran away the first 3 or 4 turns, and
Yeah.
I was expecting it. So I basically just went, right, okay, let's do it. 4 forward with Jones, 4 forward Tiger Lock. So I managed to get both my ships with Tiger Locks on Fen as he was running away. So I was like, right, cool, that'll set up the first engagement pretty well. So I swung in as he come round his board end and back down the opposite side to where I'd set up. I managed to get a block with one of my jumps on his Fen.
Yeah.
And a couple of shots. Next turn it was a hard 2 with my jump master. Rig cargo shoot out the back. Switched off his Dengar. Stress, so no expertise, and that was it. 2 turns, Dengar was gone. At that point, it kind of twigged in my mind, holy crap, I could actually win this.
Yeah.
And then it was a lot of arc dodging, bouncing around, and then eventually I did drop his Fen. It was a tough one. He was sinking damage and I wasn't doing a lot because I was out of position, trying to swing myself around, trying to stay away from him so I could torp him. As I said, very good player, so he did not let me fire. I think I got 1, maybe 2 torps off in the game,
Yeah.
if that. So yeah, he played it very well, denying me my torps. So it was a range 2 from my Fen on his Fen, which I managed to sink and managed to move him. Revenge shot, he took out my jump, so it was just my Fen left, and that was game. So not expecting to win it, I was absolutely buzzing.
Yeah.
I was absolutely buzzing.
Yeah.
Couldn't be happier.
So round 2,
This is
quarter-final.
Yeah.
So round 2, I played a guy called Paul from Firestorm in Cardiff,
Right.
and this was one of those games where you go, oh no, not now. I don't need this now.
Yeah.
It was Kane and Biggs.
Oh, okay. yeah.
M9G8
Right.
on Biggs. Finn on all sorts of janky horribleness on it. You all know it hits you like an absolute sledgehammer. You can't get to it because Kane Biggs is bloody protected.
Yeah.
Tactical jammer, all that jazz.
Not a good matchup, is it?
Yeah, terrifying. I honestly had played 4 or 5 games with Delaboni before Euros. I hadn't had a lot of practice against a lot of the metalists. Had no idea how to approach it. So plan was just basically to try my best to play the range game. And ultimately, I you know, I'm going to big myself up. I was really impressed with myself in that game. I played such a perfect. It was I'd either only have the ghost in range, so I could sink massive chunks of damage with the HLC, or only Biggs.
Right.
And I ended up killing the ghost, killing Biggs, and then killing the ghost, just as Lebo went down.
Right.
And then he had a shuttle.
that was close. I watched the last few minutes of that. That
Yeah.
was nail biting.
We're going to get to a nail biting game.
But
I know,
but then he had a shuttle against a full health Miranda.
Yeah, no,
and-
that's a done deal.
And don't get me wrong, I dropped all my bombs all over the ghost. All my
But
ordnance
you've
had gone.
You've either got a full
But,
dice
Yeah,
primary or
he had a
TLC
ghost
wear 'em down.
with no turret, or if he had not a blaster turret, there was no way I was ever letting him have range 1 shots. And even if he did, it was
You
2
could-
damage.
you'll
I
take-
just
you'll give
regen
him
1
4 back.
and TLT. He's got 4 health. It was an uphill battle. He's a lovely guy. I'll give him a hug.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like cloud 9 at
Yeah,
this point.
yeah.
It was like, you what? I'm top 4.
This is where your stream.
I was on the Facebook stream.
I cannot say how impressed I was.
Yeah, I haven't
watching
had a
you
chance to watch
fly.
that game yet.
Have you seen it?
I need to watch this game.
His game against Decimated Carnal.
Decimated Carnal.
Ridiculous. He deletes Carno and like just.
The thing is, it's like I want you to put your ship there in the next turn,
Yeah.
and then I'm going to kill it. then I want you to try and run away while you're losing your shit and throwing stuff about, and then I'm going to kill that. All right? So good game.
I'm
good luck.
gonna go and watch it.
So, yeah, I got to play. It was a Decimator Carnal. You had Carlo, Ren, and Palp on the Decimator.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, cool. Not really playing.
I like the way you
against
said,
Kylo.
how does this work? Explain it to me. And he
I've
went,
never
I'm
played
going to
it.
do this. Get your card. So you went through your deck, got your card out. So there you go. So that's the one you're going to use. And he went, yeah, that's the one I want to use. Okay.
What was
I'm
it,
gonna
by the way? What did he pick?
Blind
Pilot.
Pilot. Yeah.
On on
On
which?
each emoji. Basically, the first time he did it was on one of the jumps, and then he did it twice. The second one was on obviously the other jump.
And you made it
That was it.
completely clear
I'd never played against
how
Kylo.
it was going to work.
No, it's not something we see
No.
here a lot
No.
in
No.
our store.
No.
Kylo,
So, yeah,
once or
he
twice
was
in the
one
blue
today.
moon. It was
Even
one
to the
today.
point where I asked him, do I now shuffle my deck?
Yeah,
Once
what
I
do I
take
do?
a
Do you
card
want
out
to
of
cut it?
Yeah,
Is it like we
How
do at
does
the
it work?
start? Kind of, and
Yeah.
you know, and that was a great advertisement for you're at that top level and you're still learning.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
That's why casuals.
Yeah, that's the
Exactly.
You'll
exactly
say
that.
to him, how does this work? You tell me because you're used.
That's,
to it.
that
Don't let
seems
me
to be the new
dictate.
way of doing it, actually asking your opponent to go through your own damage deck to find the cards rather than
Yeah,
handing your damage deck over.
yeah. Because that's what you said. What card are you going to use? And he went Blind Pilot. He found the Blind Pilot. Said that
Yeah.
one.
Second time round, I went.
I'll
I'm
put it
assuming
next
you
to him
want
because
Blind
you're
Pilot,
gonna
yeah, so
you're
I
gonna
went
palp a crit.
Yeah.
And you kept prompting him that as well.
Yeah.
As you were going, are you going to palp a crit? And he was like, yes, I am. So
Every time he shot the Decimator, he was
Yeah.
palping Chris,
Yeah.
which I knew exactly what he was doing. He had Chiranu, so he had two
maybe
opportunities.
made a
to
good
crit.
game of it.
Yeah, he was a very good player. To make, as we've said
He
before,
was the top 8. Was he top 8 open?
I
He rocked up
forget
at the
his
open
name.
and went like top 8.
From what I'm told, he rocked up to, I think it was an open. Apparently his mates pranked him, told him that you
He
have
had
to wear a suit.
Yeah, that's him.
So he rocked up to this tournament in a suit.
And ever since
I think he
then,
was like 16,
Yeah.
and he won it.
yeah,
That's one for the
Okay.
future.
yeah.
So,
Go on, rude boy.
so he's like,
Respect.
in a suit.
Him look dapper
He didn't
as
know-
well. Him
think- yeah.
taking names and
He
him
didn't
look
know anybody,
smart.
apart from the couple of people,
yeah,
and they pranked
that
him.
pranked him. So
Yeah.
he had every right to be in this cup.
Yeah,
But I must admit, I suckered him in some chronic. So I split
it
my
was a master.
two jumps on one side,
Get
Fen
Dink
was
in
on the
a
other.
catsuit.
He set up his he set up Carnor in one corner and yet again Decimator in another. So he basically done pretty much what I'd done. My Fen was on one side. I basically just pootled in, and you could see he wanted Fen with his Carnor.
Yeah.
So he was coming straight for it. He was like, I know exactly what you're going to do here.
Yeah.
I know what's about to happen. I ain't having none of it.
Yeah,
So as you can see, as he comes in basically for the block, I went, nah, you're right, mate. 5 forward, boost.
yeah,
And just went straight past him, ignored him. So that, nah, I went straight after Decimator, who yet again flown across the backboard
Yeah.
and was coming round
He
to
was
avoid the two
like
jumps.
4-4
After-
boost and getting
Yeah,
just
pretty
getting
much.
away.
He was running, so I was like, no,
Yeah.
so I'm not playing with Carnor. That's a fight I'm not going to win.
No.
because he's not going to let me.
Yeah,
just
no,
let
not
my
up
tokens.
close.
I'm
Yeah.
not flat rolling against his range one. Not happening. So I went, nah, fight forward, boost, and basically just went flip pressed it. And at this point, the two jumps basically were coming in. It goes, right, okay, then let's see Carnor's hanging around there. So my plasma taught one, so I'll go for the target arc and we'll see where he puts himself. So he hard ones in. Bearing in mind he was in between asteroid and debris, so he wasn't in the best position.
No.
He hard one in, barrel rolled, and went for the boost, which would have put him at range one of both my jumps.
Don't
Yeah.
flush.
Now, if it was fit, I would have been flat rolling and probably in a lot of pain.
Yeah,
His boost put him on the debris, so he could not reposition.
yeah,
Okay, so I was looking at it going, I might range one, eyeballing on, that's pretty close. So we did the rest of the manoeuvres. The Decimator shot at Fen, and I think he did missed, because I was miles away, so
Yeah, yeah.
tokened up, I was fine. I think I returned a few shields on the Decimator, and then we went to the Carnal. Carnal shot at one of my jumps, didn't do anything, and then we checked the range one. Right, let's go for it. 2-3 mil out of range one.
yeah.
Cool. Plasma torpedo. Rolls, blank, focus, hit, crit.
Yeah.
So I went, spend my focus, guided chips, 4 hits and a crit. 4 long.
Stop with the table.
Yeah, Forlom. This was the beauty of it. Forlom.
4 long, can't spend your focus. He rolls, blank, focus, focus.
Yeah.
Now bearing in mind this Carnor had a shield. So it was 4 hit points. Blank, focus, focus.
You.
Remove Carnal. At that point, I
Yeah,
basically
you
went,
can't-
I see what
can't
you
use
can do,
it.
I can do it too! Yeah. One-shotted Carnal, which at that point I was...
Yeah, you can do it better
I had
though.
a
You can do it at
massive-
all ranges.
I had a massive smile on my face at that point.
Basically, half on put there, GG, sort of like, well done.
Yeah,
That's
I,
it, that's
so I think
game.
there was a lot of comments along the lines of, yeah, that's pretty much game. Because at this point, My Fen was basically just pootling around the back of his Decimator. The 2 jumps were coming in for the kill, and it was in the entire game.
And you could see the guy had made a mistake because he lost it with himself. It was like, that's great, took his car off, put it to the side, put his goal to the side. It was just like, and you thought, Shane's won. Obviously he's going to kill that Decimator, but Shane's won, the guy's lost it. Mentally he's lost it. He cannot, if there was a way of him getting in the game, he wasn't going to find it in that game. He wasn't going to find a way to come back.
There's definitely something to be said at a high level for not playing the list and playing the opponent.
Exactly. Well, we're going to get to that.
And yeah, so the game ended with him doing 2 Kylo blinded pilots to my jumps, so he did 2 damage, so it was 100 mil.
Yeah. So hang on. So now we get to this point, right? We get to this point. You've just won your game, you've won your game, and you're looking at each other like, oh shit, we've got to play.
So,
in one respect,
as soon as I won it, I turned around and looked at him and went. And I was looking at his table going, please, George, I don't want to play him.
So, no,
Part of me didn't want him to win because I didn't want to play him. But
part of me didn't want him to win because I didn't want to play him. But do you know what? Look, and I wrote it in the little post I put up. It was bittersweet in the fact that one more round, and we were fighting in the final, and that was a game. But say we'd come from different sides of the tree, and that wasn't to be. Well, then what happened? Let's just say he lost that game, or he lost his next game in a semi. And let's say I got to the semi on my side of the tree and I lost mine.
Yeah.
So then at that point, see, this is what I say about it being. It was more important that Warlord was in that final than we were both in the final.
Yeah, after the sudden realisation that
when we realised at that point before you'd even played your games, we knew that that if you met, as soon as it said like that you two were meeting, and we knew that we was getting all.
It was like shit.
It was shit.
It would have been so amazing if you were both on the other side and met in the final.
Yeah.
Brilliant. That would have been pinnacle, brilliant, excellent. But then when you're going against your brother,
it's horrible.
And you get to that point, you're like,
it's horrible.
I don't want to lose, but
I took no pleasure out of that game.
I don't want to win.
One
I
little
don't
bit.
want you to win.
That was like me playing you at Beanie.
I was proper upset about that.
We played it.
Then you get the realisation that yes, I'm playing.
We've got a Warlord
teammate,
in the final.
It sucks. But we've got a Warlord in the final.
The problem
which
is
fucking amazing.
Not the problem, but it's always going to happen. You're always going to end up playing Warlords now. Because
of the level that you're at.
You've got to expect it on that level. We're all doing well.
The only way that you're not going to play people that you're friends now, because you are friends with all the best players, not just in the Warlords community, in all the other teams as well. They are, like you said, you're all a tight-knit family now.
Yep.
The only way for you not to play them
it's not good.
is for you to be shit.
That's
or not go.
Or not go.
Or not go.
At Huddersfield.
Yep.
We met at
We
Beanie.
met
We met
quite
at
a couple of
Derby.
nationals this year, actually. Yeah, we met quite a few times.
It happens.
And it says
It's
either
part-
got better.
You've got to expect
So-
it. You can't. You can sit here whinging and bitching about it, but it's your own fault because you're doing well. Do shit, and then you can worry about it.
The downfall is your own success.
Exactly.
Also, when we do bring like 20 odd people to like a 100-man event, we are a
Or more.
quarter of the event.
And then we get paired against
Yeah.
damn it!
I still moan about Yavin though. I should never have played Nick
Yavin
Bond
should
game on
not.
at Yavin.
The first round, they should rejig you because
So this game.
So this happened. Neither of us were too happy about it. We
Nope.
both walked over together going,
This was on the live stream.
yeah, remember
Yeah, we were
as we both walked up to the match, we were both like, I don't really want to do this. I don't want to play this game. Neither of us will feel good about the outcome, whichever way it goes.
Yeah.
And which that was the way it was at the end of it. I certainly didn't feel good. I'm sure Shane didn't. And kudos to Shane. He behaved like a
halfway
gentleman
through-
the whole way through.
Halfway
No,
through, you
well-
fist bump because you just had an agreement with each other.
Well, halfway through-
that was one of the highlights of the whole
Look,
thing.
whatever happens, we're going to Worlds.
We're going to Worlds together.
Fist bump.
If I beat you, I'm taking you with me.
And that went out to the whole world
Yeah.
Over First Earth.
Yeah.
They saw that.
There's a lot of love in this family, in this group.
Do you know how hard he played to get there?
There's
Right?
general
Do you know how
love,
hard he
there's
played to
general
get there? And a lot of people now want to take my boy to Worlds. And it wasn't the fact, if it was just me, it'd be easier. But because I've got to pay for him too, it makes it so much more expensive. And he'd earn that. As simple as that.
Yeah.
And at the start of that game, Shane flew like a fucking monster.
Oh, God, yeah.
He was incredible with
You
it.
were on
and
that
you know
from
what?
the last game.
My,
You were still on that level.
I was
my
still buzzing.
yeah.
I was
my
still buzzing.
list was designed to kill his list.
Yeah.
It was designed to smash his list to pieces. However,
Massive turning thing.
There was
where you get a crit for PS0.
and do you know what?
That made me smile.
Do you know what? This is how clever he is. This is how clever he is. You know what really screwed me over more? He Boba Fetted off my advanced slam.
Yes.
I read the stream back and I saw some of the comments, and everyone on there was like, "Why is he taking this out? Why is
Well, if it wasn't
At the end of the day,
if it wasn't for advanced slam,
I'm scared of bombs.
Yeah.
yeah,
Why would I
it's
not
got
take
every
advanced
right
slam?
to be scared. I can do 7 damage. Bang.
Yeah.
Go on, Jump Master, live with that.
No, you
7
really-
damage and then 2 TLT shots, you're dead,
It's
isn't
like,
you?
it's like a tennis match. You've literally gone
No.
bang, back in your court,
Well,
now do it.
Right, I've, you know, I'm sure you saw it at the beginning. I made that initial bomb run and I missed it on Fen by millimeters.
And everybody
So,
was,
and
oh my god, everybody's slaughtering you. What are you doing? But it's,
Right.
you've got to go for it.
you've got to go for it. You have to.
That might be the only chance in the
You
game.
know, a lot of
actually set it
people, you can spend a long time pussying about with Miranda, but sometimes you have to have big balls and wear them on the outside of your pants
Yeah.
and go, I have to go for
Is
this.
that how you,
Right?
I thought that was the only way to do it.
That's our
That's
new,
the only way. But
that's our new
no,
uniform.
and look, once
scare the opposition.
once I'd missed that bomb
Crocs
drop,
chaps, slap. Yeah.
once I'd missed that bomb drop, it was very hard to pull back.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and to give Shane his dues, you know, he ripped Lebo apart, and I'd done some damage to his jumps, and then I killed Fen first, wasn't it? It was
miss barrel roll with the thingies, and then you deleted one of my jumps.
then I deleted but it was Lebo killed Fen before Lebo died because he killed you with that HLC shot. Then you killed Lebo.
Yeah.
But at this point, it weren't like I had a full health PSA Advanced Slam Miranda. I had a Miranda on fucking fire, on like 2-3 health. She didn't have a lot. No Advanced
You were
Slam.
about 7 though, weren't you? You were like full hull.
Oh,
and
he
The
I think.
jump that I had left had full health.
Full health.
Right.
Was full.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I was PS0.
Because
I couldn't.
You did a barrel roll
That was
and
the
it
turning
hit a
point.
couple of bombs,
That was the turning point.
and it was.
Only just, but that was the angle.
Do you know how much he hit those bombs by? It was
minute.
like less than the measurable amount.
Yeah.
And he done, and I know a lot of people will have questioned that, but his positioning, he was right. He needed to, and even I looked at him and went, "Yeah, you'll make that."
But
And
also
then when he
claimed-
put his base down, I went, "Shane, you're not quite. You're just a bit. You have to come back like that much to level your temp." And it just because he was slightly at like the most minuscule of angles, it just clipped the nub on the centre and just the
A
tip.
lot of people thought you was a genius.
Because I
He's
thought
clearing
you,
the way for Miranda.
well, I thought you was clearing the way for Fen. You mean?
Oh, sorry,
Yeah, I
okay.
thought-
A lot of people said that.
Said, I took the bomb
No,
out
it was
because
an accident.
He was trying to keep. He was trying to.
Well, that's what I thought you were doing, Shane.
Partly I rushed it. You know, that situation, I was ill. So,
Yeah.
I was.
And at that point, you-
Do you know what as well? Taking nothing away from Shane, Shane knew he had me on the back foot with Lebo. Lebo was running for his life, right? And he knew that if he wanted to continue that pursuit without me dropping arc, he needed to be able to go fast up that back edge. Because if you notice, when he does not let up pressure, there's torps and torps coming in on Lebo, round after round after round. His judgment call was great. The fact that his eye...
popping countermeasures in the first shooting.
Everybody whinged about that.
What?
It was like-
Everybody
Are
whinged
you
about
morons?
that.
He had a plasma torp on me. That's 5 shields gone.
Yeah.
Totally
And
the
it
right
was
thing
like,
to do.
look,
Totally.
look, you're not there in the game. You know, your
I
warrior is amazing.
know
but
what my list does against
Don't call
jumps,
people
and countermeasures are really good to up your agility and make you dodge a lot of shots. However, it's better in the long game. Where at this point, I'd suck. As far as I was concerned, I've got you chasing. It's where I want you.
Yeah.
I'm going to do some damage to you now with my HLC, and I'm not going to let you strip my shields.
In all-
You did 0 damage back. I took a big chunk of his shields.
In all our practice
You
games,
did what?
one
No,
shield.
all right, but you did, didn't you?
Cheeky
Even
one
with
shield.
countermeasures,
Yeah,
that was
cheeky
right.
one
But
shield.
if that was a plasma shot, I would have had no shields.
Correct.
Right?
In all
I
our
can't fight that. My list does not go toe to toe with jumps. It kites them and kills one. It uses countermeasures as a bit of a
Well,
trick
you're not in their front line.
to have a bit of longevity. Then at that point, I can take a torp. Once I've done some significant damage, fine, I'll take the torp on the chin.
Yeah.
I needed longevity. I needed him
Yeah.
to go, oh bloody hell, I've got a smoking jump, I've got Miranda coming at me with bombs. I want him scared.
Yeah.
It's the only way to beat the match.
Yeah.
in all our practice games, you've always dropped countermeasures
Yeah,
as soon as
I get torp shots
Yeah.
on, it's
I mean,
gone.
I agreed with you because the plasma talk would have hurt you more.
So much.
So, and it's like, but when I'm in,
Because you remember,
when I'm
like, you
in,
shot
I've
me
got
once
no
with
need
a
for it.
proton torp, and my natural dodges, I ended up taking 1 or 2 off of
Yeah.
it because it doesn't have that washover effect. The washover of plasma on something like Lebo is huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if you dodge 2, that's 3.
Yeah. The minute he gets half points, I know I have to kill a jump
Yeah,
master.
and it puts you on the back.
The
foot.
minute he
Don't
kills Lebo, and I have to kill 2 jump masters.
Yeah.
That's
So
you know.
we're coming down towards the end of the game. Okay. You've got a pilot skill 0 crit.
He's chasing me hard.
You're running after him, thinking, well, I just need to stay in there, pumping as much dice into him, and slowly go down. He's got 1 agility.
But I'm winning, so I'm up on
This-
points. So my choice at this point was run and run and run and run and run and run and never stop running, or do something.
Yeah.
And it ain't in my nature to run for 28 minutes.
No.
And I think I caught you out with the hard. I did.
Wouldn't you? Running for 28
I-
minutes.
I knew I'd caught him out with the hard.
marathon, isn't it?
When I didn't see it until I got right up the top, and I was like,
Not seen
oh,
me change my dial, because I thought I was going to do.
Yeah.
My first thing was to put hard 2 down, so I put the hard 2 down. Then I looked at it and went, the R2's in, and then R2's in, that's a bump, and then I'm getting clustered. So then I changed it. And then I second guessed and went, well, what if he doesn't? Then he's going to run away, and he's going to be further away, and then I'm never going to fucking catch him. So
Yeah.
fuck it, I've got to do the R2.
Miranda is a bastard.
Yeah.
yeah.
When you could
I
go,
hate
bam!
her.
I took all the
I
shields
hate
off,
her.
and
She
then
used to
she
Swiss
just slowly
Army knife.
flows
So the
away,
hard
regains.
2 back won me the game.
Yeah.
And it went from, and then he got a crit on him, which was -1 agility,
Yeah.
which sealed the game.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And look, and his dice didn't go well right at the end.
That's when
when
you
I
crapped
was
out
on,
on your dice.
yeah, he crapped out on
you
his
were
dice.
shooting in with 3 dice
Yeah.
and getting a hit and 2 blanks. You were rolling an evade,
Yep,
regenning beforehand.
yeah.
You know, so you was, and it,
This
so
thing's about
all the
release.
hard work that you'd done was
Yeah.
getting undone. by
Oh, I
the dice.
totally lucked out. When I walked away, I didn't deserve to win that game. It was a horrible feeling. I took no pleasure from it, and I was totally outplayed
Yeah.
by the better player on the day. I just had the lion's share of luck. So, yeah, what I said during the game, had even more weight behind it when I beat him like that.
Yeah.
Right, then it was definitely right. Weight's on your shoulders now. Now you go and do it for your brother, and you go and win it.
From your point of view, at that point, you're over cloud 9.
Oh, definitely.
There's nothing
definitely.
taken away from the achievement of
No.
you getting to top 4 in
No.
Europe.
Not in the slightest. I couldn't have walked away from that table even more happier.
Yeah.
Even
I mean-
if I'd won it, I would have been probably still would have felt the same.
Yeah. to be fair, you know, I was there. I messaged you straight after, sort of said, "Well done, mate. You did yourself proud." You know, that game and the last game was a pure
One thing we do
masterclass.
need to say about the entire weekend, I'm sure I'm not the only one, but our phones, Facebook notifications, friend
Yeah.
requests, messages, oh, so many.
You'd
So
be
much
surprised.
love.
how
This
people love the
finger,
winner.
So much
this
love.
finger is
Don't
quite
tell
a
me where
bit,
it's been.
quite a bit shorter than it was before.
Yeah.
So
They
much
don't
love.
have any discernible fingerprint on the end anymore. It melted.
I
my
thought you
phone
melted them off like years ago.
years ago. They're back. They grow back. Didn't they?
But yeah, well done.
Oh
Yeah.
mate,
That was it was a stellar showing. It was an amazing achievement to get to top 4 in Europe.
And I'm
And you,
extremely happy for
yeah,
it.
and you know, you did yourself very, very proud, kind of thing. I mean, these guys, you should have seen that. You know, that you could probably look back at the chat.
Yeah, you
from
know.
before
I
the
mean,
race.
you know how the whole team we were just like we were made up.
Yeah.
We
It was
just
a
went
shit
crazy.
situation, and
Yeah,
it
it
had
was
the
a
best
shit
outcome
situation.
because it was
Yeah.
an amazing game.
I don't know anyone that walked away from watching that game that had got anything to say about. Did you see that game?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know, like it was just.
What a showcase
Amazing.
though for Warlords.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That you know, you've got 2 guys in the top 4 of the European Championships, and there was no inch given or asked for.
No.
You
And we're-
literally went at it.
and we're both veterans
Yeah, exactly.
of the team.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So Shane was at the start,
Yeah,
right? So Shane's been in from it started.
yeah,
You know, he was the original 5-car steak breakfast out of the boot
yeah,
crew.
yeah.
We do need, I don't know how many people know this, but we do need to mention, was it last year? Patriot, store champs,
Having your steaks out the front.
stood outside at the back of George's car whilst he's frying up steak. No,
We got bacon
small,
rolls.
crappy steak. This was.
I got bacon
Full
rolls
on.
out of the back of the car.
10 ounce, 28-day matured sirloin or
Oh
rump.
my god, it was amazing.
I'm Italian. I got to
Amazing.
eat, man. I got to eat.
That's how you win tournaments.
protein.
That's how you make a
But
team.
meat protein, not the other
I know
protein.
that.
That's,
That's
What
how you
was it,
get
a
top.
top 4 cut?
No, Sim was fifth.
We were
There's
all-
a top 4 cut.
Top 4 cut.
The
And who was in
entire
the top
car
4
finished in
Me,
the top 5.
you, Kyle,
It
and
was
Sim.
Kev.
And
No,
Kev.
It was all
we
4 of
played
us.
mirror match with
Yeah,
IGs.
it was all 4 of us.
Yeah.
In a
4 out of 5 that
And
went
Sim was fifth.
made the top 4.
Sim was
which
fifth.
That was with the
hilarious.
triple trandos, wasn't
Did
it?
he say to him, look, we're just going to take this shit back to...
Yeah.
back to
Yeah, you had triple trandos and I was running IGs.
Yeah.
That was,
It's
when
the
that was the
best
first time
game
that was
ever.
the first time I
Triple
beat you.
Trandos. That
Best
right?
game.
Once.
You beat me in the Swiss, that's
Yeah.
right, and then I
Yeah.
beat you in the cut. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was the best game ever.
so, there's an elated
I started
Mr.
crying.
Delaney.
I started crying
Did
straight
you?
away out.
Mate, I've been the same. I'm
I
not
was
being
off.
funny enough. I think
I was off.
if I even made a cut of regional, I think there would be a slight tear.
George was extremely emotional.
I was extremely.
Now you have to compose yourself because you're probably going into the biggest game you've ever played.
So it was also surreal because of Yavin.
Yeah.
So Yavin, it was like I got right near, and Yavin was such a shock to the system. I didn't, in my wildest dreams,
So you say this,
expect
the rest of us knew it.
all
Is that
right,
right?
and that's
All right.
all very lovely of you to say, but the reality and the honesty
I was-
of it is,
I was-
I genuinely
I left his
did
house
not.
Friday night saying you're going to win this.
Yeah.
I know,
But it's
I
the
know you
consistency
don't
of
like
it.
that.
Don't
but
like hearing it, mate.
No,
but it's,
How
well,
it's
well
what,
you've played in
Yeah.
previous tournaments.
No, no.
there was something big happening. There was something
Yeah,
to
there
come.
was.
Have been culminating
Yeah,
to
yeah.
this pimple,
Yeah.
but like explosion.
Yeah, you might not have believed it,
All right.
but I believed in
George
you.
George is very humble.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not that. It's just look. You know, I have more than anything. I have respect for my opponents, and I know how good these guys are. So to get to where I got at Yavin was mind blowing.
Yeah.
And then it was like, hold on a minute. I've done a cut at Euros, and oh my God, I'm in the final. I'd upped it,
Yeah.
and I think in some ways my disappointment at Yavin. And I know people are probably sitting there going, how can you be disappointed you made top 4?
Yeah, I know you're a bit
But-
of a failure, really.
No, but when you get that it is quite a sucker punch because
Yeah.
you taste
You're
it
almost there.
and you
Yeah.
think you can't, don't count your
Yeah.
eggs before they're all hatched, all that nonsense. I did.
Vinegar strokes, weren't they?
Yeah, so what's that? I'm a southerner. I don't know what these northern monkey sayings are. What's vinegar
I'll
stroke?
tell you later, dude.
PG rating.
It's not for YouTube. Is it?
Right. So it genuinely helped. It helped to prepare me a little bit more. And although I was emotional, I wasn't as bad as I was at Yavin. At Yavin, I was a mess
How
before
did you
top
compose it?
4.
How did you
How did I
How did
compose
you
it?
get yourself to that
Cool.
point where you turned up at a table ready to go?
We've been out.
Vince said to me, "Do you want a break?" And I
Yeah.
said, "Yes, please." And then I turned it from like a 15-minute break to a 45-minute break,
Right.
and I went, "No, I have to go and
You've got to do it.
I have to go and chill out and wash
Yeah.
my face." And I went outside with the boys, and I had a little vape, and I phoned my wife. Bad idea.
Yeah.
I don't do that again. I just went, right, I'm in a fight, and I put the phone down like that. I was like, I don't need to hear your voice, you know. So I'm watching it. I put the phone down. Cool. And then I spoke to Ollie Pocknell, and I asked Ollie for his advice, and Ollie gave me some
Love Ollie.
sound advice and said,
Yeah.
Lovely.
basically,
Oh, it's,
kill Dash first. That was his advice, which
it
I
was
took.
massive, wasn't it?
It was
His
huge,
advice.
huge advice. I love
Yeah.
Ollie to bits.
It was everything down to the initiative. Everybody told me.
Yeah,
And-
If you want to play like this, you want to play like this.
And-
Very
and-
smart.
Dude, that's
And
what
as I
sees
walk-
in X-wing binary.
Oh, definitely.
He should see
oh,
the Matrix.
he-
You know what I
The
mean?
guy is phenomenal.
As I walked in, they were all going,
No, he played it.
go on. And I went, oh, I'm going to try. And Wookie goes, there is no try.
Yeah.
Just like there's only do
So at this
or
point,
do
you-
not.
Had Simon asked you to be on the commentary?
Oh, no. Because I
You just went, I'm going to
No, no,
sit
no.
here.
This is my
Push
job
me
now.
away.
I walked in. I was going to watch the final with Lewis Witham,
Right.
and I'm stood there, and somebody came up running up to me and said, "Have you seen Simon?" I said, "No." He said, "He wants you to commentate the street," and then Simon came running in,
Yeah.
and he says, "I want you to commentate on the stream."
So
I was like,
good.
"What?"
So good,
I said,
man.
It was
Well,
the
genius
perfect
stroke.
Oh, it was just.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I was a little bit gutted to only finish 5 and 4. I'm not lying.
No,
And I-
yeah.
But that made my weekend.
Yeah.
Commentating on the final with
You
my
could
best
see-
Because you were
friend.
knackered.
I was
some days.
knackered.
Spoiler
Yeah.
alert, you could see afterwards, when you've got your arm around him,
He's my Wookie.
and he's like,
He's my
you
best
could
friend.
see that you were kind of holding him up from disbelief. He was just a bit like,
We're only separated by blood, but he's
Yeah.
my brother.
Yeah.
He's my brother.
So
Yeah.
I'm going to ask a question because a lot of people have asked me to ask you the question. You're playing the game.
Yeah.
All things are going well. You're kicking the shit out of each other. Ships are getting deleted, and then your opponent decides that you've done something wrong,
Yeah.
and he calls you on it.
Yeah.
And he starts, to, question the fact. Then he calls the judges,
Yeah.
and he's adamant
Yeah.
that Miranda's dead.
Yeah.
Everybody sitting watching that stream, the commentator sitting there, because immediately
Simon was-
there was some comments about,
Yeah.
you win down here, my friend doesn't cheat. End of.
Yeah.
That was the end of the. You don't even entertain the idea that my friend is cheating. He's not cheating.
Yeah.
He never does that. He's a gentleman. They're listening to like the table, and they're like, I don't know what's happening. Oh, he thinks he's too good another thing. Surely, you had 4 judges. Was it 4 judges?
Five.
Five.
Four,
So you got
four
Vince
around the
and you've
table
got-
and one watching over the live stream.
How 5 people
Missed it.
have missed this is
I
a
know.
fucking
Do
travesty.
you want to know why? Because not one of them could see Miranda's card. Not even the ones sat watching the game.
Well,
I
And that
sat-
was the only words I had with that judge sat to my right.
Yeah.
The only arguing I did as such, arguing my case, was he said to me when I didn't see because your back was in the way. So when he then went, no, she had 3 damage. Went, but you said you didn't
Can't see
see.
it.
So you can't on one hand say to me, I couldn't
We-
see, but now I know
knew-
for sure.
I knew it was
I knew.
Yeah. Everybody.
I knew it was too.
See, look-
but Simon would not let me get involved. Simon said we couldn't get involved.
Dude,
Simon,
dude-
I totally understand because
Yeah.
Simon
Yeah.
can't get
No,
involved.
you cannot get
because,
involved with that. It's
you
an
know,
official.
yeah.
And he was like,
Top
they
table.
can't come and look at the
I
video.
know in
You can't rewind it,
retrospect.
you can't watch it.
I know
You
in
can't use the
retrospect, Kylo and Liam literally physically picked Simeon up and carried
They
him
had
out
to
of the
drag him
hole
off.
Because he was losing.
because he was in. He wanted to just
In
come
all
in
fairness,
and
some
set.
guy made a comment about the call, and Alex Watkins escorted him straight out. It's out.
Yeah, no, I
Like
saw.
that,
you can't
at
get
the back,
involved.
and he escorted
It's
him
in the
straight
rules.
out. I was like, no,
It's in the
no.
rules.
It's in the rules what
Good call.
spectators can do.
Yeah.
and
At that
It's
point,
not allowed
I
to
was
get
so caught up in concentrating on my game.
Yeah.
And look, I've watched the stream back. I know I regen the shield at the start. I lost
Yeah.
the shield, and then I drew a damage card for the second damage
Yeah.
from the TLT, leaving me on 2 hull. And then I was hit with just 2, and I made a focus roll, which I had a focus, so I wouldn't have been dead. But at the time, I knew, I certainly felt that I'd done it right.
What it
But
felt
I
like
got
was
confused
everybody
because
had ganged up on you at that point.
I was arguing that I'd regen the second shield because I just got a bit confused with my own things. But I knew I was right.
Yeah.
However, so in retrospect, and I said this on the thing, I don't think the call was called with
Any malice.
any
It's
malice.
Just his understanding of what the
Yeah.
situation
I think
was
he
like.
realised at that point, whether he would like to admit that or not, I think he realised he was on the back foot and he'd picked the wrong target.
Mhm.
And that as much as he had whittled on Nora,
Ima-
she
Yeah.
was the wrong choice.
Miranda.
His dash,
On Miranda,
pick a
yeah.
dot, so whittled on Miranda, she was the wrong choice.
Yeah.
Because Lebo was untouched and Dash was about to die.
Yeah.
And ultimately, in the matchup between Lebo and Miranda, if I can stop Miranda getting bombs off, I win. Right? It's going to eat her alive.
So
So, go on,
I
your
was going to
question.
say, so from that point of view, all of the judges are telling you A is correct and you know B is correct. You, I'm going to say now, showed the right attitude
I
and said,
Accepted it like a champ.
you literally said, if I've done something wrong, hold my hands up and say it, but I'll take it off.
well, look,
And off it went.
one of the judges
He-
come
everybody
over.
was-
He did what the judge said.
One of the judges
He did-
come
he did
over
question.
and he
He
said,
questioned
"No,
it.
you had 3 damage at the start. My mistake."
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, as one of the veteran players in the UK, one of the veteran players, you know, the team captain of the Weekend Warlords.
Yeah.
All right, and I am representing my whole team, my area, and as far as I was concerned at that point, my country.
Yeah.
Right, or the whole of the UK I was representing. It is not the way to behave to disrespect the judges' decisions.
No.
Whether those judges' decisions favour you or don't favour you, you must show respect for the judges.
Yeah.
And you
It's
must
fine.
behave with manners and decorum towards your opponent at all times. This is something I insist upon from all of my teammates.
Yeah.
So I would be nothing less than a hypocrite
If you
to have
started
done
kicking off and-
anything different. I fist bumped him, I shaked his hands at the end. There genuinely at that point was no hard feelings. Bartosz don't know me, he don't know what my personality's like. You put my back against the wall like that, and that's the worst thing you could ever possibly hope to do.
It basically
So
lit a fire underneath. You could
oh.
physically see it.
After that, he just
Because
turned it on.
when you saw you, when the camera panned out and it was showing the players, you didn't even look at the table.
No.
You were just glaring across the table. Not
Yeah.
glaring, it's horrible to say. You were staring at the guy to
Oh,
say, look, I know what you've done.
Yeah. I was fighting.
I'm going to deal with
I
this. now."
commented on that.
Bearing in mind,
I do-
at this point, when it's all going off and they're having this little argument, John's on the live feed at home as well, watching it, and just rewound it straight away and gone, he ain't lost them. You know, what they can't do there. John's just got, he's just done it.
Yeah.
Just rewatched it. He's
Every
got, he
comment-
shouldn't have lost it. They took off, shouldn't have done
Then-
it. Why are they going?
then the
Can I
comment
ask a genuine
started.
Question.
Yeah.
Why can't these?
It's not.
It's not an official
It's
show.
not in play yet.
It's
It's
not
not
official.
They've got a judge there to make that.
It's
call.
like instant
That's like-
replay
it's
football.
It's not
man.
an official stream.
No.
So
Yeah,
why
it's
don't
not official.
FFG
No.
make an
Because-
official stream?
No,
they're
they're,
not
not going to. That's
No.
not going to happen.
It's
So we're
too
having.
much. Too
Because
much
what
red
about
tape
all
for
the
them to
other-
go with Asmodee.
That's
But
right.
what about all the
That's
other
right.
games,
That's
man?
That's why the
It's not even
Coruscant
Asmodee.
wasn't
It's
even live streamed.
Disney.
Yeah.
So if one of us said fuck on a stream,
Yeah.
they'd be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
Playing our Starship games.
You look at
They
Coruscant.
shut us down.
They
this
didn't even
afternoon.
live stream Coruscant
Yeah.
because of the simple
Yeah.
fact that if something happened, Disney's liable.
Yeah.
I get that now. It just made no sense that you've got a camera there.
Yeah. You've
and
got
you
the
can just
footage.
go,
You got
rewind.
two of us who are watching it. I mean,
They
both
do
me
it
and
for
Simon
tennis
said he
football,
only got
that's
two.
why I can't stand
It was a
So-
regen the
So
shot
at that
two
point,
cards.
you killed.
All right. So, but
Dash.
I just want it to be known that I've never wanted any kind of more to be made of it. And I love you all who supported me on the stream and made the comments. But I will say, so in defence of Bartosz messaged me Sunday night and said he'd watched the stream and he was wrong and he apologised. So I don't want...
Fair play.
Well,
Uh,
they felt
yeah,
better,
right.
didn't they?
I mean,
They felt
that's the level.
Right,
that
and that's
we
the
was-
level we were at. And I don't want to be the cause of any negativity in the community because of something like that. I'm all right. Do you know what, guys? If I'd lost, I'd be all right.
But the judge was also mortified, wasn't he?
They were upset
Yeah.
that they'd made the mistake. I had personal...
Did they apologise?
Yeah, I had
Yeah.
personal messages from them.
Yeah. Because
saying-
Vince is a legend. I
ad-
mean, we all know
admitting
Vince. He's-
in retrospect, once
Yeah.
they'd seen it, that they'd made a bad call.
Yeah.
However, it served better for our community to demonstrate the way we play as a country.
Yeah.
And I like to think that the top players in this country would all conduct themselves in that manner if they were in the same situation.
Fingers
And if
crossed.
you don't, fine. But that's my hope, that's my want, so that we can see this perpetuate and go forward and become, you know, the single... as far as I'm concerned, I think we got the best community on the planet in the UK.
Hands down, 100%.
Right? All of the European guys that were there, and a lot of them I beat or knocked out the cut, they were supporting me.
Yeah.
Right? So we got on like a bigger family. I made some lifelong friends. The only guy that beat me in Swiss, I'll be friends with that man till the day I drop dead. He was a star. So let's not focus on that,
Nope.
because that was done and that was there, and we moved on. And ultimately, look, do you know, I let you into a little secret. The whole way through the game, I was chanting Chirrut Imru's prayer,
Yeah, yeah,
and it filled me with
yeah.
some purpose.
It probably took your mind off it a little bit as well.
It was, you know, like, you know,
You're
when you
concentrating on getting the words right to that.
you know when you do, like, when they do that meditation where they bang that hum.
Yeah.
It was this monotone sound in my
calming-
head that just let me calm myself enough to trust my instinct.
Yeah.
There was a few times in the earlier rounds of the game where he'd done a couple of moves and they were probably the wrong move for him,
Yeah,
but I knew he was going to do it.
yeah.
And I'd gone through all of his
You've
better
gone into a
moves,
zone, a
and I was
different
like,
zone.
I've got you. I can sense you're going to do this. I know it sounds bizarre. So, what happened with Miranda really kind of, I turned it up another notch, and it was like, right, well, you know, Rocky's Eye of the Bloody Tiger. I'm coming now, and
Yeah.
I am coming with both hands, both feet, my head, the lot of it. I'm going to fight you and fight you.
And you win.
Well, do you know what I was proud of? I never let her get a bomb on. Do you know how hard that is
Yeah.
to do
Yeah,
with
yeah,
that
yeah.
ship?
Yeah.
To put that ship
A
in
big base
positions.
ship as well.
Every
Yeah.
turn, she could not perform a bombing
Yeah.
run on me.
Yeah.
with the
And I
big
do,
bass shit.
and I win it.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you win. Now, the Raw, I could hear it from my house. Didn't need the live stream.
Well,
what the fuck was that?
Yeah, that's
I
right.
think it might have picked me up a bit.
Yeah.
The whole
you can-
room lit up. The
Yeah.
whole room.
Because obviously the outpouring of everybody, you know, kind of having to a nice bloke, ringing out about time, blah 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 blah. It just went mental.
I always knew he could do it.
My greatest achievement
Oh,
at Euros was not winning Euros, it was getting a room full of fully grown men to cry.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And they did. Alec Thorne, you cried. Lee Dalton, blubbing.
Yeah.
Edward John Holmes, blubbing. I was an absolute mess. I covered his hanky in tears. Simeon was a
We've
mess.
already spoke about
We
that.
have
That's the
spoken
shrine
about
now.
yes,
isn't it?
it's gonna get hung up
Everyone-
in the wall.
everyone-
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he's got his face embedded in there.
Everyone was a mess, and it felt great to give them that win.
Yeah.
I genuinely, when I received the trophy and I was shouting at them all, I did it for you. I did it, and they were part of it. It was them, you know the Force is with me, and I'm one with the Force, and that's meant to be for all of them. It felt like that. They were all fucking connected,
Yeah.
and they were all like willing me. Gone, at the start, I had to tell them to stop humming ooh in and ahhing.
Yeah.
Because it was like, guys, chill out, man.
We've only moved.
I know this is important to you, but I'm trying to concentrate here. Ooh, it was like that, so
There was a firework display in the background.
Yeah.
Did you notice?
did I not?
Yeah.
I was,
None of-
I was
none of
crying
that.
into Kev's armpit. Don't hide me, Wookie, hide me.
Because I've told you, I was streaming something else, watching your final, and at the point where I just fucking lost my shit. Oh my god. Then we got all my, the kids come all running in. What's happened? George has done it. My missus come in. She was like, oh my god, that's amazing. And my mate's like,
My wife,
I'm like, sorry mate, I was just watching something else.
my wife fell off her chair.
Yeah.
Honestly, she physically fell off her chair. There was such a roar,
Yeah.
and she didn't know what was going on. She said, I fell off the fucking chair, George.
Does he what?
I swear to God, she went, and she was like there going, what's happened? Until Simon put 100 on my scory bit on his stream, she didn't know. Love her to bits.
Yeah.
She hasn't got a clue how the actual mechanics work,
No.
but she was made up for it.
The focus, like I've wrote about it as well on our team page. The watching it live and not being there, watching it over the internet, and him not taking the focus on the evade. Already, he whittled down. What were you on? 3 damage? Yeah, 3 holding.
Yeah, 3 all left.
3 hull, and the TLT plane can come through, and he had the focus token ready to take it, and he went to spend it, and then didn't, moved away from it.
And the whole room went,
And Kev over the.
And Kev's
yeah,
doing this, he's going,
"Oh,
oh dear.
yeah."
And every time he goes, oh dear, my wife has a heart attack. Because she don't know. Oh, that don't sound good. That don't sound
And I'm
good.
looking at it going, what? Why would you take, you're on last legs. And he just, and I spoke to him about it afterwards, and he was like, I knew I was going to win. I'd already mapped it out. I knew I was going to get 4 hits.
Do you know what?
And the
You had
roll,
2 more turns
low
of shooting.
wolf, and then the token spend.
4 hits,
It was
handshake.
it was legend. It was that perfect
And that-
finish. It was
before-
just like 4 hits.
I had 4 health before I took that last damage.
Yeah.
And then that last damage took me to 3.
Yeah.
So the maths
So you
of it
knew,
were, the maths
I've
of it
got 2
were,
more shots.
she
We
wasn't,
get 1 more. at
she
least.
wasn't in a position to pull my bombing run next turn because I knew exactly where I was going, and it
Yeah.
was straight through the centre of that debris.
Yeah.
Whoop! Straight across the other side. So she had 2 TLT shots coming at me through a rock with a focus token. There was no way, even if next turn she hit me with both and I dodged none, I had
Yeah.
another round of shooting at her with a HLC.
Yeah.
She couldn't kill me next turn.
Yeah.
So I had
Well,
really... I had,
If you'd have taken the crit from the debris, it might have been different.
oh,
but,
yeah, but
yeah,
that was a
This is
gamble.
the realms of
This is
shoulda, woulda, coulda.
Yeah, exactly.
And to be fair though, I think
Yeah. Oh, when
Oh,
you
yeah.
look back at it, it's totally normal. It's like,
Yeah.
why would you make any other decision?
Yeah.
Well, it was like when I was at that final point, I think
Everybody's like-
everyone
Europe,
expected me to
No.
steam forward as well
Yeah.
to keep range, and the hard one barrel roll backwards. I was still thinking about the turn after that
Yeah.
because it was like I need to be in a position constantly to deny the bomb,
yeah.
to be in a position to escape the bomb.
Yeah.
Well, if she would have got a bomb on me, done.
That was
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Because it's 2 damage off the colonnettes.
Yeah.
Bang, no action,
Yeah.
screwed.
Yeah.
I'm
2
screwed.
2 ion tokens.
2 ion
as well.
tokens, and then
And
next
the
turn
ion
she
bombs-
does it again.
So we're getting to 3 hours now, so I'm going to try and nip it now.
Yeah,
right.
fair enough.
So
Yeah, I'm
You're
happy
a
off.
you'll
I'm
go.
gonna have to leave.
Yeah.
I left Dane to eat, and he's been waiting for 3 hours.
Okay.
See you, Steve.
Thanks very much for coming on, mate.
See you, Steve.
Later,
European
Just
champion.
use the stick.
Rebel General Master Mace, George Delapina, European champion.
Woo!
Oh, don't start all that.
We love you!
So you get to a point. So you get your trophy, and we all see that you go mental. Everybody's going mental watching it. Who the fuck asked Lee Dalton to take his fucking shirt off for the t-shirt?
Oh, he's our lucky Buddha.
Whoa! You lucky fella, you get powers.
Dude, you never have to ask Dalton to take his top off. He just does that shit.
Dalton, have you not got your top off? Huh?
Do you know what? He is one of my favourite people in the UK community.
Yeah, yeah.
And he does more for people than I think they realise.
No one will ever know what he actually does for people.
He is
It's when you go
something
walking
else.
around that expo with him and seeing him do deals and stuff for people that don't even know he's doing it for.
Yeah.
It's a sight.
And-
Everyone
and-
loves him and they'll do everything.
Lee's one of the few people that it's ordered at the moment. He's getting a Warlords t-shirt. And
Right.
He's got Bounty Hunter, so we're just going to do a few for very special
Because
people.
you know,
We love him so much.
Because you got a trophy. Yeah, you got your R2D2 templates. Yes, you've got a title. Yeah.
Free talk.
Free.
Yeah,
So you've got all of this. Have you? There's another prize attached to it, isn't it? That you could choose.
So I get to go to Worlds, flights paid, accommodations paid.
Yeah.
I have a reserve ticket and a first round buy.
Right.
I also get a second reserved ticket to Worlds.
Which was the deal that you struck.
Right. So, but
the
what
fifth bump.
me and Shane have talked about is Shane's already got a reserved
reserved
ticket.
Basically, there was a slight misunderstanding with what the winner actually got. And as far as me and George were aware,
It was
we
two
thought
flights and
it was two
accommodation.
flights and accommodation.
So my offer was to him that if I win, you get that flight and accommodation.
Yeah.
I'll pay for Simeon. So there is no flight and accommodation to give out.
So we need to sort something out. with
Right,
these
so
sort of things,
we
yeah.
do, and one way or the other, like I promised, Shane will
We'll
be
go,
going
he's
to
going,
Worlds.
yeah.
Right? We will help him, I will help him as much as is
We're
physically
going to set
possible.
something up. We're going to set
Don't
up
worry,
something up.
Shane won't have to worry about his flights.
Yeah,
or his
he
flights.
won't.
it's all been,
Yeah.
we've spoke about
Yeah.
it, it's all been taken care of.
Um,
Everybody else will see all about it in the future, you know.
shout
know
out
that
to
it's
him
going to
again.
happen
You've got-
and it'll all be taken care
You've
of.
got people like Lee Dolan that
Yeah.
sort of things as well.
Yeah.
But look, yeah, Shane's coming Worlds.
Yeah.
So basically, the top four got a reserved ticket. So I already had one
From
the top
the
four.
semis.
Yeah.
So basically,
So I'm going to give that
between one
reserved
and
ticket
George
to
gets
Sim.
Right.
Right,
Take
because
evil genius.
I was going to say those two worlds.
He's got to build you a list for next
that's
year.
what's always has always kind of made me the emotional wreck I have been is my son, and nothing has made me more proud than to have done it. Obviously, you're going to set me off now.
Okay, just chill.
Right,
Yeah.
nothing has made me more proud than to do it in front of him.
Yeah, man. And you can see that. You can see you're both happy with, you know.
You know,
everything.
my dad is. I'm very lucky, and I have very old-fashioned parents, and
Yeah.
I'm very close with them still today, and I love them, and they do more for me than I deserve. But I never had that relationship with my dad.
Yeah.
We never shared anything like that together. It was always work.
Yeah.
That's all we ever did. Work,
Yeah.
work. There was never any pleasure or play. And to do that, and also to see the relationships he's created within the community.
Yeah.
So there's I'd like to thank everyone for helping to mould my boy.
Yeah.
Because you're all responsible for who he's turning
We're
into.
wrong. It's our
No,
fault. Yeah, thanks, mate.
Don't say that.
We apologise.
No.
Sorry, guys.
Do you know what? He's 17 and his mouth will run sometimes before his brain will engage, but that's all right.
Not at all.
That's
That's what
expected.
17-year-olds do.
Expected.
I'll tell you something. I was a piece of work at 17.
Yeah.
I weren't like that.
We've all.
And you lot have all shown him, you know, I'm his dad and he'll hear what I've got to
Right,
say.
Dolph Penis. Oh, you're a Dan, you muppet. Sorry.
Yeah, innit?
In it, bro.
He'll hear what I've got to say, but then just kind of, I'm his dad and it goes in one ear on out of the ear. But when he's round you guys, and you guys are welcoming him because how he's behaving to you, and you're all full-grown men, he listens and he takes that in. So he's learnt more in the past 2 years of being around you lot than I could teach him.
Yeah.
So
No, he's a credit.
He's a-
you
he's
know,
a-
He,
he's
he
a
handles
top boy.
defeat.
He's a pain
Like
in
a
the arse
proper man.
sometimes, but we do
oh
love
Yeah.
him.
yeah.
Yeah,
We do love him.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
buddy. So you've got like So okay, now is there something else attached? Because I had a rumor that you get to choose.
Oh yeah, I get to pick and influence the design of a future promo.
Please pick an action photo, not one sitting in a freaking cockpit or
Right. So
yeah, Sappho or
Okay.
the
Sneak-
guy
sneak-
the guy's done that sexy man pose.
do you
on the
want
floor
do you
and
want
I-
do you want
yeah,
do you
stand
want
over
do you
him.
want a little like this is the dream?
It's going to be Lebo, isn't it?
No.
Lebo with dread.
You lot have to fly him now.
I've got to be honest. It probably is going to be Lebo. But that's not really guaranteed. If it was Lebo, this is something I'd love to happen, and I'm sure they're going to tell me to bugger off. I want them to either do a Lebo with metal dreads, which they probably won't, and if they won't do a Lebo with metal dreads, I'd really love either for them to have an artist redraw one of my ships with my paintwork,
Yes.
or photograph one of my ships and then Photoshop it.
Yeah. Boy,
So-
that would. Oh my god.
That would be the dream for
That would
me.
be
Mate,
phenomenal.
the hands-on artist straight off the bat.
That would be
That's it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure I'm less likely to get the dreadlock Lebo because there's too many reference pictures of what Lebo looks like.
Yeah.
But there's no reference pictures of a specially Sabined up YT20 or another ship. I don't
Don't give
know.
her another bloody shit.
No, no,
She's got
but
like 12.
I don't know. I don't know when they're going to contact me to do this.
Yeah.
Your original
And
YT would look pretty nice.
Do you know
Yeah,
who
I
I'd
mean-
love
Bit
to
more
do the
generic.
drawing though? My favourite promo's always been that Boba Fett, and the guy who did the Boba Fett
Yeah,
doing
that's
your
quite smart.
Outrider
That is
with
quite
that
nice.
art style would just pit it.
what Boba Fett?
The
Scum
one
one.
you gave me.
With the
promo
scum.
Boba.
Promo.
Scum
The one
promo.
which is Boba at the front like
Yes,
that.
regional one.
Oh right,
I
right,
think
right,
that
right, right.
Style, colour,
Yeah.
that
Well,
would be perfect for your.
they'd have
logo.
to, if they did Lebo, they're going to have to make it worse than the Dash promo because Lebo's worse than Dash.
Yeah, because the Desperate Dan dash build.
Yeah, but Kev,
Oh, he took
how
Dash
can they
out.
possibly make it worse than
There is that, yeah.
I ain't
But-
never seen
How?
that before.
How? They could just put a picture of my actual face. That would make it worse.
They could have the hello bars.
Yeah, no, dude, Dash is worse. I think the
Dash
only
is still worse.
FFG promo I've seen that's worse than
Chewy.
Dash
Imperial
is
Assault.
or an LCG Chewer. LCG.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
that's
transferred over to Imperial Assault as well.
I don't know. Arse rot's pretty bad.
Yes.
No, the name Arsenal's pretty bad.
Do you know I got one off a French guy? It's called Arse Rouge.
Oh,
So, but because I'm English and I'm a bit dyslexic, I call it Arse Rogue.
To be honest,
Rough.
that was for Ben. It was Arse Rouge. You have to.
I've got Ass Rojo. It's the Italian one, R-O-J-O, so I was going Ass Rojo. 'cause I
Surely
read
that
things
would
as I
be
see them.
Cool
Dave
on the
Hammond, one of
Raja.
our-
Oh,
the
but
guy
it's
who
not
played
actually
it, he got
Bum
Arse
Leader,
Rock.
is it? No, that's right. It's Red Leader. Shit.
Red Ace.
So when you give arse rock to your mate, you think
Oh, have you got an Arse Rouge as well?
I'll trade
he's
my
an
arse
arse
rogue
rouge
for
that
your
develops
arse
into
rogue.
arse rock.
That
No,
doesn't
well
sound
done, mate.
pleasant.
No, seriously.
Thank you
I
so
think
much.
anybody that knows you was made up that you were the winner. So now we're talking to the future world champion.
That's the dream.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie.
I'm talking about Sim, obviously. Not
Yeah, I was just going to say. Yeah.
Yeah, no, look.
Or
That
Shane.
is the dream.
Or Shane.
Do you know?
Oh, Shane.
Do you know what the dream
Alright.
is?
Fingers crossed, we're going to try and get more than just us three over.
Do you know what the
Yeah,
dream
we'll
is? Not being funny. 1, 2, 3, 4 minimum in the cut. Minimum.
Yeah.
And then me and I've got. I love
Imagine
my
you two
Wookiee.
in the
I
final.
love.
Oh, no, you
I
two-
love my
you
Wookiee
two are
more
way better
than
than me.
Air, but
But
Do you know what it'd
Yeah.
be?
to play my son
No, do you know
in
what
the
it'd be?
final at
It'd be
Worlds.
You know how you annoy the Americans? It'd be the first ever final salvo.
Yeah, just straight
Yeah,
on
yeah.
gas.
Yeah.
we're going for a final
No,
salvo.
no, no,
do
no,
that.
no. What are you
Take
talking
the
about?
axe off.
We play it right through till we both got like one chip on one hull and go final salvo.
And tune in
74
next week.
No, but yeah, look, just to go to Worlds is a dream come true.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Just to be there, and I would be honoured to be there as the European champion. If I never achieve anything like that again, I'm made up. I genuinely think that little shit over there sooner or later will be your world champion. It's only a matter of time.
No
till that
pressure.
happens.
No pressure, mate. No pressure. Just eat your cake. No pressure.
But do you know what? I'm going to go over there and I'm going to keep saying that prayer every game, and I'm going to try and wreck face for the UK.
There is no try.
You right? I am
we
going to
go.
wreck face for the UK.
You give it, yeah.
All right, and if I get my face wrecked, I'll get it wrecked with a smile on, and I do you
Yeah.
all proud, one way or the other.
Now, I'm
Bring
just
on
trying to
Wales.
think. There was a few questions. We've covered most of them. Most of it was around the incident.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, we're done with
That's
that,
ignored
guys.
now.
Yeah,
That's done. The guys apologised. It's all
Correct.
history.
done. It's history.
It's a big man who can apologise, mate.
Yeah,
this is the
totally.
Dealt with right.
So that's basically it, really. That's it. We've
Did
had your
did
side of it.
you have
the Warlord
anything
side of it.
on the Facebook that needed to be answered?
Yeah, there's a guy who sent us a message on YouTube. Let's have a look.
Hi, YouTube.
While Ash is looking for that, Bengar
Hello.
has kindly donated a set of Warlords templates to the show as a prize.
He's a nice lad, isn't he?
And I said, well, it's your competition, mate. You better think of a question.
I've
Oh,
just
shit,
brought the bounty.
but I gave you the prize. I said, yeah, fucking I ain't doing everything. You can do it. So, Bengar's going to tell us what he wants and how someone can win said template.
If you've kind of guessed, I have a little bit of an obsession for Dengar. So all I want is you're going
Who's
to
this
comment.
Dengar you talk of? I'm sure it's the
No, it's
Bengar.
not.
It's the fabulous one.
Yeah.
On the Cloud City post, so that you can keep track of it, just
Yeah.
because of how I work. I want you to build a list involving Dengar, the funniest, jankiest, most themed, whatever list you can do. I'm going to pick one, and you're going to get 3 templates.
Yeah.
And
Weird and wonderful.
if I can get it printed in time, you'll get a Bengar promo.
I've got a Bengar promo code that you can sort me
Yeah,
out.
because
and
I'm
then
getting
I'll
awesome.
weight
sort-
printed.
sort
That's
everything.
really cool, babe.
So you're getting a Bengar card and you're
Yeah.
getting a set of Warlords templates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've got a question from Giovanni for all of you. And it is, may I ask your opinion on Harrogator?
Just play
Do
with
you
you.
think it works just until it gets the opponent, off guard, or is it an
I was actually
archetype that
talking
works
of-
beyond the first games it gets played against?
I was actually talking about this build. I can't remember what I was talking about, and I was saying it's an interesting one. In my opinion, it's a very lazy list. If you fly against anything lower PS, it's just completely lazy. Anything above that, you've got to actually fly it. Because obviously the way it works is literally you can set any dial you want
Yep.
and do whatever you want. But against those higher PSs, it shuts the whole build down because you actually have to fly the ship. Come on, back me up here. You actually do.
Try
Well, I
not to
played
insult
it-
into people.
I
I'm not
played it-
insulting anyone.
well, I
because
played
that's
it
the way
today.
build works.
So
Cow's list.
Harrogator.
Cow's list.
Cow.
Cows,
Yeah.
lead on it for a while.
Yeah, what-
I gave
Navigate-
up.
Well,
and
I played
You
him
don't
today.
set dials and
Yeah.
you don't roll dice.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you and George were playing.
No offence,
here,
Cal.
earlier
I
on,
played
and
him.
Me and Cal were playing.
I
here.
yeah.
I
I
respect
just
Cal
gave up.
for creating a list.
Oh,
No, yeah,
Yeah.
it's
It's
absolutely
to the
did
fun
really well.
of
Yeah,
Gary.
yeah.
You know,
It's a
you
decent
cannot.
Well, I
take
played-
away-
No.
We're not.
No, he's
Because
done
of that.
very
Yeah.
well. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a good list.
But in the
and
long
he's
and
done really
short
well
of
with
it, what the list does is you don't have to think about your manoeuvres, you don't have to roll dice. You hit with 2 constantly.
You do have to think, but after you've seen where
Well,
he's
he-
gone.
Exactly. That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
The lower
Yeah.
PSs and you outfly them.
Yeah.
Really easily.
Cal has actually
Higher
admitted.
PSs.
But I don't enjoy playing against Harrogator much.
No.
Harrogator is the sort of list where it depends on what list you take to
Yeah.
fight
Well,
it.
I've played it
So
twice.
if you have the incorrect list to
Yeah.
fight it, it will smash you a new arse.
I've played it twice
Right.
with triple
If
jumps.
you
and
have a
won.
good ace with auto thrusters, he's in trouble.
Or Boba Fett.
Or
Everyone
Boba
start
Fett.
taking Boba
Was
Fett.
that Paul's only lost today? Mr. Cal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he only lost right at the end, one
Yeah.
hit
Yeah, one
point.
loss.
sort
I mean,
of thing.
yeah. I mean,
Um,
it's beatable with the IGs.
You just got to take Boba Fett crew.
Yeah, Boba Fett.
Everyone,
I
That
mean-
was his main bugbear today.
Everyone
That's like,
comes
he
I've
wasn't
got
bad.
bother.
I was
Take
beating
Boba
it
Fett
consistently with Paratani.
Right, here's the question then.
You
'cause
need to
you
shut
played him,
up.
Yeah.
Kev.
Yeah.
You said straight away, well, I'm going to take his TLT off.
Yeah.
Would the Ghost not have been better?
I don't know. I
No,
don't
no,
think
no,
so.
no,
There's,
No, do you hear me out?
yeah.
Because he can't eject, and he can't get the second shot.
Yeah, but then he's not got turret.
In
And am I
Canaan
right in
Biggs,
thinking he can't shoot out of his rear as well?
Yeah,
He
if you
can't.
get rid of the ghost title, he can't eject the shuttle and he doesn't get
So
the
he's
second
only
shot.
got the TLT
in
for
Canaan
2.
Biggs,
Yeah.
the better choice is to get rid of the title. Because Canaan Biggs has fire control in N9G8 and Fit.
Yeah.
So you get rid of the rear arc and the heavy primary.
Yeah.
Against Harrogator, where the entire list is
Just DLT.
TLT and no fire control and you've got no mods on your primary, you get rid of TLT.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah. gotcha.
So, because
yeah,
ultimately,
I
if
understand.
he's rolling 4 dice on a primary, he goes,
It's,
crap.
I mean, I was lucky
Accuracy
today.
corrector for 2.
Yeah.
You're at range 3. And you
I
go,
don't
"That's
think he
evaded."
rolled 3 hits.
Better
Cal's
odds.
created himself,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Nick's pointing out on the thing. Cal's created
Yeah.
this to minimise
Well, yeah, because I mean,
randomness.
we
Yeah.
gained.
So he's
Yeah.
created that.
Yeah.
And he will tell
7
you
months, 8
himself
months ago.
that if you lose your
He did
TLT,
it.
it's
Yeah.
game loss.
Yeah.
Well, we talked about that at the
He's
start of the game
mentioned
today.
Yeah. Whenever so-
Callum
whenever-
has
we
obviously
jokingly
had
said
to
we'll
win
play
that
till
for a long time.
Yeah.
Whenever
You gotta
someone
give him
says
credit.
to him,
Yeah,
at
you
the
gotta
start
give
of the
him
game,
credit.
good
He
luck,
flies it very well.
he'd be like, not
Don't
me
need luck.
large,
I don't. Yeah.
but I don't run by luck.
Yeah.
I've
got
maximised
accuracy
my
corrector,
list to
and
not
I've got.
He,
navigation.
he only
I've
rolled
got
3 hits twice
Yeah.
against me, maybe. Everything was 2, and I had quite a few double
Me and
dodges.
Alphon was
So it's
saying,
five
you're gonna
dice
get
range
bored
roll
of saying
was
this, but
3
accuracy
hits,
corrector.
2 blanks. We rolled
Yeah.
2 blanks. So yeah, you got to give him his red dice are crap, which is why he takes the extra steps.
We all
I
do
get
it. It's a habit. You got a table. You got to bang it. I just held his hand. He's like trying to do it. I was like, no, no.
Okay, so we're going to cut it. This is like 3 hours, 19 minutes.
Sorry, you know I can talk for Britain.
Yeah.
If I can't fly X-wings, I'll just speak.
So
Sorry.
I'd like to thank you.
Yeah.
Look, I'd like to thank you all. You've all played in a tournament, run a tournament for Ash.
We're all coming back tomorrow.
Yeah, and you're all going to be back here tomorrow, and you spent 3 hours chatting shit with me.
Loved
so
it.
I'd
Yeah.
just
We
like
love
to thank
you.
you all for being
You're
on.
welcome.
Congratulations to all of you for your performance at Euros.
And thank
Thank
you
you.
for inviting us as well.
Yeah.
Really
thank
enjoyed-
you from
Yeah.
us.
Yeah,
I
and
mean, like,
coming
you know, we're
down,
to our YouTube,
all
mate,
out of your own
Don't
time.
wait until you listen to the commentary.
I will be listening to that one.
Mate, I love doing commentary.
Yeah.
We
We
just
don't-
bounce off
Do you
each
know
other.
how sad we are? Is I will go home and
Yeah,
watch
watch it.
the
Mate,
4
if there's a
games that were
tangent, I will
streamed
find
today.
it.
I'm going to be honest,
terrible.
I apologise that the third game when you played Cal became a talk about Rumble
We
Slam.
were talking about
not
Rumble
Slam.
Slam.
Is that after
They
a
do
TL?
get quite
Yeah.
Is that after a Bobody's
But
TL?
do you know what? That's
The
what
ghost
sets.
went, we went, well, that's fucking game. Anyway,
That's-
so Rumble Slam.
That's what sets the Warlords commentaries apart, and I think that's what sets Cloud City apart. We just like to have a little bit of a laugh.
Yeah.
Light-hearted.
Yeah.
If you're
Serious.
after anything in any way competitive, there's other podcasts.
yeah.
You've got plenty of choice.
This has been down the pub with your mates, as someone told
Yeah,
me
this
once.
is it, yeah. And I think he meant it as a slight bit of a dig, and I was like, sweet.
Take
What I'm
that.
aiming for.
Oh, you got the point then, well done.
yeah.
No, but thank you very much. Right, so sponsors of the show, Cockatoo, best templates in the industry.
Brilliant.
The Weekend Warlords for being the best team and shop in the country.
Yay.
Thank you, Lee.
We've also got Grand Moff Lee Dalton Pro Tech Models,
Yeah.
who's gone into
Love that guy.
bit of everything,
Top
Pokemon
bloke.
and everything.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
This is-
by the way, he's
wife
doing
or
Rumble Slam now
sister?
as well. He's applied for that.
There we go. Okay, so he's doing that as well. Jesus Christ, God will take over the world.
Yep.
Guardians of Tier, foremost tournament organisers in the hearts, beds and butts, and
Yeah, yeah.
you know all that sort of thing.
In the
The
country.
UKTC is fast approaching.
Yeah,
so
we know.
Keep your eyes peeled because the tickets are going up soon.
Don't worry about last
15th
year's
of
champions.
July.
Has-beens.
Do we get the buy if we get the tickets first?
No.
We
we want to see all your games.
So already a seeded team.
Also, the promos will be going up at the same time,
Yeah.
which we've all seen.
Promos are
don't
looking
they?
sweet.
Well, we haven't all seen.
Yeah, I haven't seen any.
I've only seen one or
Oh, those ones
two.
you just
Good
showed.
show, yeah,
Ah, right,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
very nice.
everybody that participates get a full set of 6.
Really?
Really?
And
Apparently
then
there's some
that-
like guy that paints ships and apparently they're really crap.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, so
you've got to have someone doing
there
it.
were
Yeah, right, yeah.
6 painted
Finger painting,
ships
right?
last year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
George
George painted, don't
painted.
water it down.
Yeah.
They were won. We took pictures, and now they are the petition.
So, not that George needs any more smoke blowing up his bum, but they were amazing.
I'm
You've
doing
been
6
immortalised
more
in
as
the,
well.
in the promo cards as the painter of those ships.
There's 6
And the
more
people
coming
that
this
won
year,
it-
guys, for
Yeah,
prizes.
so we've got 6
So
more. The people that won
Ian
those
looks
ships last
after
year
you boys with
are
swag.
named as the pilots.
Wicked,
those ships.
wicked.
So the
awesome.
people that won it last year,
Right.
it will say Green Squadron
I
A-Wing,
was
piloted
seconds
by
off the scum one.
Awesome.
Painted by George,
yeah,
blah blah
painted
blah.
by George, and then piloted by.
The winner of the
winner
ship.
of
So
the ship.
whoever
Destroyed
wins
by
that
Sydney.
Now,
again,
if
will
those
get the
people
same thing.
return, fingers crossed, they bring the ships with them in their list.
Mate,
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
So mad props to anyone that
Well,
won
one
those
of-
ships
one
last
of the
year
guys
and run them this
From
year.
up Hullway, who won the A-Wing.
Was it?
Oh, my
what's his
brain's
name?
gone blank.
So Tim,
Sorry for the guy that won the Karaz.
No, I'm not, because that.
he's got a fix now.
Is he going to be out? Is he going to be
It's
out?
one
Yeah.
of Lee
Oh, then
Dalton's
wicked.
crew.
Well done.
He messaged me and he had me do a dial to match it.
Oh!
So hopefully you will be seeing that
Sweet.
A-Wing with its sexy
So
dial
that's
tomorrow.
coming. If you haven't already
I know.
investigated the Weekend Warlords, looked at the store, come to a tournament, spoke to anybody in the team, you're missing out. You need to do that. That's
Yeah,
the-
come and visit
Yeah.
the store. Come and get in on the tournaments. Jump on the blog.
The problem is you run 2 now because the single
Sunday
is
was
just not enough.
got-
It
yeah,
was
man.
selling out.
In 2 minutes.
We knew there was
Selling
a
out
problem.
faster than a Springsteen
We
concert.
knew there was a problem when one Sunday we sold a 32-man tournament out in 17 minutes.
Yeah.
So we knew we needed to expand
So
slightly.
you
at that point.
whenever you do run an X-Wing tournament, it's 1 on the Saturday, 1 on the Sunday to cope with the
And,
men.
and we usually do Summer Flavour Foil at the end of the month as well, and we've got team events as well. So I mean, not only that, if there's any X-Wing you want to play at all, you just need to
Wednesday
get down.
nights?
Yeah, Wednesday nights is the
brilliant.
night for casual X-Wing at the store.
If you are looking for anything to buy,
Shop,
Star Wars,
shop.
X-Wing, other
Bobbleheads.
games,
Yeah,
the
the other one.
that sort of stuff.
Check us out online as well.
Yeah.
What is it? It's
shop.weekendwarlords.co.uk.
There we go.
Get on there. That's everything we've got.
Yeah, brilliant. And also, if there's anything that you don't carry in the store,
Oh, we order
somebody
it.
wants to talk to you.
Yeah,
they'll be able to
that's
sort
right.
that.
We've got most games in stock, but access to everything.
And comics and
And
yeah.
comics.
And
Ginsters.
t-shirts.
Yeah,
Ginsters. Got Ginsters.
Yeah, we
we
sell
have Ginsters.
pies.
We got food.
X-Wing and pies.
We're a Midland company, of course we sell
We're
pies.
up north. We're further north than normal, aren't we?
Yeah.
So we thought.
Yeah, you lot are down in France, aren't you?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Almost there.
Well,
Lewis seems
the
to think
boys
we're
at the
in
Harlequins think this is France. Yeah, and that's like
How far do we have to go?
South Africa where you lot live.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. Remember, fly casual and may the force be with you.
Always.
Love you all.
Thank you guys.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that was a mammoth. See, it's you lot.
Chat,
Yeah,
chat,
I'm
chat.
going to be so sure. I'm from Racine tonight, so.
Oh, sorry, dude.
Listen,